Yo, welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents Say What? It's your man, Leo Rockwell, and I am here with a great panel tonight. I am here with an incredible special guest, my friend, my buddy. I mean, we go way back like backbones to car seats. That's how far we go back.
Thanks, Leo. It means a lot.
You know what? Look. I'm just going to bring these ragtag bunch of individuals on right now. Everybody, how are you doing tonight?
What up?
Look, I'm glad to have this group on. We're going to have some fun tonight. It's going to be an all-out discussion about any and everything, whether it's pop culture, collecting, not about some of the things you think we're going to talk about, because I think that's been talked about enough today. We're going to leave that pretty much behind us. But anyway, we're going to dive into so many different things. But first, let's just kind of find out what's going on in everybody's world. This guy I'm going to skip because the name is just. I'm not going to skip him. I'm just going to save him for a minute. Let's go down first. I'm going to save the best for last. Her right there. But I'm going to save the best for last. But anyway, Justin, my man, my mellow, the man with the smoothest voice this side of planet Earth. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. So
yeah, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to have an incredible time tonight.
And technically, it's early for me. I was up until like 4:30 a.m. last night editing this podcast that Will and I started. So if I'm a bit out of it, I apologize in advance.
But this is the most fun when you're like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really
I'm always like this.
Surprised.
Well,
But
he's going to be, yeah. It's just Justin Raw. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This is Justin
Can't
Raw.
wait for that.
Exactly. We know Justin Raw, but the world doesn't know Justin Raw.
They will.
Leo's idol, man. What's going on, bro?
Great shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, you like that?
What's going on, man?
Just living the dream, man. Just living the dream.
You're living the dream.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad
I'm
to
gonna get you to buy that 3-0 Bumblebee.
Okay, yes. So 6 Scale Master, what's going on, man? What's going on in your world right now?
Let me tell you what's going on in my world. A bunch of freaking DMs about. Never mind. We're not going to talk about it.
Don't do it.
So many DMs. Should I buy this?
Yeah.
And usually the answer is, of course you should buy that. But I don't know about this particular one. I'm doing pretty good, man. I just ran and had some Chick-fil-A for anybody who's curious. So that was super exciting. And I'm sponsored now by Sundrop because nobody knows who the hell Sundrop is.
I've never heard
I
it
don't even
until...
know what the chicken is, let alone.
You don't know Chick-fil-A?
yeah.
You don't know Chick-fil-A, Justin?
Chick-fil-A is not a thing in Australia.
Oh my God, this is
Not
such
a thing.
Justin,
Well,
I
I
never
don't
would
know
have
if you
taken
guys
you
can-
to Chick-fil-A.
I don't know if you guys can see, but I have like DC figures on my shelf up here. So I'm in a freaking multiverse, man. I don't even know. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. You do got to...
I don't know.
But you got the
I'm
classics
doing
up there. You got the classics
I'm
up there.
excited
You see that?
I'm excited to chat with you guys. So
Yes. We're going to have a really good chat tonight. Will Foxification, a.k.a. Pretty Boy, a.k.a. Pennywise. What's going on, man?
So
Oh, I thought you were
Pennywise.
going to call him Peach Fuzz.
Peach-
Oh, you know what?
I'll
We
take
have to
that too.
change the name.
I'll take that too. But Pennywise is also a good name for me. But I'll accept Peach Fuzz. It's a great name, Susan. So thank you. We're off to a great start. And then also Pretty Boys. That's preferred name. So I'll take Pretty Boy because that makes me feel the best about myself.
He calls
But
himself that now, by
I
the
do.
way. In the first episode of the podcast, he calls himself Pretty
It's sometimes good to pat yourself on the back
Yeah,
every now and then.
Self-love is a thing now, right?
Exactly.
So
It's a
that's
thing.
it.
See, this is why Susan's here. Susan, we're connecting already. I'm loving this. So, yeah, see, Lael, see what you did. And then also, Lael, there's an
Yes.
amazing segment tonight. But it's not going to be as intense as the last one, even though I offered some very practical advice. Susan, I think you missed that one. But I don't know if you watched it. But basically, it was all about
You
making a
didn't
first
miss
impression
anything.
as a collector with women. So, like, it was...
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was super impressive. Everyone had a great time. So we learned a lot. So
You know what?
so it's gonna be great. Anyway, I'm
Okay.
good, Leo. Thanks for having
lots
me.
of people took notes.
A
Yeah,
lot
they
of
did.
people took notes. So, Susan, How are you doing
I'm
today?
good. Why is it all my face right now?
Because
I'm
it's
like,
all
oh,
about. We have to put it on your face. Come
oh
on,
no.
ray of sunshine, herald of hope. Come on, we have to kind of we have to give you that sunlight, that spotlight. What's going on with
Thank
you?
you. Oh, nothing. Just, living through the lifetimes. Everything's crazy over here.
Everything is super, super duper crazy
Yeah.
everywhere right now.
I'm
But
just
I am
getting super
yeah?
stoked on Shang-Chi. So
Oh,
that's my hype right now.
next week.
Next
next
week.
week.
A week from today.
Not
A week
next
from
week.
today.
And we
I don't get to see it.
Oh, Justin.
How do you not get to see it, hon?
Pandemic,
I don't know.
lockdown.
Our lockdown is on. It's killing me, honestly. I was so excited to see it, and then it's like, no, you don't get to see that or anything. I think for the rest of the year. But anyway, I won't mellow the excitement. I'm still very excited to see it.
Well, I mean, anything can happen between then, and now. You know what I mean? It can happen. He might switch up. You might get an opportunity. You never know.
What's
we'll
up
see.
with these usernames, by the way? I just saw this.
I don't know. Mine was changed out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. It just
See what I have to
what
deal
happened.
with? This is ridiculous.
And
Grow a little peach
Well.
fuzz, and this is what I get.
Wow.
I was supposed to change mine too, but I actually don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it. So I'm not gonna
Thank
say
God for your ignorance.
Anyway, so look, we're going to actually have a great show tonight. But before
Oh,
we
it's
do,
super easy, Justin. You just click your name.
yeah, you click on your name and you should be good.
Don't tell him, Susan. Don't let him do it. We just started a podcast.
Sorry,
Anyway,
Will, but I
I'm
got
going to
a
address
poll.
the chat
Yeah,
real quick, just to follow through to see who we got in with us. We got Max Geekdom. Hey, what's going on with you, man? We got the what is this? The
Articulator. That's
Articulator?
my man.
Oh,
Hi,
okay,
Dan
Articulator. Here you go. I couldn't. You know what? Articulator. I couldn't even articulate at that time. Wow. We got the big collector. How you doing, Doc Smizzle? Always in the building. We got single songwriter man. Oh man, he's always with us. We have Bob Dylan in the building. We got Tobar in the building. We got who else we got here? Owen Digital Design in the building. We got let's see here. Who else do we got? We got
Ken.
Big Collector. We got a couple of people all over the place. We got the lady herself, Toya T. How are you, baby?
Latoya, hi.
How are
The queen
you?
herself.
How are you, sweetie? She's in the building. Love that. We
Can we
got.
replace Will with her?
No. Why are you highlighting my comment, Leo? You guys are trying to ban me.
I had to.
Well, you changed.
We got
yours to ban me.
Oh,
Like,
see, look at
you're
Bob
in on
Dylan
it.
throwing me a compliment my way. Look at
He
that.
said, "Pretty sure more than just Leo call you pretty boy."
Just Leo and
Wow.
me. That's it.
Ooh, Bob
I'll have
Dylan.
I'll have to change that. We got Philip the Fool in the building. We got Will C. S Beam. We got in the building. Glad to have you on board. We got the collector number 1. Yeah. So we got a few people that's actually in this spectrum of the world right now with us. So yeah, okay, so we got some big things that pretty much happened this week, but before we actually get into that, I want to find out what's going on more so into our special guest world. Susan, what's up?
There's like
What's going
5
on
other
with you?
people here who are way more interesting than me.
Because I talk to these guys all the time. I'm talking to you right now. What's going on in your world?
I'm good. Just I don't know. Me and my friend who do MCU Explained are taking a little break from it right now because
Okay.
the what if content doesn't seem to really need to be explained. It's like
Yeah.
they're what if hypothetical situations.
Mhm.
But also, I guess next month I can announce this here. Next month I'm going to be a co-host on a Star Trek podcast, which is great because I so rarely get to talk about that side of my fandom. So that's
Okay.
going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys follow me on social media, I'll be doing more announcements about that. But that starts up towards the end of next month.
All Trek, like all shows. and
All
everything.
Trek. We're starting with we're going through like the newer ones first, like Picard and Discovery, doing like the link ups to the original series, TNG and stuff like that, and then we're actually going to go do like Lower Decks, and it's a discussion podcast where we take an episode each week or bi-weekly. I forget how it's going, but we're taking an episode, going through it, and just kind of analyzing it from the standpoint of us Trekkies. So that's going to be a lot of fun for me because, like I said, I so rarely get to like show that geek flag that's in my
Absolutely.
arsenal.
Star Trek is firing on all cylinders right now. Discovery and Picard have been very good.
They're so good, and I don't know if anybody is a Rick and Morty fan. I highly recommend watching Lower Decks because Lower Decks is bizarre. It's about the underlings and the interns and the people who don't ever get the spotlight on any sort of starship, and it is like animated, so they're 20-minute episodes, and they're just really funny and crazy bizarre.
So it just talks about like just the leftovers, people who we see but don't really get that shine. Okay, guys.
Yes, and like how like one of them is actively trying to get herself demoted, and she's hilarious. So
It's definitely not what Gene Roddenberry set out to create.
Definitely
Sure.
not, but they still do, you still have the elements of Star Trek that you know and love, like the Prime Directive. They still have to follow. They still have, their pursuit of the exploration and other things like that, those rules from Star Trek.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so when is this premiering again?
Lower Decks, actually, the second season just started, so it's about 3 episodes in now.
Okay.
But there's one full episode. It's all on Paramount Plus, and it's really easy to watch. But my Star Trek podcast, if that's what you're asking about,
yes,
is sometime next month. So you have to follow me for my official announcement.
Okay,
and you're starting with what, like the first episode of Discovery season 1 and just going through all of them?
We're actually starting with the first episode of Picard, as I understand it, and going through it.
Okay.
They did, I guess, seasons 2 and 3 back to back. Like they're filming those, so we're getting 2 more at least.
Yeah,
I think they did that because you don't know how long Patrick Stewart's going to be around. I mean,
that's going to break.
Hey! Don't talk like that.
It's true, though. Like, it's sad, but true, right?
No.
My heart.
All right, we're gonna be. I'm changing my name to Ben Brendan.
I don't want it to
I need a
happen.
What is
break.
going to happen to fandoms when Patrick Stewart?
Come on,
Look,
man.
Think
Patrick
about Carrie
Stewart's a
Fisher,
treasure,
right?
bro. Yeah,
That
but
Carrie
guy
Patrick,
threw things into upheaval.
yeah,
Carrie Fisher-
Patrick's, yeah, he's a treasure, bro. We can't.
Yeah,
I
Patrick
agree.
Stewart, and then the other one would be, I would say, Sir Ian McKellen. Whenever he goes,
Yeah.
Well,
nah.
they're like Bert and Ernie. They're the dynamic duo. You can't like,
actually,
Yeah.
It's
crazily
Professor
enough,
X and Magneto.
yeah.
on my Time Hop app, I was reminded that 5 years ago, I actually went to a play in London where I saw both of them on stage together, and that was probably
That's
one of
awesome.
the highlights of my
Oh.
fandom.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Exo 6 has their new Picard figure coming out soon.
It's supposed to be like a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, it looks like the sculpt on it. It looks. I'm sorry, the head sculpt, Justin. The head sculpt.
Thank you.
Looks fantastic.
The portrait, you mean?
Oh my god!
And I mentioned it.
Goodness
And
sakes.
I was thinking, how many people are going to take that thing and then make it Professor X and have 2 of them? I don't know, but
I was
it
tempted
looks-
to get
I'm
2
sure
and
a
then Kid
lot.
Bash at Professor X.
I think I might, just because the head sculpt looks that good that it would work. So I don't know. We'll see.
And who's releasing it?
Exo 6.
Exo 6, the same one that they just put out Data from First Contact. It's Picard from First Contact.
And they're
Oh,
still
and they
$200. They're under.
Yeah,
they're-
it's not
they're good
expensive.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if you go through Collector's Own, I mean, I think it was like $185. So it's not bad. And they just announced Janeway from Voyager. I'm
And they're
assuming
doing
they'll
the
probably do
Doctor.
Jerry
They're doing
Ryan at some point.
Doctor. They're doing
If they
him
do
too.
Yeah.
Seven in Line, that would be amazing.
Oh,
But-
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
They're
I have been
planning
told
on
that
doing
they.
all of them. They're doing the Kirk. They're going to do Spock. They're going to do them all.
I've been told that one of the upcoming ones is going to be Cisco from DS9.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
He needs a figure, and he is not
Absolutely.
given enough love.
I was told it was Cisco from the Thong Song. That's what I was told. I think they just spelled it wrong.
I think you just heard what you wanted to hear.
You know what? This is.
Oh,
It's that lemon drop.
Lael, before you jump into the first topic that you've got tonight.
Well, I was trying to show. Oh, is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah,
That's
it's
him?
dropping in a couple weeks.
Oh,
Wow.
It
This
looks
thing
good.
is.
Looks
he's
pretty
very serious.
Very stern.
Well, he was
Very
pretty pissed
serious,
off for
very
most
stern.
of First Contact, though.
Very
He
stoic.
wasn't in a good mood in that movie.
No.
No.
So, Justin, are you getting this figure?
There's an Australian saying that really makes no sense, but they say it a lot.
Justin will buy everything.
No, although that is now becoming a saying.
That's a national
but-
Australian saying now.
Maybe, who knows? I mean, we've discussed it before. There's so few people in Australia that I can just be their voice if they want. But I don't know Star Trek from a bar of soap. That's the saying. I don't know whatever from a bar of soap. It makes no sense, but we just say that. I don't know anything about Star Trek except for those new films, which I liked, but apparently, like, Star Trek fans don't like them, like the Chris Pine films. But I really enjoyed them, so I don't know.
I'm with you, Justin. I'm the same.
I liked him.
I enjoyed him.
They're
I mean, we
fine.
had
I feel like they should be called J.J. Abrams Presents Star Trek, the same way that the sequel trilogy should be called J.J. Abrams Presents Star Wars. Like, both of those things, they have the like flavoring and the tone of some of Star Wars or Star Trek, but they're ultimately like J.J.'s vision.
with
So
more lens flare.
yes, with a lot of lens flare.
I thought the
and-
first one
Yeah.
was very, very good in terms of a Star Trek
I
movie.
love
The
Star
second
Trek
two
Beyond.
had some
That
issues.
was awesome.
Hey,
I love
same
Beyond.
goes for in my opinion, same goes for the sequel trilogy. Force Awakens is like an amazing, amazing movie, and then the other two just kind of
Happened.
Oh,
Happened.
Will, watch out, Will. He's
Susan, you're breaking my heart.
biggest-
I'm so sorry here, but
No, I don't love The Last Jedi. I like it, but I do love Rise of Skywalker. But I'm with you on
Okay.
Force
Yeah.
Awakens. Force
Okay,
Awakens is
so-
amazing.
Force
The
Awakens is
Last
great.
Jedi I like visually, not necessarily story-wise.
Story
I get
wise.
it. 100%. Yeah, I get it.
Yes.
Will
Um,
Dale and I we did a stream a couple months back on the Rise of Skywalker. It was
I really like it.
contentious.
The stream and the movie.
I did not like Rise of Skywalker at all.
Really. But I'm a Kylo and Rey. I love Kylo and Rey.
I am a big Reylo shipper, but I somehow do not like Rise of Skywalker.
That's fair.
I
It's-
told
I'm in the
myself that I will not watch Rise of Skywalker again until it's actually on USA Network.
Wow.
I literally told myself I'm not gonna
It's
watch
not
it again.
that bad. Come on.
I,
It's
bro,
Harsh, dude.
I'll ship you a copy, Leo.
I won't. I just can't do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the figures. I love the figures.
Oh, okay.
I love the figures. I love the Kylo. I love the Rey. But I will not watch that film unless it's on TNT or USA. Like,
it's on
literally.
Disney Plus.
Yeah,
man.
Disney Plus. Dude.
Which is
I
like-
have, and I haven't
The
watched
Turner
it
Network.
since. The only time I watched it was the last time we did like a podcast for Will, and we had to have the discussion. Other than that,
ago.
that was
He
the
did it
last
for
time.
me.
I would not watch it again. I just can't. I can't
That's
bring
fair.
myself to
It's
watch
fair.
it. Like
All right,
literally.
well, so
Okay.
that
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
that Star Wars transition was perfect because I have a question based off of your most recent video, Ryan. With the was it fuse reactor, like the lights for that you did for, so they've come out with some or they've got some in the offing for lightsabers, for hot toy lightsabers, and you showed off the Vader one. The great solution, especially for that Hulkbuster, like rather than dealing with all those, it's just a nightmare to deal with any batteries and hot toys. But those, so I liked the solution that they came up with that you showed in the most recent video, but obviously we're limited by the quality of the actual light up function in the lightsabers.
Yep.
My question is, have any of you guys thought of it? Is that one
Justin
of the
has one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
got I got sent some CCFL lightsabers, but the
Yeah, the
thing that I've
CCFL
always
yeah.
hated, the things that I've always hated about these lightsabers is they always have that stupid little dongle on the end, and it looks horrible. It looks ridiculous.
And those can generate a
this
little bit of
guy-
heat, though, right?
It's already getting hot. I've literally just turned
Yeah.
it on.
So
this guy,
my question is: has anybody on this panel, in the chat, or if you haven't thought of it yourself, or you heard of somebody else doing it, what do you think about an actual, like a paint application, like an iridescent paint application that makes the saber look like it's lit up without having to be powered?
You mean
Do you
like
think
a
that's-
UV effect?
Like
Not a
white in
UV
the
like
middle and
the
blue on the
horrible
edges,
thing
you
they
mean?
did with like Black Panther, but like an actual like iridescent paint, so it looks like it might be lit up. Like, do you think that is even a thing? Like that might work?
I think that would work. I mean, we've seen companies do those fake glows on stuff before. Just have a white core and do a blue edge. I think it would work depending on what kind of paint you use.
Because the thing is, it's like going back and relying on the quality of, even with the fuse reactor lights, the quality of, because it's lit pretty strongly like toward the base of the hilt, but then the further you get away from that, the weaker it gets. And then if you have like statues that don't have a light up, feature, but they've got a blade, would some sort of paint application maybe be a decent substitute?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer.
I don't necessarily know that it would work on statues, because on my statues with the lightsaber, unless you have like a double layer type situation where like the inside is painted and then the outside still looks like glass-ish, like that might work if you put like a clear resin or epoxy something like on the outside of it to give that like saber effect.
Yeah, I've just been seeing so many mods to 6 scales and statues lately that have really been, impressive to me, that it just made me think about like a way to work around just the crappy light up functions that we get on most collectibles.
Like on statues, the first thing that goes is the saber. Like,
but that's a CCFL. Is that what it is, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the
Aren't those fairly expensive though?
Yeah.
Look,
I've got several statues that the sabers just stopped working.
Oh yeah, none of my sabers on my PFs work anymore.
Yeah, it's really annoying. But
it's interesting that we're even having this Star Wars conversation. It really is.
These don't have the little dongles on the end, is what I was trying to say before. They don't have those stupid little dongles. So this is the first that I've seen that don't have that. Those horrible little, what I'm talking about? Like, it's like just this thing floating and they just snipped it or whatever, and then you just, have that. Now, here you go. There's your saber. It looks exactly like the film.
You're going to chop off your microphone.
Watch out.
He's a Jedi
But
now.
yeah, this is awesome. I've never seen these in person before, so I was like, wow, this is fantastic. I don't know how much it costs because I didn't pay for it because the dude sent it to me. But I mean, it's really bright, so I can recommend it. It looks cool.
I've never done them, Justin, just because like some people are really good about hiding the wire, but if you're not good about hiding the wire, it bugs the shit out of me. Like I can't get past the wire being there. Like it's like I'd rather have it not light up than have the wire there. So
I haven't messed with them because I move my figures monthly. I move crap around, and I don't want to deal with wires. I'm always
Buster's the only one.
Which is why I refuse. I mean, the thing is, if I don't put the batteries inside the arm, I'm not really worried about the light up feature. If I need to light it up, especially if I'm taking a photo, Photoshop it like a mother. So that's exactly what I do. I just refuse to do everything else. But since we're on this topic, the year was 2017. Celebration, Star Wars in Miami. No, it was in Orlando, Florida. I wish it was in Miami. It was in Orlando. Okay, now that was my first time. It was the very first time I actually attended a celebration.
It was Florida.
Man, look, and it was. But the thing is, and Susan, you can attest it. It was burning up hot outside, but it was freezing in that. Oh my God! Now, mind you, when I was there, the entire time, and I didn't know it, I had pneumonia.
Oh, damn.
For real?
The entire time I had pneumonia. It started when it was the flight over. I got sick, but I didn't know. I just felt the chills. It didn't really progress. It didn't get any farther. But the day that we arrived, I felt it a little bit. I went, got a bit of medication. I was like, you know what? Nope, let's go. We just walked up to the actual, the hall, went in, started seeing everything spectacular. And, just walking around perusing and stuff like that. It was close. Like we got there, we spent the entire time. There was almost time to close, and that day, it was a special day for me because it was the very first time that I met this lady right here. That was the very first time. Look at me, bro. Old man with a hat on, but that was the very first time that we basically met. Now, mind you, I had watched her on YouTube. I had watched all the programming, everything. It was just always interesting. She was the face of what we will not mention, but at the time, like I said, it was just an incredible, it was an amazing experience. Matter, we had a conversation. She was like, so what do you collect? Now there's a story behind this. Now listen, here's the thing, there's a story behind this, and as Susan, I've been wanting to tell you this for the longest time. So
okay,
all right, so the day we met, You were like, "Oh, what do you collect?" I said, "Well, 1/6 scale. I'm a Star Wars fan." He was like, "Oh, okay. I'll be right back." So I was like, "Okay, what's going on with this?" Like, I just, you know what? I just wanted a picture. That's all I wanted.
I know how this story ends.
Yeah,
so.
right. All I wanted was a picture. That's all I wanted. I just wanted a picture. I got the picture. So you were like, "I'll be right back." So you went, you grabbed the box, and you were like, "Here." And I'm like, "What do you mean here?" You were like, "Just here, take it." And I'm like, "What?" Where I was like, "Wait a minute, I'm not gonna get in trouble for this." But you're just like, "Nah, just take it." Now, a friend of mine was with me. He was standing there right there with me. Now, mind you, I told you what I liked. We talked about it. You gave him a box too. He ended up getting the figure that I wanted and taunting me the entire time because he got Phasma, but I actually got it was a Death Trooper.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was so excited about
You
it.
definitely got the better deal, dude.
I
did.
say, the Death Trooper is way
I
cooler,
did.
and it sold out faster.
Exactly. So I did. I got the better deal. It was phenomenal. It was incredible. When we got home,
you look like a little kid who just got to
Bro.
take a picture with their favorite superhero. In this
bro,
picture.
right? I was excited because I was like, "Yo, I didn't have first of all, I didn't even know you were going to be there. I had no idea." And then to see you there, I was like, "Okay, this is amazing." So I finally got a chance. I took the picture, got the figure, went back to the hotel. We came back a couple days, back and forth, whatever. Anyway, got back home. I was sick for about a good couple of weeks. Damon, my friend who you gave the Phasma to, ended up getting into a bit of trouble with, his companion, and she destroyed it. Literally broke it in half. Yes, in pieces. Literally in pieces. Yo, as a matter of fact, I had the bag with all the pieces because he said, "Yo, can you put it back together?" I said, "What do you think I am? Like, Jesus? I can't do that.
I
It's not
guarantee
gonna
you
work."
somebody just screenshot all of our faces at once.
Yo, she literally destroyed it, right? And the thing is, before she did it, I told him, I was like, "Bro, you don't have a DTOF yet. You might as well just give it to me so I can put it in the shelf and just wait." He didn't listen, and she destroyed it. Like, literally destroyed it in pieces. He was like, "Yo, can I come see the Death Trooper?" I said, "No, you're bad luck. I can't have you with my friend. It's not going to work."
Is he still with her?
Huh?
Is he still with her?
They're married.
Damn.
They just got married about a month ago. Like, so he's still with her, but she
my.
destroyed that along with his Xbox.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was
buy him a Phasma as a wedding gift.
Is she
He
an
has a
anger
forgiving
management?
nature layout. That's all I can say.
Yo, he's a good guy, and they ironed it out. Everything was cool, but the damage was already done. The minute you destroy any of my figures, it's like I'm out. You know what I mean? But it was what it was. But this was the very first time that we met. It was incredible. Celebration was fun, but I was so sick. That's why I need a redemption. I need to be redeemed because I was terribly sick the entire time. Not this day, but the days following. It was just I'm telling you, it was a mess. But yeah, I remember this day. This was the spark of an amazing relationship.
Oh yeah,
and we've been cool ever since. Like, we're like fame. Like, she can actually come to the cookout and get some chicken and everything she wants. Now, I don't eat the meat, but everybody else does.
But she's not allowed anywhere near your collection.
Oh,
me?
ooh.
No,
Susan?
not you. Oh no, sorry. I meant not you.
No, I'm talking about-
Susan was so offended.
Yeah, not you.
She was
No,
like, "What the?"
your boy's wife though. She's not allowed anywhere near your collection.
Bruh, like he's
500
he's not allowed over here, period. Like, I won't. It's not because he's not a good guy. It's just that he's bad luck. And I'm like, I just, you might run, but she might run over here looking for you and just decide to take it back to everything. I'm like,
it's
nah,
true.
it's not gonna happen. So we're not gonna
Wow.
do that. Yeah, but that was the day, But then, like I said, it followed. We seen each other at the New York Comic Con, and there you gave me the golden ticket. I got the golden ticket, and what did I get? I got the Han and Frozen Carbonite, from the 1/6
Like, another Death Trooper.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So she gave me a golden ticket. So I mean, it just, after that, it was just like, yo, I was lucky. And
By the way, this also makes it sound like those contests are like hella rigged, and they're not. They're like completely random, and it just like still happens.
well, you know what? You can tell them right now.
That's
It
funny that
doesn't-
you say that because
What?
you actually, I don't know if you remember this. You probably don't. You actually gave me one of the things that we won't talk about in the place. But you actually gave me a
Those are
Hot
awesome.
Toy Stan Lee figure.
Which one? The
The original.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember
Stan the
that.
man.
That
Yeah,
would
you-
have had to have been at an SDCC because that's the only time.
No,
that
I wasn't at the event. It was an online thing.
Oh, gotcha.
See?
So I got this thing, and I was collecting all Star Wars at the time, like because that's the phase I go through. I was collecting all Star Wars, and I got it, and I was like, "Cool, this is awesome." And I kept it for like 2 or 3 months, whatever it was, and I sold it. And then like 2 months later, he died.
Yeah.
Damn, it went through the roof. I was kicking myself forever about that.
Yeah, I was gonna. Why wouldn't you hold on to that just because?
I wasn't
he was
thinking
old?
that.
Like, he was,
Especially
like,
since the days of you
old.
winning
If
any
you
type of
won it.
contest like that are long gone.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, there's
yeah.
no way in hell I'd win anything now. But it's I don't know. I was sad. It was a sad day. Sad. But
See, but it
Damn,
was
I
the
have a
gift.
rule. Anything I
what I'm
win,
saying is they're
I
not
keep.
rigged. I got lucky. That's all it was.
Yeah,
It
they're
says
definitely not rigged.
Oh, but hold up. See, the last what was it? The New York Comic Con in 2019 before the pandemic hit.
Hey, the one we went to.
Yeah, I was
Ex-
like the one I was with Justin at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one, now mind you, I was there and all I was doing was taking pictures and stuff like that. So I was taking pictures for, and posting them up in the group, and everyone doing the contest, because I think they had like some type of an event the first night, whatever. So if you went to the event, they were giving away tickets to get figures and this, that, and the third. The next day they had the contest. So everybody who knew,
I missed
and these were
all of
people,
this.
like literally, these are people who I didn't know anybody at that time. They were sending me messages saying, "Oh, are you at the con?" I was like, "Yeah." "Hey, do you want to be a buddy for a contest?" I was like, "All right, cool."
I
So,
remember that.
What does that
Right?
mean?
I remember seeing
wa-
you on that when
Bro.
I was on my computer and I'm like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
What does
So
a contest buddy mean?
So listen.
Yeah.
So what it is like one of the
Oh, okay.
contests. Susan, did you know? Did you know about this at the time? No. Anyway, so let me explain. You had to
It was just a
basically.
gimmick thing.
So what it was is the person who, if you wanted to get a certain figure, if you want to enter the contest, what you had to do was tag a friend, and you both had to do certain things. So since I was at the con, I had to do something, and then that other person had to finish it. So if they did that, and the first person who posted it got a figure. So the first thing I got was the what was it? The Last Jedi Ray. Now, mind you, I'd already had the Last Jedi Ray, but I wanted. I was like, all right, cool. I take a second.
Damn, y'all are winning stuff left, right, and center. I've never won anything from
I've
any
never
It
got
gets-
a free figure.
But
This is ridiculous.
it gets better.
Wow.
I
So
won an Ant-Man that
okay,
was like
okay.
literally life size, like when he's shrunk down
yo, but
at one event. It cost
So-
like 17 cents.
so the next day they had another contest. Now, mind you, I don't know the rules of this contest. I don't know how that shit works. I don't really know when they tell me or if they let me know. I was at the con, so I didn't have time to read the rules and regulations or anything. Anyway, so another guy hits me up. "Hey, do you want to be my buddy and enter in it?" I was like, all right, sure. So I had to start a jingle next to something, it was like you had to find something, sing that jingle, whatever, and then that person had to finish it. So I found a Spider-Man painting, sung it, he finished it. I won Thanos. It was a 1/6 Thanos from Infinity War. Yo, when I tell you I won that, but after that, it was a shitstorm of comments and people inboxing. "How can you win two? You shouldn't have actually been." I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I didn't know the rules.
So
Yeah, I didn't know the rules. I didn't, and they basically, and then they had to explain to them like, well, look, he didn't know, and it was just like a whole fiasco. That entire, I was like, you know what? I'm never entering another contest again. I got my winnings. I'm out.
Lael, according to Latoya in the chat, she realized that when you won back-to-back contests, that she should keep you around.
That's when they
Yeah.
fell in love.
Yeah,
At that moment.
yeah.
isn't she part of that good like juju, good luck?
Oh yeah,
Isn't she
definitely.
part of it? Like I would say that having
You know what? She definitely was, because both days I won. I was like, yo, I'm keeping her close.
Hey.
Like both days I won. So I was like, all right,
Well,
cool. I'll take that. And run
maybe.
with
Yeah,
it.
but all your luck is gone now because now you got bed and breakfast, losing your reservation. So now
Maybe
it's
you
just-
can win something else because a subscriber of mine has actually sponsored a giveaway.
What?
So
Wow.
I don't know how that came about, but Aaron Jones, he, a good friend, we know him well. He messaged me and said, "Hey, I want to sponsor a giveaway. I feel like giving
Wow.
back to the community." And I was like, "Whoa, super generous."
Is he
Wait,
gonna
Aaron?
become
Aaron?
a st-
Yeah, Aaron.
What a
yeah.
figure to do it with.
Oh,
That's giving
Yeah,
away.
he bought a Mysterio from Toys Wonderland and had it sent to me. And he's
That's
like, "You know what?
crazy.
Do whatever you want, give it away. And I just want to give back." So
it's not going to look at all suspect when I win. That.
So
Justin, can I enter?
So wait a minute.
Win that, 'cause
Let me
I
enter,
don't have
Justin.
Mysterio
Now,
yet.
now, can we agree Lael can't win?
Okay.
Yeah,
The rest
I'm
of us are
out.
fair though.
I'm
Leal,
out.
no, out.
I'm out of
Yeah.
it. Everybody else can win. I'm out.
All right.
You know what? I got my winnings. I'm good. I've won. Actually,
Fair.
you know what? I'm not going to say this without being mushy. The biggest winning is the simple fact that I get a chance to sit here with all you guys. So I won.
Hey.
Literally, I won
Wow.
everything. Because a month ago, I wouldn't be here. Like, so
That was
seriously,
the hallmark
I
moment
won
right
that.
there.
Like, literally, like, that's my winning. So I'm fine. I don't need to win
That's our
anything
new
else. I'm
meme.
good.
That's a new meme. Oh.
I know you're mostly talking
Everybody
about
do-
me,
you
Leal.
gotta
So.
tilt your head to the side. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Aw.
You see, that's exactly why I shouldn't have said that shit.
story.
Keep the kindness to yourself.
It is a true story. But okay, so getting it, so I want to jump into something first because, like I said, we had this discussion on Justin's show, and we had this discussion as well. And it's fitting, Susan, because I want your take on this because we discussed it the other day. But this was for a specific reason. So the trailer dropped for Spider-Man, No Way Home, right?
Uh-huh.
So these guys felt as though there was something really strange about Strange. They felt as though there was something that was really, really off about him and that there could be a reason why he's acting that way. So I was like, you know what? Let me get, let me try to basically see if, maybe I can get.
I have thought.
Mhm.
I'd really like an explanation.
I think I genuinely am like so excited for this movie in a way that I wasn't before. May I say the thing that I've been saying all over the internet, which is I absolutely 1,000% love that Dr. Stephen Strange can save the galaxy, attempt to save the multiverse, break the multiverse, because clearly Stephen broke it, but can't be bothered to fix a window. So there's that. That's like my favorite thing about this trailer. But I loved everything about this trailer. I've watched it like 5 or 6 times, and I think that we're gonna get to see a lot of versions of Steven, possibly maybe possessed by him. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the comics, the spell is actually performed by Mephisto. So Mephisto's also been known to take other forms. So is it Mephisto? Is it not? I don't know.
I hope so.
See, this is what
Everybody wants Mephisto.
Yeah, we do.
WandaVision happened.
Yeah.
It's very
everybody.
out of character, right? For him to just be like, you know what? I was gonna let you people die to protect this stone, but
Right.
stuff it. Let's just do the thing and make
Right.
people forget. I was like, oh, really?
And
You would
in
be
the
like that? So-
comics, the
Yeah.
person who does it is Mephisto, who genuinely would want to fuck everybody over.
It's a meanie. Watch out.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
it's either Mephisto or it's Mysterio
writing?
is not dead.
I don't think Mysterio's dead either,
No,
but
he's
I
not
don't
dead.
think it's
I don't think Mysterio
Well,
is
because-
dead either. No.
We
No, he's
still
not
need
dead.
because we right now it looks like we have 5 of the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be 6.
Yeah.
There we go. It's too perfect.
Which we
I'm-
definitely need.
The Sinister Six is just like having that being on screen is just like blowing my mind.
They have
Can we throw this out
we've
there
come
for
this close to it
last
so
year?
many
We,
times.
year before last, we got Bro Thor for the laziest cosplay ever. Now we got Bro Strange.
I
From
know.
Home Strange, they call him.
I mean,
Yeah, work from home
homeless-
Strange.
I mean, Marvel's really lowering the effort we have to put into cosplaying these characters, and I think it looks freaking cool. So, I'm in.
Yeah. I think See, the thing is, my thing is with this is like, I'm not going to make any type or pass any type of judgment until we see the actual film. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that, you know, until I actually see it. I'm just going to wait. But he is acting sort of weird. But if it's Mephisto, it's going to be cool as shit. That just basically means that we get a 1/6 scale figure that I cannot wait to include in the caption back here. But I mean, at the same time, it could be a multiverse version of him. You know what I mean?
There's no way he didn't correct him when he didn't call him doctor. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's way too. Steven is so arrogant. So arrogant. Oh my God.
The smartness that we're getting from him in this trailer harkens back to pre-accident Stephen Strange.
Right.
Not like I've learned and have kind of evolved. I'm still a little cocky. You know what I mean? It feels like a version. So I feel like it could be the ego and the attitude of Mysterio or Mephisto coming through in their kind of ruse. So, I mean, yeah, because also it seems like, especially after everything that's gone on with Infinity War and Endgame, that Doctor Strange wouldn't be so quick and easy to like start, messing with the multiverse and to start doing stuff like trying to alter reality for Peter. Just like, yeah, I'm going to do it, even though Wong told me not to, but wink, wink, Yeah. I feel like it feels out of character for him. So I think that's why it's not him.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Definitely.
It's got to be. Yeah, it can't be him.
But okay, so another thing that I wanted to kind of touch on, because we kind of like, this is a discussion there too, because once we saw the trailer, I was like, okay, are they going to make changes? Justin, we addressed this as well. Like me and you and Will, we kind of addressed this the other day. Are they going to make changes to this? Because what we saw on camera was totally different from, pretty much now what was even shown in the film. Pretty much like, for instance, like and I'm going to pull this up as soon as I get a chance to get it here. Not this piece, but that's a funny caption too. But I wanted to kind of talk about the more so the 1/6 scale version of the character or of Spider-Man, because it just seems like, with the suit, it's different. Like it's way different from, pretty much what we saw, and it doesn't have the red. Like it could be a transformation between what's, him. I don't know if it might be him phasing from the red suit to the gold, if the gauntlets, or if maybe that amulet across his chest controls that. It could be, but I'm wondering. I'm just really, really wondering if that's the case here. Like, what do you guys think?
I'm of the wait and see category.
Me
I
too.
think if the red is not there in the film, I don't think this gets released with the red. I think they'll do an update like they've done with Wanda, and they've done updates in the past.
This could be like a similar thing like with Stormbreaker from Infinity War, where they didn't have the right scale because they were going off like concept stuff, not the final like film. So
it could be.
I think
the Marvel Legends figure also has the red. So that's two companies that have done the red on the suit. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's part of the snap transition of the black suit materializing over his regular suit, and it's not finished yet. And that's why you're seeing red on the hands. I don't know. I feel like if it truly is all black and gold in the film, then they kind of have to update it. I don't think we've ever seen something not accurate suit-wise. Like, yeah, okay, an accessory might be slightly off, but I don't think we've ever seen a suit that's not been accurate to the film, unless I'm misremembering.
And Hasbro's already got the figures released, so they don't know. They're just
The only one, Justin, is Killmonger, but we know why that was. Because
I think
the
that
suit,
was a choice. That was a
Right.
choice, though, with the gold lines versus
Right.
the black lines. I
Right.
wanted to make him a little bit
Technicality,
a little
but
bit
yeah.
spicy. Make him a little
right,
bit
and
spicy.
it looks fantastic. So
Oh yeah.
I think this figure looks great, but I'm with you, Justin. I think if it doesn't appear this way in the film, Hot Toys is guaranteed going to change it, in my opinion. Like, I think there's no way they keep
their
this.
prime directive is accuracy, right?
Right,
Like
exactly.
Howard Chan and JC in that interview said, we want to take Terminator and put him on your coffee table. Whatever steps we have to take to get there, that's what we're going to do. We want to be as accurate as humanly possible. Everything else, articulation, etc., comes later. We just want to make it as accurate as possible. So I don't think, if the red is not there in the film, I don't think this comes with the red.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. The suit looks great, though. Looks really cool.
I'm still getting this bitch.
I know you are.
I'm still getting it,
Ryan's
and no
getting it
one's going
too,
to
I
tell
know.
me I'm not. I'm still
Oh,
going to
it's
have this
Spider-Man,
piece in my
Of
collection.
course.
It's
Yeah.
Spider-Man. You cannot. And
Gotta have
Susan, guess what? We are going. Okay, what do you think we are going to get the Bro Strange? in
I mean,
160?
I don't, but I want him.
We can make one. We can
I
make
mean,
one.
yeah, you can kit bash. I
Yeah, that's
love
gonna be
that
easy to kit bash.
Columbia University sold out of that hoodie in like hours within the trailer dropping.
really?
Really?
Yeah.
Did they? What?
Yeah,
They're loving it then.
crazy.
That's
Nice.
so
Yo.
cool. I didn't even think to do that. That's crazy.
Yo,
Oh, I thought to do it, but I saw and I was like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, I can't."
so when you
Uh,
jumped on and you saw it, it was just complete. You said, "All right, let me grab one," and it was gone.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh," and I thought I was being clever too because I was like, "Oh, well, no one's gonna think to do this," and then apparently everybody thought to do this.
What about the mug? Will really wants the mug. I know that much.
So the mug also sold out. One of my coworkers managed to grab one for me because she went straight for the mug. So
Nice.
she grabbed me, so I'm gonna have that mug. So if you have me on again after she gives it to me, I'll have the mug.
Nice.
Hey.
If
I need
have
to
you-
get one too.
What do you mean? If I have you one again? What did you? What did you say that? Did
I
you
don't
really
know.
say
I'm attracting trolls apparently.
Look,
We
trolls
all
can.
do. It's okay.
Yeah, like
We
it's
all know.
basically we're the bad batch.
There's troll repellent here in this.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is this.
That's
group we-
okay, but Justin's
I don't want to
gonna
be
right.
associated with the Bad Batch right now.
What's up, bro? Come on, man. The bad batch. It's
No.
okay.
They
Okay,
don't
so
look like you.
right. So are you gonna still get the? You're still gonna get the figures, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the figures. Absolutely. You know, Susan, someone asked if Omega's accent was real. Like there was so many
Yeah.
comments asking if
No.
it's a fake accent. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's 100% real. That's exactly what people from New Zealand.
Yeah, I was
sound
like, that's in New
Yeah.
Zealand though. It's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Come on,
but yeah,
man.
people thought her accent was fake. But anyone who still thinks that, no, her accent is
Oh,
real.
no.
That's a real. That's what people in New Zealand sound like that. So
Listen to Taika. Taika Waititi sounds exactly like
Yeah.
that.
exactly.
He does.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of the show, but yes, I will be getting the figures. Absolutely, of course.
Wait, why aren't you a fan of the show? So here's a random thing that I'm going to admit. I haven't watched any of the Bad Batch yet because my goal was for when it finished to binge watch all of it in a weekend. So that's actually what I'm doing over Labor Day weekend is binge watching
okay.
all of Bad Batch. So I haven't watched any of it yet, but I actually have not heard a single person who doesn't like Bad Batch, and I'm really curious why you don't like it.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's I think 5 episodes that I really enjoyed. That like straight to the meat of the matter, because like the premise to me was that made the show interesting was what happens to the clones when the Empire wants to replace the clones with stormtroopers. That
Yeah.
was like the elevator pitch, and that's super interesting. And the episodes that focus on that are really good. But then there's like 15 other episodes that's just like going to the moon to get popcorn, or walking down the street to pat this space dog, and you're like, what the hell? Like
That's the predominant
Really?
opinion that I've heard a lot too, is that there are like 5 strong episodes, and then the rest is kind of like
Yeah.
Dave
Padding.
Filoni getting a little crazy without John Favreau there to kind of rein him in and own the vision.
it's just like it serves, and like some people say, oh yeah, well you want to see them bonding, etc. But like you feel the bond already based on the first episode, because the first episode's over an hour long, so
Yeah.
you get to see, and that's I really like that episode actually. It set the tone quite nicely. But then like it's just junk. Like,
So you think
I
the
really
bond
do
is like overkill?
But
not necessarily,
to
but
be
like
fair, why don't you want to pet the space dog? I totally want to
I mean,
pet
I would.
I was gonna say,
But it doesn't need an episode.
And
I want to
Wrecker,
pet the space
oh
dog.
my
I don't want
God.
to watch somebody else do it for hours.
I literally cannot with Wrecker. Like there are some serious
You hate
moments in
Wrecker
the show
so
and then he just comes in, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna smash everything." And you're
which
like,
one is he?
Record. He's the bulky big.
one.
Yeah.
Is he like
he's-
Discount Hawk or something? Like what's the
Oh,
deal with
okay.
that?
Yeah, he is.
He
He is
hates
like
Wrecker
Discount
like
Hawk.
he like
Literally.
Wrecker made fun of his mom. Like it's
Wrecker is
Justin
the
really
mean
hates
one?
Wrecker.
This
No,
one?
no, that's Hunter. Hunter is my favorite. He's the leader. Wrecker is the big one, and he's just like like when you have really bland writing in a film, they're like, oh, how do we want to make the big one act? Oh, just make him act super dumb because he's big, It's like that. He just
They
comes
should
in,
have
he's like,
made
oh,
him the
smash,
super
I want to
smart
smash
one.
everything. And you're like, oh, Jesus, he just ruins the moment every episode. And people are like, oh, I love that. He's funny. He's funny maybe if you're 12.
Well, maybe
but,
maybe the show is just for 12-year-olds.
some pretty
They
dark.
should
that
have made
sounds a
the
lot
big
like Clone
beefy
Wars to
one the
me.
really smart one.
Yeah.
There's some
Mix it
pretty
up.
dark stuff in.
But is the really
in
smart
some
one
of the
skinny and
episodes.
has glasses and is a little taller than most of them?
Yeah.
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 What a stereotype.
Oh.
Yeah, no
Wow.
stereotype at all.
Echo.
And the guy with the long hair and the Rambo thing, he's not like a tracker.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Look,
Yeah, no.
Dave
You wouldn't
Filoni's not
expect
going to
him
hit a
be
home
like-
run every time, but
That's
I
true.
mean,
like,
He's like a solid double though.
yeah, but I mean, look at like the Clone Wars. That had a lot of filler. Like I loved it, but it could have been
Oh,
like 2 or
well-
3 seasons, not 7.
Clone Wars had tons of filler, and even Rebels had filler too.
Yeah.
Like,
Even
Will's
the
been
last
struggling
season of Clone
to get
Wars
into
had
Clone Wars.
those 4 episodes where Ahsoka went off with the sisters. I could have done with all of that. And
yeah.
Correct. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So,
Justin and I talked about
So
Clone
this
Wars.
show
It
is
just- yeah.
this show is mostly all of the stuff that you didn't like about Clone Wars and Rebels. This show is 90% that. There you go. I solved it.
Well, I can't wait for me to watch
Yeah.
all of it. Finally.
Just look up the list of,
Wait.
I think it's like 5 episodes that actually advance the story and are really good. And and some of the episodes where they use original trilogy music,
Mm.
perfect. It sets the tone perfectly versus that weird sort of Cartoon Network, funny, jolly music, that they use in Clone Wars that doesn't really feel all that Star Wars and doesn't really set the tone. They use that a lot here. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like Star Wars to me. But then some of the episodes are really good and they feel like they were directed by someone else completely. So maybe just watch those ones.
Yeah.
So well, Justin, do you think something like this would make you happy when it comes on?
Well,
would that
of
make you happy when
course.
it comes on? Like,
Of course.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's going to be a banger.
Considering we have like
it
we
Ewan's
have
my
a
guy. I love
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna cry talking about the show. I'm going to cry. I can't wait for the show.
Oh my god!
so
like,
excited.
you know what? I'm excited on a different level because I'm excited that finally, and they've already announced it, that we're gonna actually see Inquisitors on the show. So that's just something that we will
Yeah,
actually see.
yep.
So I'm
Or
extremely happy
see
about it.
Inquisitors for the first time in live action, right?
And the
Yeah.
first time
Yeah.
in live action, which means we'll get them 1/6
Yep,
scale.
yep.
Well, I don't
I
know.
genuinely hope that Jason Isaacs gets to be the Grand Inquisitor because he did such an awesome job voicing him. But I
Yeah,
genuinely hope that they actually get to,
yep.
because also he's such a good villain. We know
Yeah.
this from The Patriot and Harry Potter, and he's such a good on-screen presence
Star
for
Trek
a villain.
Discovery.
Star Trek oh well, that's a spoiler.
Not really.
I mean, it
Also-
is.
Also, they're in the 3rd season, so
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
I'm-
They're, like,
I'm-
they're
I haven't
still,
seen
week-long
I haven't seen this Star
spoiler
Trek
ban.
Discovery,
ruin
but
it.
Me either.
I stream with Robert Meyer Burnett, and he's a huge Star Trek fan, and he really does not like Discovery.
Okay,
Is that a
Discovery.
common thing?
Discovery is very polarizing in that way. However, I genuinely identify with the main character in Discovery, and therefore I am completely on board with it. I understand what all of the people who critique it and really, really hate it are talking about, because those things do bug me sometimes while I'm watching the show. However, I'm so on board with the main character that I won't be deterred from liking that show.
I grew up
Is
a
it- I don't
diehard
understand
Trekkie,
so
and
some
I
of the
love
critique-
Discovery.
Some of the critique that I've heard is it's not boring enough. Not that it's not boring enough, but it's not the old Star Trek. They're like, oh, it was more like talking and they were going and seeing these things and talking about these, and I'm like,
They
that's
have
like
episodes
saying-
like that. They totally have. I
I
mean,
never-
Brendan,
I've never
you
understood that.
you
Yeah,
watch.
they definitely have a lot of really good dialogue and exposition.
A
and
lot of
looking
boring
but
parts.
but the other thing is that was what everybody criticized the Next Generation.
Yeah, that's
for,
what
I was
not
thinking.
having enough action, and now
Right.
you've got more. And now they're like, oh, there's too much. You just
That's-
can't please everybody. I don't know. I personally, the production value, they're
Yes.
like, it's better on Discovery and
So I should
Picard
watch
than even the most recent J.J. Abrams movies.
I think that
Like,
I should watch.
Justin,
Yes, no.
Justin, I genuinely think you'll like Discovery.
Well, not knowing anything about old Star
yeah.
Trek, I won't be like, oh, you
Yeah.
know, it's not.
Well, if you start from the pilot of Discovery, since Discovery takes place in like before the original series, there's like a lot of intro stuff in there to Star Trek as a whole and the Federation, so you can pick it up without having watched any other Star Trek. And honestly, that might benefit you because
and
you
if
don't
you're
have
a fan, if you're a fan of Michelle, was it Michelle Yeoh?
Michelle Yeoh. Oh,
Yeah. If you're a fan of her,
yeah.
this show, you're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
she's
All right.
phenomenal.
I'll put it on my list. I will add it to my list. By the way, someone in the chat, Robert Sweeney, asks if I'm getting the Tesla robot. As soon as I can pre-order the Tesla robot, I will be getting it. Absolutely.
that makes sense to me.
It is a humanoid robot that, well, you know, if Elon's usually delivered.
Yeah.
He takes his time, but he usually delivers. So I've got faith that he can build this robot. He also said that it's you're easily going to be able to overpower it, and you can run away quite easily. It's quite slow, just in case for those worried about.
For those who watched iRobot.
Can
Yeah,
we
exactly.
also talk about Lynch wrote Star Trek Visions or Star Wars? Sorry, mixed them up. Star Wars Visions looks amazing. Did you guys? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
Star
You all
Wars
know I
Visions
love
is
Japan.
Incredible.
And this is like my dream.
And the
Japanese
thing
anime
is-
style Star Wars.
Right.
Love it.
Me too.
I'm happy because, like I said, they're giving it a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're seeing something totally different. And you know what I mean? I'm just glad. I mean, the experience, just like the quality that I've seen so
When is
far.
that coming out?
I think.
Actually, pretty
Let's
soon.
hear it.
Yeah,
right?
it's supposed to be soon. I think it's going to. I know it's going to be before Book of Boba. I know that.
Yeah.
So it's before the end of this year. Then it's 2021.
Yeah.
22nd of September. 22nd of September.
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez. Okay, so literally
fast.
less than a month. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
like-
I think this thing says there's only 2 episodes. They're all dropping. They're both dropping at once.
Oh, they are.
What I've got says 9 episodes.
9.
Oh wow.
Are you on Wikipedia?
Maybe they're
I'm on
dropping
Google.
the first 2 like
I'm on the Google.
at once, and then
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, then
this
maybe
says-
the first 2 they're dropping.
Yeah, this says 9, and it says release date September 22nd for all of them. So if that's true, I'm gonna
Wow.
be very happy. Well, it makes sense
Wow.
if you have nine episodes, then you're going to make it quite a ways through September, October, and then November you've got Hawkeye,
Boba.
and then
Yeah.
December
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
got
that's
Book
true.
of Boba,
Oh right,
And then-
right.
and then
Can
Ms.
we all
Marvel.
just
I don't
admit
know
that-
when, but maybe
can we all just
this
admit
year,
there's
maybe not.
never been a better time to be a fan of Star
anything.
Trek? Star
Of anything,
Wars,
that's what I was about to
comics,
say.
anything.
Pretty much
anything.
anything right now.
It's
Because, like I
people
said,
love
There's
everything,
never a
but
good
there's
time to be a
something
horror
for
fan.
everybody.
Yeah.
listen. Yesterday, I literally watched that episode of What If 5 times,
Oh.
and I loved it.
That was
I
really good. So I like that
loved
one.
it.
It was good.
It's so interesting. I did not like this past. I loved
You
the
didn't?
first 2, and I
Oh.
did not like the third one.
Man,
I have
loved it.
not watched. I just cannot get into this show. I don't like it.
What?
This one was too.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's
you didn't
just-
want if you
I know
yesterday's.
this one has Loki in it. I know.
It
so
was
it's
the
like-
the
yeah.
one for you,
Right.
Like
It's-
You're
literally.
about to earn
Like,
the
yeah.
fan
Here's what I say.
will.
I shouldn't say that. I don't not like it. It's just so mediocre. Like it's just like there's. I mean myself. Sorry. I got so excited. I mean myself.
But it's
So-
the Watcher. The Watcher.
It's like, but it just feels like bland.
This one is
I
not
mean,
like.
it
I know
just-
what you mean, Will. I
like,
felt
it
that
just-
in the Star-Lord T'Challa episode. Like everything
What?
is so like
Oh
everything's
my
go.
God.
No, like I loved it, but I could tell what they were going for. Obviously, it's Chadwick's last performance. They probably knew that.
Right.
They wanted to end on a high note. Everyone's friends. Everyone's having a great time. It's all fun. You know. I
So-
saw it, so
It
didn't really get into the.
The
you know,
reason
the meat
I
of it.
like that one is because if you read the What If comics,
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
that the What If comics
Yes.
always like flip the script on everything.
Everything.
So every
Everything.
detail is flipped. So you have Thanos like
Yes.
making jokes about genocide because that's
Yeah,
hilarious. Like,
exactly.
Right.
like it's the What If comics are so weird that way where
Yeah.
they almost make you uncomfortable because you're like, I don't know how I feel
Oh.
about Nebula.
Yeah.
acting
I think
like
they
that.
didn't
They're not
convey
just
that. They
making
didn't
one
convey
little
that
Yeah.
significant
well.
change.
Yeah.
They're
It
doing
just-
a ton of stuff, like
Right.
really flipping
And
it.
So-
that's why I loved the T'Challa episode, because it felt like reading a What If comic versus like what's interesting is the Peggy Carter episode. I felt like I could watch a whole movie of her as Cap and like love it. But I wasn't necessarily like, I felt like that whole episode was really, really rushed. And I think it was because I felt like I could watch a whole thing with her leading the way. And then this third episode, I was like, I just don't want to watch, I just don't want to, like, I don't want to think about Hope being dead. And they did do the thing where everything was flipped. But I didn't want to think about assassinating the Avengers and what that would take. And
I thought the third
I have
one
to
was
say,
obvious. I thought the third one was super
oh,
obvious.
I didn't find that. I
it
didn't find
was. It was as soon as Tony went. As soon as you knew that they took out Stark first, you knew that it had to be Pym because of the rivalry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the injection and
I must
everything.
be
I was like, too obvious.
must be a very basic fan because I did not get it, and I was intrigued. I was like, "Who the hell is doing all this?"
Because-
and was sitting next
yeah.
to me, and she hasn't really paid much attention to these what if things. Like I put on every Wednesday. She's usually on her phone, but this one she actually watched. So I don't know if that says anything, but she watched this one, and I think she enjoyed it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say that the first episode, when I saw the art style they were going with, blew me away. It was unbelievable.
Yes.
I love the
And
art.
I feel the exact opposite. Like,
I want to
I do not like it at all.
Right off your face.
Who invited this guy?
I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead. Then I'll make my point.
You know what? I can. It's expected when it comes to Will. I expect him not to like anything.
Oh
like
my
he is the
No,
Debbie Downer.
No.
When you saw Captain
Susan,
Carter,
don't let Lael slander
Not
my good
what
name.
do you
That's not
like?
true.
What do
Don't
you
let him
like?
tell you that. What?
Since you're like telling us a lot about what you don't like, I feel like every time you chime in, it's about what you don't like. What do you like?
See,
I didn't have to
here's
say
the thing.
anything.
I'll say I didn't even get to make my point. Okay, my
Okay.
point
Okay,
is,
okay.
and Lael talked about this, I think, with me a little bit. He made me feel a little bit better about this. He kind of led me to believe that they're going to do something with these characters in live action.
Yeah,
because
they are.
otherwise, this is a giant waste of time. Like because. This is, to me, this show is like barbershop talk. It's like, what if Kobe Bryant played for the Rockets, but he didn't play for the Rockets?
I don't think we'll see them in live action.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we
the
will.
thing. So it's like, it's just
I
kind
think
of
we
like,
will.
it's just kind of like, what's the point? Because that's not what happened.
But
I mean, so it's
Okay.
like,
See, so
Well,
like,
it's like,
okay, so
yeah, go ahead.
I'm so excited to explain this. So like the framework though for it, you realize we're headed in like the next big thing that's going to happen in the MCU is the multiverse of madness.
Right,
exactly.
Regardless, so the Watcher who's like narrating all of this, he is associated very heavily with Doctor Strange, like very heavily. Like Doctor Strange goes to the Watcher about a lot of stuff because he sees everything that happens in every version of the multiverse. Therefore, these things are going to translate into that movie at some point.
Sure,
like
Exactly.
you're going to see the versions of these live actions because
Yep.
the Watcher and Doctor Strange are so connected.
Exactly.
right. That makes sense. But like, so here's the thing. From what I've totally understood, what every actor and every producer, Kevin Feige said involved with this show is that they didn't do it live action because it's cost prohibitive. It would have been too expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Then don't do it at all. Because like it's just, I just feel like that's what it like. If you're not gonna do it live action and do it right, then don't do it.
That's like saying
Because-
don't do the Clone Wars.
Yeah, like do you have like an
like-
opinion
But Clone
on,
Wars is entirely different. That was like that.
No,
that
it's
was.
not.
Is it though?
It's
No, it's
basically
not.
a kid show. I mean, like
No.
it is.
It is,
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
It may have
Just,
started
I mean,
off- it started
there
off
are
that
episodes
way.
where it's not. There's some dark stuff, but I mean, at least the first season that I've watched, Susan, you haven't heard me talk about this, but Justin and I kind of agree. I can't get past the first season of Clone Wars. I feel like I'm watching a kid show.
Somebody put Will in the
Yeah.
corner.
I
Like,
just always
it's-
say to skip it.
Like
if
I
you
just
can't-
feel like What If is like I love the animation of Spider-Verse. I thought that was really cool. Like that was really unique. That's my favorite Spider-Man movie ever made. Like I think it's incredible. But I just feel like What If, to me, it just feels so underwhelming that I have not even watched the third episode, even though it has Loki, my favorite character, in it. Because
If
like
you
I
grew up reading the What If comics,
right,
you would
maybe
be
I would care
happier
more
than
than
big
that.
and
But
shit.
like,
And
I'm
see,
not-
that's the
I'm a big
point. That's the
MCU
biggest
fan,
point
but it's
is that
just-
Will, he hasn't actually read the comics and not reading the comics to really know the scale of the story itself I mean,
Sure.
it's
95% of the audience hasn't read it either.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right,
say,
that's the
so
problem.
I
Yeah,
don't
I mean, like-
necessarily think the MCU ever relies on people reading.
Like
the
every
they
MCU
don't.
movie
They
I've
don't.
enjoyed.
But see, the thing is,
besides
even
this.
if you look at What If, like if you're watching, you're basing it off of this, but in the comics, half of this stuff isn't really there. Like this is basically their interpretation of What If. But I
Sure.
really, and this is the reason why I think, because, and Kevin Feige's already talked about this, and why this particular show itself is so important as to what's going forward, that you have to watch it to really know what's
Yeah,
going to happen,
sure.
because you're going to see a lot of this going forward. You don't think that you're just because you're seeing, like you said, the reference is Clone Wars. We actually do see some of those characters brought into live action because Dave Filoni is actually hailing that. So with this, you're going to see the same thing. I'm telling you. You don't think so, but I'm telling you, we will see.
They
Captain
gotta be, or it's a
Well,
waste of
we're
time,
gonna.
in my
You know
opinion.
what?
Yeah, I
Listen,
mean,
we're
yeah.
going to see Captain Carter. I'm telling you that right
We're
now.
gonna see
I
Captain
hope-
Carter.
We're
and
going to
I
see
would-
Captain Carter.
I
Will,
would
let
reason-
me ask you a
You
question.
have to understand the reason why I say that is because they already talked about, they're already in the midst of bringing in Captain Britain. They have already, that's already something that's going to happen. They you can't, you can bring that in, but this is so important. I think this is why they are doing it this way.
Right.
So I'm telling you, they're going to bring her
Like,
in.
I think
Watch.
my point is like they have to bring it in, because if it's not everything, the MCU, the whole thing about the MCU is that everything is consequential. Like everything has impact on the universe. If these characters are not brought into like the main storyline, then there's no point. Like because they don't matter. I mean, so like that's the thing. Like they
Will,
have
let
to
me
bring
pose a
them in.
question to you.
So
Well,
I mean,
one thing before my question, they have said that the What If series is canon in the MCU.
sure, yeah.
They flat out said that it is. So
Sure,
I
it
do
should
think
be, yeah.
Lael and Susan are right that it is going to tie back.
Yeah.
I don't know to what scale, but it is going to tie back into the main MCU movies.
Sure,
My
it
question
should.
to you, Will, at any point throughout childhood or adulthood, because let's face it, we all fucking collect toys.
This is gonna be a good question.
Have you ever had a conversation on a stream or just with friends in general about, it's like, what if like RoboCop and Terminator met and fought? Like, which one would win? And you just have a fun, ridiculous conversation about, well, RoboCop would win because of this, or have you ever had one of those ridiculous, like, hypothetical what if kind of debates with friends?
Sure, but I
No,
don't feel like that
that's
needs
all
to
I
be a
need from you.
TV show.
That's all I needed from you.
Like Drunk History exists. I mean, like
that's the
you know.
whole appeal of what if. It's like you
Right.
take one of those ridiculous conversations that you had with your friends that you wasted hours debating, and then you say, oh shit, now we can actually maybe see it on screen in whatever form, whether it's live action or animation. You say, that's pretty cool. We get to see that, just like when they first started making the MCU movies. It's like all these comic book readers are like, wait a minute, I'm gonna get to see Iron Man on screen. I'm gonna get to see him meet up with Thor and Cap. Like, that's the whole point. It's getting to see something that you didn't think that you were going to get to see. That's the excitement, and that's what the appeal is, and that is what the appeal has always been for What If. Even when you're talking about the old school comic books,
Sure, yeah.
that's why this show exists, and that's why like people like me and Lael and Susan are so excited
For sure.
for this type of show.
Yeah.
So why is it not, just because it's not in live action, we still get to see it. We still get, and for, people who like the animation style, who are fans of comics, this is everything. This is great. Like, we love it.
Wait, so Will, are you not a fan of animation in general? Because you
No.
also...
No. People have gotten on me so much, Susan, for my love for Frozen. So definitely that's not the case.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, because animation can be for adults. Like, I'm a big anime fan, and I watch
100%.
anime all the time.
100%. No, that's not my point at all.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not it at all. Like, I mean,
I'm trying to wrap my head around why you would like this.
in a movie, in a world
and
where
I'm like,
Sausage Party exists, like, I know that animation can be for adults. So it's just it's. I think I get what you guys are saying. I think it's just, and I'm happy that everyone likes it. Like, I actually watched John Campea, Rob Meyer Burnett,
I don't know
Susan
about
Justin.
everyone liking it.
Well, John Campea said the exact same. When he said that, I was like, I feel the exact same way. He said, I just don't feel like it's worth his time. And I was like, I feel like I agree.
Okay.
I feel like it's like it's.
Fine.
I'm happy you guys like
and
it,
that's
but I just,
that's
like,
fine.
And
See, the
you
thing
know
is,
what?
it's subjective for everybody.
Right,
It's-
And
it's-
you know the best part about like
100%.
having all of this explosion of content while being a fan means that you get to pick what you
Yes.
like. And so
Exactly.
if you don't think it's worth your time, then that's fine. I love it, and that's fine too. It doesn't really matter.
Love
As
it.
like you can
100%.
absorb whatever content you want and leave whatever content you don't.
Exactly.
Right.
And I love that you guys are loving it. I'm thrilled for you. So it's great. So I don't hate the show. I don't want to give that impression. I think it's very average. Like it's just
you know what?
like-
Listen, it's a space
Right.
okay, so you have individuals who may not like it because I'm not saying you, but there may be individuals who just don't understand the storyline because they've never
Sure.
read the source material.
Sure.
So if they've never read it, then of course they're looking at something like that could never happen. Captain Carter, why not this? Because I've heard these conversations. But the thing is, those same people are the ones who are asking for something different.
Sure.
That's where I'm confused. It's because they want something different, but then when you give it to them, they're like, no, that's too different. Like, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, that Star Wars fell into the same thing for a while.
Yeah,
They
like
did.
it did.
They did.
So
Yeah.
like,
100%.
this is the growing pains of having kind of like a fan base made from the general population instead of the hardcores, you know?
And I think
Absolutely.
Mando
I'm curious
combined
how,
those
like
perfectly.
you, so we can all jump in and
Sorry,
like,
Jess, I
gang
didn't mean
up
to
on
cut
you.
you off.
That's all right. I was about to say I am curious how the normal like we're in a niche, right? We sit in our little echo chamber and we all love whatever we love. But I am curious what the normal general population thinks of this What If. I mean, my dad has seen every MCU film. Could I see him sitting down to watch What If?
I think it's like Clone Wars.
No,
It's for the
I don't think
diehards.
so.
It's for the
Yeah.
diehards.
I-
It's not for
It's
the
a
average
niche within
fan.
a niche.
Yeah, right.
They
won't
I'm
get it.
curious
They
to see-
won't get it, yeah.
I don't think that we'll see live action versions of these characters for one very specific reason. I mean, they chose to go animated for budget reasons, obviously. But usually, when they go animated, but it's still meant to be those people, you'll see the merchandise be a realistic take. So you're seeing Marvel Legends, Hasbro always goes realistic on animated versions of those characters. You got Clone Wars figures, they're realistic versions. They don't go for the animated style. You've got anything from animation, they'll just immediately go for the realistic style. Same thing with Hot Toys, right? We saw it for Clone Wars. If it was meant to be those specific real people, they would go for a realistic style, but there's a mandate that they have to make it animated so that they don't confuse the audience that, hey, no, Peggy Carter in the MCU proper is not Cap, and T'Challa is not Star-Lord. We want to make it very clear that it's a separate universe. It's animated. Susan.
I totally agree with you, but my side point is that if it's supposed to be a secret right now that these things will eventually show up as a live action, because the one that I do think will show up as live action, even if it's for 10 seconds or less than that in Multiverse of Madness, I think we will see some sort of portal open with Peggy with
That would make sense. Yeah.
Haley Atwell as Captain
I would
Carter.
love to see that, by the way.
I would too. I would too.
love to see that.
Yeah.
And that would be like, to me, the reason that they're going animated with the figures is hi Hugh is because maybe it's a secret right now, and because I feel like she doesn't look that different. Like she's still like a brown hair. I don't know. I totally agree with you though on your point. That's a great point as to like an argument against why these would be, but I really think that these are like, they don't want to confuse people for less than 10 seconds of screen time. Like if we do see these, I don't think we're going to get a Peggy Carter as Cap movie.
But then I would really want one.
I would really want one too, but I don't think we're going to get all that.
This is what
Chris Evans would have to lose a lot of weight.
You're right.
Those memes with him. Oh my God.
But listen, this is what I'm saying. Like with this, again, they have to keep a secret, but at the same time, they're looking for audience and crowd response. People are gravitating heavily to Captain Carter. Like there are already cosplayers out there who are playing this. I'm pretty sure New York Comic Con that's coming up in October. You're going to see tons of Captain Carter. You'll probably even see like somebody dressed up in the
Hydra Stomper.
the Hydra Stomper, you'll probably see somebody dressed up as a Hydra.
His name was Steve.
Yeah, right. So they're keeping these things secret because, like they did with, like for instance, Ahsoka. She made her transition to live action. It took a while. Now, basically, when we got some of the toys, they were animated style. We saw a glimpse of somewhat of it when they released the Hot Toys, and then again we got the character live action. So it's
different though. It's like,
but how? But this is what I'm saying. Like, how can it be different?
It's like if you had an Elseworlds version of Anakin that happened to be a light side version in another universe, and then they had Hayden Christensen also come in and play a light side and a dark side version in the same movie. It's like, I don't see that.
But see, this is what I'm saying. They are setting up the multiverse of madness for a reason, and they're showing this before that happens. They've been showing us everything that's happening with the timeline, and everything. Yeah. They're doing this for a reason. So that's what I'm saying.
So bonkers.
I think Will is going to do it.
I would watch that. I'd watch a
What are you saying, Justin? I want you to agree with me. I want the people to hear this.
I was going to say, I'm with Will. If they were going to do it, and then they were going to bring the characters into live action anyway, do it right. Because it's a 20-minute episode, and you can shoot it in the volume. Yes, it's going to be more expensive, but I guarantee you, if you shoot it live action, the appeal would be far greater.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, but do it right.
If they do it right.
It's all subjective. It's all
yeah.
But I mean, there's a certain group of people who are watching this who are just watching it for the 20 minutes for entertainment, and that's it.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
That's the extent.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. But if they are going to bring it in and then rely on this later as the catalyst that started these characters' journeys, then I think you got to do it right. If
and
have they done any Marvel stuff in the volume? Have they filmed anything in the volume?
Not
other than
yet,
Star Wars?
but they said that they are going to.
No.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I just didn't know if they'd actually done it yet.
And I think that might be where we split opinions, because for me, I think that these things are going to be live action inside jokes. Do you know what I mean? When you see the Captain Carter live action, they're going to be you're going to be like, I know that because I watched that What If episode. Sure. I don't think it's going to be a big
in the background,
right. I don't think it's going to be
in Endgame.
What?
Howard the Duck.
Like Howard the Duck was in Endgame for a microsecond.
And that's what I think. I don't necessarily think it's going to be
then I'm with you.
I don't think it's going to be the What If is a jumping off point to any live action.
That's what I was worried about.
Howard
the Duck, one of the best movies of all time.
I think What If is going to be like an inside joke.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you know, then you know. And you saw it on What If, and aren't you a cool diehard fan?
Yeah, that almost proves my point, though. It's so inconsequential. If that, you're going to see, Captain Carter's going to show up in a back of a frame for 5 seconds. You know what I mean? It's it's kind of like everything else in the MCU has a consequential purpose.
If they bring him into live action at some point, would that justify the existence of the What If series for you guys?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it would have to matter.
We'll see how it plays out.
I literally
I
live for that.
But I get what you got. I get what you guys. I think I'm just coming at it from a different side than you. You guys are just watching it to enjoy it. Your love of the comic, have fun with it. And I want to progress the MCU. And I don't feel like it really does that. So
it's definitely like what Justin was alluding to earlier, where it is a niche within a niche.
Sure, 100%.
It's not going to be something.
It's not for everyone.
But the people who love it are going to love it.
And I'm super
do I still
thrilled for
have
you
fun
guys.
with it? Do I still enjoy it? Yeah, absolutely. I sit down every Wednesday. I have fun with it. I have a great time. It's a bit of fun. But I also agree with Will. So I'm not hating if people are thinking that I'm hating. I'm not hating. I still really like it.
No, just be honest.
But I also see Will's point, if that makes sense.
I see his point too, but I just think that Kevin Feige and the MCU, they do things specifically for a reason.
Sure.
There's always a reason. There's a method to the madness, and they're doing things for a reason.
And they've
not saying
what ifs for.
And not saying that I'm not saying we're going to see every character from this show, in live action. But I do believe that there will be glimpses of certain things that will hint back, like Susan said, to the show. Whether it's a joke or whether it's, we basically say, for instance, we do see the back of Captain Carter, but they never show her face. She's in live action. We're seeing her, and it is multiverse. Like I said, they're using this as a platform and a vehicle for something. So I just think that we'll end up seeing hints of it in these films. But again, this right now is a test market for fans, because right now what they're doing is they want to see the response, whether people gravitate to it, if they like it, if they get more of a response, just like they did with Ahsoka. People hated Ahsoka in the very beginning. Now she's like one of the biggest. If you watch for instance, today, was it yesterday when they actually showed what was it, It was the Luke,
Disney Gallery, they call it?
the gallery,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the Mandalorian
Gallery.
Gallery.
And what it he broke it down and said that, you know, Ahsoka technically is more powerful than Luke. She's trained.
Yeah.
She's highly trained, and she's basically more trained than Luke is, because if you look at her lineage and where she was. So you know, that's, you know, how he pretty much explained it. And yo, when he said that, the internet erupted and went nuts because he said something like that. Because, you know, you're not gonna say she's better than Luke.
I love that line from Mark Hamill where he was holding the child and he's like, you know, of course it's such an important moment because I'm the only character that has any experience with his species, and I'm sitting there like, Ahsoka?
Yeah, right? Like Ahsoka,
Anyway.
and everybody else. So, you know, it is what it is. But my point is, like, for instance, I didn't think that I was going to see, you know, if I'm watching Spider-Man Far From Home, I never knew that I was going to see Ryan at the end of that film. And it surprised me that I actually saw him. Like, I was like, wow, Ryan was actually in this film. They filmed J. Jonah Jameson on screen. Like, I was like, wow. So
I just want my royalties, man. Just send me a check.
And now with What If and with the Multiverse of Madness and with this No Way Home movie, the other thing that all of these are opening up the door for is recasting characters. Obviously, I don't think they're going to jump into something like Black Panther with Chadwick, you know, passing, but recasting, eventually we're going to get another form of a Steve Rogers or you know, a Tony Stark. I'm not saying it's going to happen in the next couple of years. It might be 7 years out.
New
but
characters.
they're opening the doors. We're getting a lot of new characters, but they are going to not want to abandon forever some of those classic characters. So eventually they get enough time so that it's not like, no, Chris Evans is Steve Rogers. You know, people will be open to that, and this kind of opens the door for them to be able to recast and say that it's, you know, universes colliding. Remember, you know, in the Marvel comics, they had the Ultimate Universe that eventually ended up fusing with the regular 616 universe. So there's, you know, they're just laying the groundwork for that to happen down the road whenever they either want to do it or out of necessity because of actor situations or whatever have to do it.
It's
And
funny.
go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny to think about that. This, like, now by introducing that exact concept, they're playing like a longer game. Like,
Sure.
It's funny to say that when they've existed for over a decade now. But now they're really invested in like the long game. Where they're looking not just maybe to phase 5 or 6, but maybe to phase like 9 or 10.
Yeah,
in the other universe, the multiverse thing, I think Terrence Howard is still Rhodey in the other one. We're going to see him.
I love Terrence Howard as Rhodey.
I'm just going to say,
and Ed Norton is still Bruce Banner. Yep.
But
that was.
I want to say this. I totally understand what Will was saying earlier, but I'd like to go on record and just say he was wrong.
I knew that was going somewhere.
Look, but see, it was weird. It was even weird to me that they actually placed the MCU's version of the Hulk in the
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo in the Ed Norton scene. You know what I mean? It was just
that was
like
weird to me.
It was really weird, like how they did that. It was like, damn, is that like a subliminal smack in the face?
What's so funny is I haven't watched the Ed Norton Incredible Hulk in so long that I was like, this scene looks familiar. And like, it didn't click right away that that's what it was. I was just like, when did this happen?
You know what I thought when I saw that? When I saw like how he kind of went down on this last episode, I couldn't help but go back to the whole how are the Avengers going to kill Thanos with Ant-Man up the butt thing?
That'd be a great What If episode. I love that.
As soon as Hulk just did it, I was like, that's where they got that idea from the fans.
What if Thanos got an Ant-Man enema?
Yep.
Exactly.
Wow.
What if Joe like DC?
Make it happen, Marvel.
That would be a multiverse for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Of madness.
Wow.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm curious in the Iron Man episode that we see with because back to Iron Man 1, right? With Killmonger. I want to see how the Don Cheadle, because obviously Rhodey's part of it. I want to see how Don Cheadle just comes in and takes over Terran because they're obviously going to replace.
Yeah.
They're obviously going to replace.
I didn't think of
I
that.
wish
yeah.
they would put a little
Yeah.
joke in there, like somebody accidentally like call him by the wrong name or something.
That'd be
Just
hilarious.
like,
Well, they did that in
Like
Iron Man
Deadpool.
oh, I
too.
thought you were my friend
Yeah.
Terrence. Sorry, you know. Like,
Oh,
just
yeah,
something
yeah.
like
that'd be
that.
so. That'd be so. funny.
That'd be like a knife in the back. I feel like, yeah.
Oh,
It would.
absolutely.
I don't think they'll touch that. By the way, Steph is listening, and she's mad that I mentioned that she was on her phone while she was watching What If.
I'm sure she's thrilled that
She
you
doesn't
just
want you
mentioned
slandering her
She's
she's
name.
on her
mad.
phone. She's probably on her Switch.
Is that better?
Could
I
Now,
don't know.
and now
Ju-
Steph is mad at me.
It's not
too.
coming from Justin. That's all I know.
No, see, Justin
Yeah,
earlier,
exactly.
Justin earlier,
Yeah.
you were talking about how you know nothing about Star Trek and stuff, but you don't
Correct.
really know anything about Assassin's Creed either. Steph does, and she's the one who's got the
Oh, I
Assassin's
know
Creed
enough.
stuff coming in. So
I know enough. It's bad.
I just know
Justin, I've rubbed off on you, man. You've been around me too long.
somebody wash his mouth
my-
out with soap.
She gets
Assassin's
really mad at me
Creed
when
is
she's
the
playing the
same
games because I
mission
just.
over and over again. That's what I have gathered from watching Assassin's Creed is you go to the rooftop and you do
And you
something
jump in the
spooky,
hay.
and
Yeah,
then
you
go
jump in the
back.
hay and then you stab people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
And
learned
the-
from
and the-
watching it played.
And the
Yep.
physics
That's
of
more
you
than I
climbing
know.
up the building are super janky, and there's many glitches, and like your eyeball sometimes is like in the back of your head. It's like all this
Oh.
weird stuff that goes.
But the damn
just
toys
super
figures
glitchy.
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
The figures are really good. Figures are really good.
Damn
But
Toys knows how
Steph
to
is
make
mad
a
that they're not
face.
making. Steph is mad that they're not making the female characters because in some of the more recent games, the female characters were apparently more prominent than the male characters, but they're still choosing to only make the male characters, and she's mad about that.
Yep,
I
Cassandra,
do.
Evie.
I
yeah.
hate that shit.
So I don't know if we will be supporting that line anymore because Steph played as the female characters,
I
and
did
she's
too,
like,
yeah.
if I'm going to get a representation of that game, I want the main, like the proper main character. So what the hell? So yeah, I don't know if we'll be supporting that line anymore.
We just, I mean, well, we had that conversation about the kind of diversity in what we're getting too, and just that like they're far. We don't have enough villains. We don't have enough women. We don't have enough people of color. Just in
Oh
general.
my god. I have very, very strong opinions on that. Like
Yeah.
I need more women in my figures. I need more people of color. Like I need that shit. I
need Valkyrie. That's what
I need Valkyrie.
Valkyrie would
yes.
be good. Yeah.
I need Padme. I need a Okoye.
yes.
I want a Okoye more than I want
Yeah.
any other figure. Like my dream
I'm with
figure
you.
would be to have an Okoye to like. I hate that I'm probably never gonna get one. And
If
that-
we
I
don't
wouldn't
get
say-
her
I
or
wouldn't
other
say never.
Dora Milaje
Third
out
par-
of
I think
the
third party will
Wakanda,
step in. Third
so-
party will step
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just need an Okoye figure like that. That is my like dream. And every time they announce another like, oh look, we're doing another Spider-Man and another Iron Man. I
Wow.
love Spider-Man. Iron
yeah.
Man is fine for me, but like I
Give us-
can't.
I'm with you,
Give me-
Susan.
give
I'm
me-
with you.
Give us more
Yeah.
Gwens, please. More Spider Gwens, and
Yeah, could I get I mean, she hasn't been in live action or in like but apparently she's going to be in the next Spider-Verse movie. I really
Where
want.
is this figure?
That
That's
figure
what I'm saying.
looks sick. Yeah.
And
I
the thing
want
is, this was actually okay. So what pissed me off is because the first version we did see with the jointed arms. Then they redid it. They polished the sculpt a bit, and they showed this and previewed it.
Yep.
Haven't
We saw it
released
in person
Like,
a
what was the
couple of times.
point?
Yeah, I remember seeing that in person. I remember both versions
Mantis?
of it.
Mantis
I
saw
want-
Mantis.
that's way up on
Mantis?
my list of
Mantis.
Didn't they
Where
also
is
make a
Mantis?
Valkyrie
Yes.
prototype in the white suit too,
Yeah, it is.
So they made two
yes, I
prototypes.
think so.
and never actually put either one into production for her?
I'm so mad about it, and I want
Disgusting.
a Yelena really badly.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but you couldn't pose her though.
No, you can't. pose
No.
No, no, no,
Not
no,
a-
no,
not a
no,
poser.
no.
Couldn't pose
Maybe
her.
I want a Yelena statue then. 'Cause she's
Oh,
not a
speaking of
poser.
Iron
statues,
Studios made
by the
one,
way,
so.
Will has enabled me. I have
Wait,
now
wait.
bought my very first.
I totally forgot. Did
Yeah.
you win?
Yeah. I
He did win.
I win. I win.
What was it?
So,
We shall see.
you all know I'm a huge Batman fan. My favorite version of Batman is Ben Affleck. I even cosplay in that suit. I freaking love it. So I initially said when Will was going on and on and on and on and on about Prime 1 and 1/3
Yeah,
scale,
I want that. I want that
want
so
that too.
badly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
we need
Yeah.
that. So I said, if I'm going to get a statue, it needs to be that Batman, right?
Yeah.
So I saw one on eBay, and I made an offer, and the guy declined the offer, but then he cancelled the thing and then put it up for bidding, and I was like, "Ooh, excellent!"
That's
Now's
one
my
where you have
chance
to
get
drive
it.
out into the middle of nowhere to get it.
Yeah.
Correct. Which I can't do at the moment because lockdown, but he's agreed to hold it for me. So anyway, this morning it ended just before this stream started. That's why I was a little bit late. I was bidding and I won. I managed to win myself a Prime 1, 1/3 scale Batman from Suicide Squad. My favorite
Did you get it
version
for
of
less or
Batman.
more than your original offer?
$200 more.
Ah, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
I was pretty
You
happy
still got a
with
good
that.
deal. Yeah.
I think I got a great deal. It's half retail price because it doesn't come with a box, which I'm fine with because my storage is full anyway.
Did you get both
he also
statues
had-
or just the Batman?
No, he also had Deadshot, and I didn't really want Deadshot as much. If I was going to do that line, I would have done Harley, Joker, and Batman probably, and I'm
Yep.
still planning on getting Harley and Joker and just having those three as my statues. Batman, Joker, and Harley. Can't get much better than that. So I'm starting with Batman. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I've never had any statue stuff before. Apparently, it's good. Steph
That's
is
literally
mad
your
because
first
I just
statue?
said I went over my I went over my max for the bidding. I didn't go that far over. It was still a very reasonable price, and I didn't get Deadshot, so I saved myself another $600. So
Nice.
I only got
So
one
it's a
versus
win.
getting two.
But
Oh,
that's
it's a
win.
literally your first statue purchase?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
So
looking
far.
at
So
one,
far.
Well,
two.
yeah, now it's just the it's
Yeah,
just
the
gonna
floodgates
snowball.
have opened. Yeah.
Now it's companion
think-
pieces, and it's a thing.
You're gonna be-
Not that long ago, I had 0 statues, and now I got way too many. So
You're going to be customizing another Moji case.
My sister really wants the Prime 1 My Hero Academia
I was-
statue. It's,
You know what's hilarious is I
Yeah.
thought that might be what you were bidding on, but
No,
then realized it's not out yet.
I would love to have that, but space for that thing is huge. But she really wants it, so I said, save up your money. You got time, so she's saving up to get it. She's gonna get the Prime 1 My Hero
That's
statue.
adorable.
very cool.
Yeah.
Will's waiting for a Prime 1 Abby.
Hell
From
no.
Last of Us 2.
No, Joel and Ellie all the way because you know what's happening, Brendan. Abby,
It is, and I'm going to
Any.
get it too. When they
Oh
Joel
my
and
god!
Ellie,
How
I'm
did we
definitely
start
getting it.
talking about Last of Us 2?
you know, Dustin. It's always.
Oh,
between
I was
you.
like, I don't know what you're talking about because I'm not a gamer, and I assumed it was.
I really
video
don't
games.
like I really don't like zombies. I really don't like zombies. Not because they're scary, just because it's so done. It's so tired. So when we watched, we sat down to watch Love and Monsters on Netflix because apparently it was a good movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh god, it's going to be zombies again. Bloody hell. So anyway, we sat down, and it, to my surprise, wasn't zombies. And I was like, wow, they've actually done a proper, unique, different take on this apocalyptic situation where the world was bombed, and all of the wildlife, like any bugs and all these sorts of creatures, get radioactified, and they become huge and
I
become
remember that.
these big creatures. I love that. I was like, wow, if only Last of Us could have done something like that, it would have been so much, like the gameplay would have been so much more varied than, oh cool, I need to sneak up and shoot someone in the head. Oh cool, I need to sneak up and shoot someone in the head. Like it's just the same
I
thing.
feel like
over and
Last
over.
of
You
Us,
throw
though-
a Molotov at the big one.
Yeah.
You
Quick
know.
point on Last of Us, and then we'll move on. I know. I just feel like
Oh,
that
God.
with Last of Us, like
What have I
it
done?
is, it definitely is different than the zombie genre. I mean, like you have
Yeah,
runners, you have
100%.
clickers,
Yeah, Will
you
and I
have
actually agree
bloaters. Like I feel like it's very
like
different.
zombies.
It like takes zombie genre and like and twists it into something different, like and unique and new. So I feel like, and also it's really not Justin, it's not really about the zombies. It's about Joel and Ellie.
No,
And their
yeah,
relationship.
obviously.
Yeah. So, but it's they're just like sort of a backdrop. But
Who pre-ordered
I
the
will
6-scale Jin Sakai?
Never play the game. I'll never play it.
yes, you will.
Justin,
No,
you're
I won't.
getting
Give it time. Give it
No,
time,
I
Leia.
won't.
I'll convince you. I got you,
I
bro.
will never
BTS,
play that game.
Willow,
He is on a mission to
We'll
enable
stand
you.
in solidarity with each other.
Willow,
I won't
you
let-
get-
I got you too, Susan. I'll convince you.
I mean,
won't.
you
No,
first have to
no.
convince me to play a video game that's not like Nintendo.
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
I just won't. I mean, the thing is, I think what they've released 1 and 2 is too far out there. I just don't like going back after everybody's already played it, so I'm just not going to do it.
Brendan,
I've
we gotta
heard
team
it
up.
because it's I've heard basically
yeah.
too much about it. I'll never pick it up. I'm just going to tell you right now, I won't. I'll watch the clips. I'll do that.
Maybe
but-
watch the full
Watch
movie
the
on
show.
YouTube.
You can
And the
watch the
show's
show
coming
with-
out.
with
Yeah.
Pedro
It's going to be
Pascal.
different.
Yeah,
though.
I'll
It's
watch
gonna
the
be
show, but
Will
I
and I
will
are going to
never
make
play
it
the
happen.
game.
He doesn't have a chance.
Oh,
It's
nah,
gonna
I
happen.
won't play
You
the
played,
game.
you
I literally
played
won't.
Ghost of Tsushima though. That's a great game.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
he
a
needs
director's
to.
cut
And
came
Will,
out.
are you getting Jin Sakai?
I've
Oh,
almost
Prime 1?
finished
It's
the
already
thing.
done.
no,
Brendan.
the 6-scale.
No, I get the Prime 1, though.
Oh, the 6 scale looks
The,
The
great.
Prime 1
That should be
Jinsakai is a work
made.
of art. It's coming day 1 from Prime 1 directly. So that one I couldn't do economy shipping. That's got to come day 1.
Okay,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
exciting. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Is that
Well,
a third or
I have
quarter
the
scale?
space.
Quarter, yeah.
Quarter. That thing it looks
Oh.
beautiful.
Dude, Justin, look
Little
up
bit
the Prime
smaller.
1 Jinsakai. Seriously.
No.
Look it up. It is a work of art. It has a fox. Okay, that's
It
all you
is.
need.
Oh,
It
okay.
is
If
gorgeous.
look, the expansion has cats now. I'm all about the I'm
Oh,
about
that's a
animals.
video game I want to play. I want to play.
Yeah, so you
today.
sit down and you're playing the flute, and then the cat like comes up and you get to pat the cats. And
That's
See?
a really good
like that.
mechanic that they
That's
put
Justin's
into
favorite
it too.
part.
I like that.
Wasn't he just
It is
talking
my
about
favorite
Glad
part.
Batch how he had to go pet a space dog?
Yeah,
That was
but
Yeah.
Justin's
Justin's done a full
one.
180.
All right.
This is
Yeah.
a classy.
Ryan
this is
just
a
pulled your
classy
card
way.
on that one.
This is not in a cheap toilet humor like a slimy space dog with shit coming out of its mouth and farting 10 times, and then it's so cute.
Wait,
That's literally
not
the
like
first
that.
time I've ever heard Justin swear on the actual live stream. By the way,
Oh.
Nah, this isn't the first time.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah, he's
behind
Nice.
the
Nice.
scenes, yes, but not like live. I didn't.
Justin,
Oh,
how are your cats?
They are well. The big one was sniffing around here earlier, but he's gone now.
Wait, Chester?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you
I
seen?
love
You
it-
haven't
I
seen
love
our
cats.
dog, have you?
I know that you have a dog, and I've seen Steph post about it, but I haven't seen the dog.
She sometimes makes a cameo. I don't know. She might come up. We'll see.
So,
Yeah, I'm
so-
actually
cats
really
are
surprised my cat hasn't decided to perch right behind me, since usually he does that when I'm streaming.
so Susan,
Hmm.
how excited are you about this?
I'm so excited about that. Like, I can't. I'm so excited that we're getting a real version of the Mandarin. I'm so excited that, like, we're getting an all Asian cast. Shang-Chi is another character that I never thought I'd get to see on the big screen ever. Like, who would have picked Shang-Chi to be
Exactly.
a headliner for an MCU movie? He's sort of like I mean,
Yes.
most of my experience with him has been like in West Coast Avengers and like on a team. And I'm so excited.
The trailers look phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And I
John
know
the
that-
Mouth is incredible on this so far.
And
Yeah.
also,
It is.
oh, Wanda.
Oh, there you go.
But also, and then he's
Hey.
gorgeous and like the perfect cast for it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I actually my Korean mother has agreed to go see this in the theater with me, which
Nice.
I'm very, very excited about.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
It
I
looks
cannot-
this and the Eternals. I think are
Oh,
going to
dude.
shock.
Oh my god, the Eternals.
Eternals looks insanely good.
People
Yeah.
who don't know that much about those comics, those actual comics, they're going to be blown away. They don't understand how impactful I think
It's the
these two
scale.
movies are going to be on the MCU.
What I've heard about Shang-Chi so far is that it's the fight scenes are like the raid good. Like
Yeah.
they're saying
Oh,
that
that
it's
last
like
trailer that they dropped. Oh,
yeah, they're saying
yeah,
the fight
the
scenes
speed at
are
which he was
like
moving. Wow.
insanely well
Yeah.
choreographed and performed. Like it's
Yeah.
just like I cannot wait for this film. It's next
It
week.
kills me
So-
that I will
Yes.
not get to see it.
A
It
week
kills
from today, I will be sitting in a theater
Me too.
watching it. Actually, I'll probably
Yes,
I'll probably be leaving the theater around now.
Yep,
from watching
it's
it.
gonna
Yeah,
be
there's
insane.
no Disney Plus preview or online
Nope.
whatever. So
Yeah,
I've heard a
we
rumor.
literally cannot watch it.
It'll be
I know,
30.
Justin.
It'll be
You're
like
in lockdown mode.
I think they've said it's going to be
so
like a
pissed.
30-day window, like 30-day
45
release
days.
in
45, yeah,
theaters
45.
or
Yeah.
45,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then it'll be on Disney Plus. So it's like you wait like a month.
I heard it's really interesting. There's
It's fine.
there's like
Just wait a month.
yeah, there's whisperings that like basically if Shang-Chi doesn't perform well, they're going to delay Eternals. So basically, like this is going to
Oh.
be a test for the box office to see how well this film does, and if it doesn't do well and it disappoints because of the pandemic, then they might move Eternals. So like,
Which the stars
hope
of
that doesn't
Shang-Chi were not happy with.
Yeah.
They responded on social media
Yeah.
after that and said, "Hey,
Right.
we're not a test case. We're
yeah, he
Yeah.
said we're not an
Fucking awesome
experiment.
movie.
In fairness,
Yeah.
though, I think he meant like
No,
it's
I
a
know,
45-day window. That's what he meant. It's an experimental.
yeah.
in
I
phase,
think
because
it's,
they
but
haven't
you
done
know
that
what?
before.
If that's
Yeah.
what he meant, you know,
Right.
he should have actually said it that way.
Right.
And on top
Be
of that,
better about- yeah.
he didn't even show up to the premiere. That's what pissed me
Sure.
off.
Sure.
He didn't even show up to the premiere. Kevin Feige did, but
Oh,
he
yeah.
did not show up to the premiere.
You
And I'm
can't
like,
do that. Come on
like,
now.
what the fuck is that? Like,
yeah,
are you-
Bob Iger was so much better.
bro, Bob
was-
Iger
yeah,
was incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Come
like,
on
how do you
now.
not, you know what I mean? Now,
Bob
surprise.
Iger never would have let the thing with Scarlett
No,
Johansson go
Scarlett
down the
Johansson
way it
never
did
would have
publicly.
happened.
That
Oh
never
yeah,
would have
that never would
happened.
have happened.
true story.
Yeah. But I mean, see,
Anyway,
my question is though, okay, the film is this week. We've seen promos, we've seen everything, but we still haven't got a fucking 1/6 scale figure yet.
Wait, just.
I think he
Whoa,
will.
okay.
I'm
His
not
his film
confirming
was
nor
also-
denying. I'm just saying that.
This
Be
film was
patient.
also filmed in Hong Kong.
Just
So-
be patient.
Yeah,
Be patient,
it's
huh?
gonna. I
It's gonna
guarantee you it will happen. This was filmed in Hong Kong, right near where Secret Base is. Like you cannot get more right up
There's
Hot
no
Toys
way
alley
they're not
than
gonna
this
do it,
right
yeah.
here.
You'll see
Absolutely, they
multiple
will be
figures
making-
from this film. Yeah.
We'll see him
Yeah.
right about
Guarantee
the time we see General Kenobi and Loki and Sylvie. All about the
Now,
same time.
my biggest
That's
thing
probably
though,
true.
my biggest thing
Yes,
though
where is
is
Sylvie, by the way? That's another
Yeah.
woman I would like
Ah,
in my collection.
I don't know.
Sylvie's
It's
gonna
the
have
only
They-
show
they-
we
they
haven't seen
showed-
a prototype or anything from.
they
out of the Disney
showed
Plus stuff.
they showed the prototype for both her and Loki, and
Well,
that
they
was
teased
it.
like one picture,
Like
right?
their
with
body
that part
or
of her.
something. Yeah.
Just their
Yeah.
body, but that was
Yeah.
mainly it. Now, see, the biggest test though is because, especially with the controversy surrounding like the Eternals film, is how well that will actually do, especially in China, because of Chloe Zhao's comments and how she basically felt about it. You know what I mean? So that's going to be
Yeah.
the biggest test. But I mean, merchandise is going to be through the roof for that. I mean, if you know something I don't know about Shang-Chi, I hope to God it's
Me
soon.
too.
Oh, dude,
Really, I hope to God it's soon.
It's crazy, honestly. Like I've been watching this, like just going on like Marvel Legends and stuff like that, and pops and stuff. Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
like they had it released before the film came out, so it was all just sitting there, peg warmers basically. And now that the buzz is out, I've hardly seen nothing. It's all gone.
Yeah, it's all
Like,
gone.
it's all
like,
gone.
and people haven't even seen the film yet. Like they're buying
Yeah,
it
I got
because just on
myself-
word of mouth. So it's
Yeah.
it's
I'm
gonna
curious
be.
to
I
see
think
if
it's gonna be a
Justin
big
can
hit.
actually-
The announcements
Justin
have
can actually
been.
avoid spoilers for a month.
Yep. See, Justin. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Brendan's like, oh, it's just a month. You'll be fine. It's over a
There's
month.
no way.
It's like, oh, you'll be fine.
I tried to avoid the
I
Spider-
wasn't being
Justin.
flippant. I was just.
Spider-Man trailer, and I couldn't do it for like 2 days.
Yeah, Justin. I
Yeah.
know that's gonna be hard for you, man. I feel for you on that one.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not just Shang-Chi, it's everything. Because here they are absolutely obsessed with 0 cases. So if we're not at 0 cases, you cannot do anything. There's a 5-kilometer radius from your house. There's a curfew. You cannot go out past 9 p.m.
Wow.
You literally
Yeah.
you cannot do anything.
That's crazy.
For the safety, safety, right? So
I mean,
unless we
Justin,
get
the
to 0
thing is-
cases, it's never going to happen.
Justin, I'm going to be right there with you in terms of the wait because I have 2 young kids who can't be vaccinated, so I'm not going to go see it in the theaters. I'm going to wait until I can see it at home. So,
Well, that's the other thing with the vaccinations here. Over in the States, y'all are not getting vaccinated by choice. I literally have been on the booking system since 2 days ago trying to book in to get vaccinated. You cannot get it until maybe mid next year here. Like,
Oh
it
my
is completely
God.
gone.
Wow.
The bookings,
Yeah.
the whole website crashed multiple times. It is so shit. And they keep saying, oh, get vaccinated. It'll be so easy. We'll get out of this. Don't worry. And then we literally cannot. Like, you just cannot book. And I called up because they're like, you can call as well. And the system was like, we're experiencing a higher number of calls than usual, and then just hung up on me. So I'm getting really frustrated over here.
Yeah.
Very, very
I wouldn't be
frustrated.
surprised if the Eternals ends up getting delayed based on what
Yeah.
happens with Shang-Chi, to be honest.
I wouldn't either.
Really
Or
gonna-
they go like, day and date or premium access or something like that.
I think that's
Yeah.
the most likely outcome, but it's terrible to think about.
Yeah.
I hope that they just do the premium access thing because honestly,
I would pay to see it. Absolutely.
I think it's
Yeah.
so shit to like lay that type of pressure on a movie of a character that nobody knows about. Like I get
Exactly.
that
Absolutely.
I get that people are like putting their faith in Marvel in a lot of ways, rightfully so, because they haven't really let us down, like as fans. However, like this is a character that is like, if you read comics, he's like what, a C level at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
It's not the Avengers. It's not like
Yeah, he's
Right.
not one of the big names in the Marvel. And yes, he does have his own solo series, but like he's
But-
not like
But in the comics, he's a C level, but he
Right.
whooped the entire Avengers squad's ass.
I think he's about to become an
Everybody-
A level.
Right.
they
Like,
just
he's
started
about
to
to-
I think-
run
But
at
at the
number
same
1
time,
with
like-
him. So
like
yeah.
if you don't read the comics, you don't know who this is. And
Exactly,
so this is
exactly.
an origin movie, and to just lay that type of pressure on any origin movie, like even Doctor Strange, even
Right.
fucking you could go back to Iron Man, like they laid a lot of just faith in that. But to say that like, oh, we're going to delay this other movie if this origin story of a character that nobody knows doesn't do well, like that's fucked up.
Yeah, I think they're also looking at Black Widow too, because Black Widow like greatly underperformed, and because of the pandemic. I mean, it's
terrible timing.
I
They
am
should release
so
it.
pissed about how that movie performed because of the fact that like if they put it out when it was supposed to go out, like if they did premiere
Right.
access.
Yep.
When it was like, even if they only delayed it like to the summer when everybody needed that, think of like a year ago when how much
Sure,
you needed that movie. If they put that on premiere access a year ago, it would have like performed
Done way
bonkers
better.
well.
it's
Yeah.
probably true. The
Done
delay
way
probably
better,
hurt it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
afraid
honestly,
that I'm afraid that we won't get a Shang-Chi sequel
right.
because it underperforms given the current
I think
state,
they'd
and
already
they
have
don't.
plans.
Yeah, I think
factor
they
that
already
in.
got. I think Kevin Feige's got his roadmap already, so I think it's going to happen. Even if not, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like I
Ant-Man
said,
doesn't do that well financially, and we're getting a third film. So
What, Ant-Man?
yeah, Ant-Man
Yeah, Ant-Man.
is like bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, Ant-Man's
box
very
office-wise,
pretty low
but-
for Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was also
Hilarious when
relative
you
to the
think about it.
budget
True.
for the movie too.
True. Yeah.
We need a movie about that rat that saved the universe.
Oh, that's a good what if episode.
That is a good what if episode.
What if the rat
Apparently-
was killed in a trap before it got there?
Oh,
See, there you
Ryan,
go.
you got me
that
thinking,
would be
you got it.
that'd be dope.
See.
Ryan, right there, you got me thinking Ratcatcher 2, and then that makes me think,
yes.
how is King Shark literally the only 6 scale that Hot Toys has announced from
Again,
Suicide Squad?
where's my
Very
Ratcatcher 2? I would
I just want to
love
point
her.
out
And
Lael.
Bloodsport.
Harley, come on now.
Yeah,
How do
Lael,
we not have a
Will,
red dress
Justin,
Harley?
and I all did a stream, and I asked Justin, what do you think the chances are that we actually get that prototype made into a full release of King Shark? And he's like 5%.
Yeah, I know. I
And
remember
I
that.
shit you not, later that
Yeah.
night, Hot
It
Toys
got
announced that
Yeah.
they put it up for pre-order. But it's the
Yep.
only one. How do we
But
not
I'm happy
have...
that I was wrong in that instance.
Yeah.
I'm happy that
I got
How
that
do we
on
not have
pre-order.
Bloodsport
That's a
yet?
good
How do
win.
we,
That's a
like...
win.
I've said this before. Hot Toys' business model and the decisions
Terrible.
they make, there is no rhyme or reason to anything they do.
None.
There's none, no logic. I mean, we got figures that are coming out. We know the Spider-Man that we
Scout
looked at
Trooper.
earlier. On a movie we
Yes,
haven't
Justin.
seen yet, but we've finished the entire series of Loki and haven't seen Loki and Sylvie.
Yeah,
what is
Justin,
the
like
logic?
you
So
said.
simple. It is
Scout
so
Trooper from
simple to
Return of the
make that
Jedi
Loki.
announced, but
Yeah, that
people
Loki is so
waiting on
simple,
Cap.
We
Justin.
need this. We need
Yeah.
6 scale.
Oops,
protein.
oops,
Yes,
my
we
bag,
do
my
see
bag,
Florida Loki.
my
Oh,
bag,
don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey,
Lane.
my
hey,
bag, my bag, my
Don't do
bag.
it.
Yeah,
Trigger warning.
Oh my god.
I love that Florida Loki.
Oh, no.
Looking
Yeah.
at his little-
Susan, I
Can he
think
be
if,
Australian Loki? Because we have Crocs down here.
I could
Yeah.
literally hear somebody's Grievous falling over when you showed
Oh,
that picture.
my
I didn't mean to
God.
show that one. I didn't mean to show that one. That was it was up
once
there. I
they
didn't mean to-
announced Loki and Sylvie, Susan, I think Crokey or whatever his name is, I think he's coming with one of them. I think he's coming with one of them.
Well, I mean,
he is, I can
yeah.
confirm he is coming with a third-party figure based off the series. I can't tell you which Loki is being made, but a Loki is being made. It's going to make a lot of people very happy. It's coming with Australian Loki, and it's also going to be coming with Frog Thor in a little jar.
Florida
you're getting-
nice, nice.
Yeah, Florida Loki, Australian
Florida
Loki,
Loki.
The Gator.
whatever you
That's
want to call it.
hilarious.
Nah.
He was-
My
he was
friend
a
made
stand-up.
that for me, so shout out to Larissa, who actually
I love it.
is a collector in the community. So if Larissa's watching, she also makes bomb stuffed toys like this. So
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
That's awesome.
So going back real quick, going back to the Suicide Squad and the figures themselves.
You want a weasel. I know what you're
do
going
you-
to say. You want
do
a
you-
weasel.
Do you think? I mean, actually, I need. You already know who I need, but the thing is, with the, do you think maybe they're with the Harley, with the pushback that we've already gotten with, some of the figures before, like the one we're getting from, the Birds of Prey with the jointed arms and stuff like that. You think that they looked at all those critiques and they're trying to get this particular figure perfect? Do you think that might be the issue? You know?
No. I just think
I
that
don't
because
think-
they have.
No.
Sorry,
No.
you go. You go.
No, I was going to say there's no logic, so you can try and guess
Yeah, it's
what
true.
the hell they're doing, but I don't think they know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. We're all just
Yeah.
spitting in the wind trying to figure out what they're thinking, because that's, I mean,
Where
there's
did
no,
I
like
think,
like Ryan said, there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
They also do have 2 Harleys that aren't out yet, so
Yeah.
maybe potentially I don't know if you can still pre-order them at Secret Base, because that could be a thing. I don't know how well they sold. If you can still pre-order them at Secret Base, then they probably wouldn't want to put up a new one. You can also cancel your pre-order slips, I'm pretty sure, at Secret Base, because you only put down a 10% deposit or so, and then you pay the rest when you pick it up. So I'm pretty sure you can cancel. I don't think they'll want to have 3 Harleys on pre-order at one time, especially given the other 2 from Birds of Prey, which I really liked, but I don't know, some people
I
don't.
love Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I
Me
didn't
too.
like
I
it.
really like
I did
didn't
too.
like it at all.
I'm hoping that the HBO Max movie coming up means that we'll actually get a Black Canary. Get Journey Smollett
She was
as
cool.
Black
She
Canary.
was really cool. Yeah.
Hey, Susan. Somebody said something.
Armor. Oh my god! I bet that I can give her your information because she makes stuffed Mandos. So
She
it's
does?
possible. It's
If you made her
possible.
a stuffed armor, she would go nuts.
Oh my God.
She loves the armor. She got
I
like
love
these.
the armor. I mean, I love
She
the armor
loves it.
too.
Oh my God! If you did that, she'd probably go nuts.
That was
Excellent.
You
figure.
see, hold up.
Excellent figure.
Stop! You bounce. Yo, she's jumping up.
no, for real. She makes stuffed Mandos. So I'm not kidding. I'll message her and see if she can do it.
She's literally jumping up. Stop.
I love that.
If you knock these statues over, it's gonna be a problem. Yo, like she's literally jumping up and down.
I love that. Now I have to ask. It's a thing now.
Yeah.
If at any point we see something fall in a detolf behind Lael, then we know the cause of it.
Right.
It's
And it's probably
because
going to be a
General
previous.
Grievous.
Oh wait, never mind.
Yes.
Never mind.
yo,
You don't need
know,
it jumping around
you
for that
wanna-
to happen.
you want to talk about that so bad. It's
No,
this
I
right
don't want to talk about it. You're the one that put the picture up. That's not my fault.
I didn't mean to. I just
Not my fault.
did.
Did you cancel it yet?
I did.
I
He
canceled
did
it
today,
too,
yeah.
I canceled it yesterday. I canceled it
I
the
wish
day before yesterday.
I wish
Ryan,
I had
I'm
cancelled
telling
mine,
you.
but for the first time ever, this has never happened before, but for the first time ever, because the company that won't be named has been poking Toys Wonderland so much, the owner of Toys Wonderland messaged me and said, F them, I want to get back at them for once. I'm going to pay for your order of General Grievous because I am ordering it through my Chinese supplier. So when you review General Grievous, promote Toys Wonderland on a review of a product made by that
It's
company.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh no. Oh no.
You got a best
Yeah.
friend. You just made
Yeah.
a best friend.
I'm glad. I adore her.
As Justin
So,
likes
yeah.
to say, it's getting spicy. Oh no.
Yo, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
but
no.
nah, I mean, yeah, fuck it. I canceled
Yes,
the shit
that's what I
because
said.
I canceled it because of the previews and stuff that I've actually seen. It's a piece of
Oh,
crap.
it's horrible.
It's
no doubt
the
about
thing
it.
is,
real
it's
bad.
like I didn't think, and the Academy Award, the Academy Award, I swear to God, goes to this guy. That video, I swear to God.
What an honor.
Oh my God! Punch Grogu in the face. It like
Ryan,
he's-
I told you the reissue pitch meeting. Stickier
Yeah.
tape. That's the upgrade.
Susan,
Stickier tape on the art
Susan,
box.
you gotta watch this shit.
I'm waiting till I get it. It'll be here in a day or so. And I'll wait till I get it, and we'll see.
Nah.
If I do a windmill with the arms.
If
Nah.
I want to see if it will do the helicopter.
Hey, if it does and you can spin it, maybe it was always supposed to do that.
I said it looks like the thing that Mr. Miyagi spins at the end of Karate Kid Part 2 to
that little
to motivate
yeah.
Daniel.
Oh,
yeah,
the
just,
drum?
flipping
The
around
little
like
drum?
that.
Hey, they released the trailer for the next My Hero Academia film, which I don't know if you'll want to know about it, but they released the trailer, and I'm
You're
going
gonna you're going to hear some stomping upstairs again because the kids love My Hero. And did you? But you know,
Nice.
I've
here's
literally never
but here's the
seen
thing
anything.
though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the simple fact that now they are actually in talks to do a live action version. I don't
Yes.
like that.
You don't
I
like that?
Don't
I
Really?
no.
I'm okay
no.
with that.
love that.
Because they are known to take those IPs and do them completely wrong.
Okay,
Avatar: The Last
wrong.
Airbender.
so
Ah.
question: what about those pictures of John Cho as Spike Spiegel? Because I'm all for that live action Cowboy Bebop.
Well, no, see that
That's
okay,
different.
that gets a pass. That's different.
Okay,
That gets a
okay.
pass. That's different. So I love that because I put that up all day. I can't wait. It's just that this is on a scale totally different.
But if
It's
they
on a-
do it wrong, if they do it poorly, then we still have the anime.
That's true.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want it because the thing is, it's like you still have people that are being introduced to the IP. So if they
Right.
watch this movie and it sucks, they're not going to go back. They're going to be like, you know what? I don't want it. If this is how they end, I don't want them to judge that film for people who've probably never seen it. Judge that film off of the anime. That's what I'm saying. And now, who's to say they
I
won't?
feel like we've been in a multiverse. We were just talking about we don't want animated Marvel crap. Now I want live action. Now you're going.
It's just
Yeah.
that.
I don't want live action shit.
It's
Thank
just
you,
Ryan.
that.
Thank
It's
you,
just
Ryan.
that. It's just that IP. That's it. Everything else is cool, but it's just that IP because I
How did
know
I get in
the
this
girls will go nuts. If it's wrong, they'll go nuts. That's
Oh,
it.
I mean, I would have definite opinion, like hardcore opinions, if they did My Hero live action, if they did Demon Slayer live action, or if they did Jujutsu Kaisen live action. I would have like very, very hardcore opinions on that shit right there because like they would have to do it right or not at all.
I think they should get Christopher
Ooh.
Walken to do Deku. That's all I'm saying. That'd be awesome.
Oh my god, I know so many people who will just like full on like tackle you for saying that.
Yeah.
Ryan, did you
I'm
see?
not in a fun way.
Who's going to play the principal is the question.
Justin, it's right here.
Hey.
Ryan, did you see that comment from Bob Dylan? Said Jeddah has a grievance with Grievous. I like that.
Hey.
-5 points. Bad pun.
I can't wait to see reviews on him. Cannot wait.
I can't wait to
I'm
see everybody else's review too.
It's gonna
'cause
be
I'm not
entertaining as
reviewing
fuck.
it. I
I'm hoping that
Lael
it's good.
can't wait
I'm
because he's
hoping
not doing one because he
Figure
canceled.
of the year. That's all I'm saying. Figure of. The
I don't
year.
know. I feel like we get a little bit spicy, pre-spicy. We'll wait until the thing comes in, and if it's bad, but like the original was never a saint either. Like
True.
it has like just
That's
think
fair.
about the design. It's these big, long freaking arms. It also you have to know what you're getting into.
The
It's
writing's
not
been
going
on
to
the wall
pose
for-
like a normal. It's not going to pose like a normal 1/6 scale figure. It's going to be different. So you need to know how to work with it to get the best out of it. It's going to be tricky just by the nature of the design. The Black Series one is a pain in the ass. That
Oh, I
thing
hate
never
that one.
stands up. It exactly. So General Grievous is just a stupid, weird design. It's hard to work with in 1/6 scale. So
Yeah.
you have to also have
what they
that
should have
mindset.
done though is they should have done what Hot Toys does with their droids. They should have had a
Bracket.
die-cast lower half.
You have to
And
do
that.
that.
Feet.
You
At
have
least
to
the
do
feet.
This is the question,
At least.
Susan.
Oh,
People have been wanting
sorry.
to know this.
Okay, Susan, do you have a YouTube channel of your own? For it is not a well-known channel, but I do. I have my own channels called MCU Explained. I do it with my best friend Tab, and we
Yes.
basically pick apart all of the MCU TV shows so far. We're actually working and filming on doing some of the movies in a retrospective type situation, but we basically do what we're doing here. On a smaller scale with just the two of us, where we go through, we pull out all the Easter eggs. We tell you if you're interested in ever reading the comics, what comics, various shows like WandaVision, we can tell you what to pull if you want to go to your local comic shop or just to Amazon or whatever. But yeah, that's what we do. It's MCU Explained. YouTube.
So, Susan, can I ask you a question, please?
Of course. Of
Can
course.
can I invite
Always.
you? Brenda, you know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this. So, Susan, can you please be a guest on Comic Book Talk with Friends? It's
Of
our
course.
show. Oh my God! Like seriously,
Anytime.
like yeah. We do it on Mondays. We do it basically every Mondays. This last
Well,
episode
it's more
was
of an
crazy.
every other Monday.
Every other Monday. We're gonna probably do it the Monday after this one, but
Okay.
we're
So
gonna.
Monday after this one is literally when I start my Star Trek podcast.
Okay, so
So not that one, but
yeah. We'll work on it. We'll definitely work on it, definitely. But yeah, it would be interesting to have you on the show.
Those
to
have
talk.
been really like fun conversations, fun
Yeah.
like a lot of
Yeah.
like people in the chat really having a good time. Because
Yeah.
I mean, the comic books are like they're literally the source material for everything that
Right.
we love about the MCU
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, not DCEU.
So
much,
we're
you know,
gonna
but-
get you and Ryan on because Ryan's gonna be on the show too to talk comics.
got
Don't
some
turn your head.
comments.
Exactly.
I got some
Exactly. So you're going to be on the show. There you
We
go.
also are gonna get Will on there at some point too because he's literally never read a comic book in his
Yeah.
life.
In his life.
And then you bring in
Oh.
somebody.
I'm gonna be on there and
that's-
be like, I have no idea what's going on.
He's the virginal.
It's to
Okay.
educate you.
It's okay,
to
Will. There's
educate you.
pictures.
I'll be there for the advice.
It's to
and then
educate.
Also collectors now. If you just want to find me on social media, I'm like sporadically doing stuff. Like I don't have like I don't have a home anymore, so I'm like more like just a freelance puppy that's like all over other people's channels. And I like I just mentioned I'm doing a Star Trek podcast. So if you just follow me at Blue Susan, I'll just put it as my name over here, so that way you guys can just follow me, and then I just announce where I'm gonna be.
Susan, you got to
Speaking of
check out the
comics.
Exo 6 scales.
Speaking of
The Star
speaking of
Trek
comics,
ones. They're
Okay.
so
I just picked up a couple weeks back the first appearance of Riri Williams.
Aww.
So I'm just saying
Yes.
that's going to be fun too.
Big
Yes.
Riri energy.
Oh my
What,
God.
what other like
Oh
Iron
my
figures
God.
are we going to get? What other characters? Like we're talking about
Armor Wars as well?
and whatever.
Between her and Armor Wars, we're gonna get
Armor Wars is
good
going to be
stuff.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that
Yo.
Riri like debuting in the Black Panther sequel. I'm super psyched about that
I'm
because
so
I think
psyched for
we're
that.
gonna get some really cool stuff out of that show. That and Ms. Marvel, I think, are ones that are flying under the radar that are gonna be good on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Is she going to be like in the film, or is she going to be like one of those like post-credit scene deals?
They say she's
No,
going to be in the film.
I think
Yeah.
she's like gonna have a substantial role.
I feel
in
like,
the film.
don't you think she and Shuri would like be besties like instantly?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
like,
Rival.
they have the intellect, so they'd understand each
Although
other.
butt
I,
heads, maybe.
Oh
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's
they
going to
could,
be
right?
interesting because that's what I'm saying. Like you have two genius level individuals in one film. It's going to be weird to see how that plays out. You know,
Justin brings up a good point. They could be like Pym and Stark kind of.
That would be
button
really
heads.
cool.
Yes,
Actually, I'd
it
like
could
that
butt
angle.
head,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would
if
like
they,
to see that.
if
Yeah.
they did something like that. Which
Yeah.
which I'm wondering. Okay, so if you're going to see her, and this is my question is, do you think we will ever see Rescue again? Possibly.
Does Gwyneth want to be in?
No, I don't
know.
think
I don't
I don't
think she
think
did.
so.
She
I don't
doesn't
think
even
she
remember
did.
which MCU movie
Yeah, I
she's been in.
I'm not talking about Gwyneth though. I'm talking about the rescue armor.
Right.
Oh,
The daughter.
they'll
Yeah.
definitely
If
Morgan.
Morgan picked it
Morgan
up,
will show up again. Yeah.
oh
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
they
Like, it's,
cast what's her name from
yeah,
Yeah, they had the deleted
the
scene.
Netflix.
Mhm.
Yes, I
Yeah.
forget her name. Anyway, they
Yeah.
cast her from the Netflix show. So maybe.
yeah.
mm,
I mean, I
could see that.
How cool would it be? Because also, you know, the first time we ever saw Morgan on screen, she was wearing the rescue helmet. So
Yeah,
it'd be a very
yeah.
cool homage.
yeah. But the Riri run is incredible. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, it's I just and they like I said, I mean, they picked. I mean, if I keep forgetting where this actress came from. She the film. What was it called? We talked about it. I think on Monday, Brendan. It was the HBO. It was on HBO Max. It was he's from Chicago. I forget the name of it. It was a story about the Black Panthers.
Oh no, was it Black Judas and the Messiah?
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
So
Yeah,
she was actually in that film. She was basically one of the revolutionaries in the film. So and she, you know, had a substantial role in that as well. So it'd be good for her making that transition from there into the MCU. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's a lot going on. Like we're going to see America Chavez in the multiverse of madness as well. So
Yeah.
like there's
And I'm so here for Miss Marvel.
yes,
Yeah.
All the
yes,
things.
And just
yes.
with like Shuri and Riri, we're about to get two genius intellect women of color
Mhm.
in prime roles in the MCU. It's like Hot Toys, come on. Like
Yeah.
do the right thing.
Come on now.
But
Yeah.
see that
Like do
that's
the right
cool.
thing. Let's go.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
We got Shuri, so
Yeah.
surely we'll get a Riri. Surely. And
Yeah.
it's an armored character. They love armored
Yeah.
characters.
If it's an
in
armored character,
Hong
you're
Kong.
definitely
Yeah.
gonna get her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I want
That'll
an
sell.
MJ.
I
I
just
want MJ from Spider-Man.
MJ.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Which
I would-
MJ though?
I want
Or
Michelle.
at least from Dune, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we need a
Dude, it's
Michelle.
gonna be
The
sick.
thing is,
Michelle.
we
I
need
don't-
we need it. Like, why not?
Also, I just really just want a Zendaya because then I can dress her up and she can be from Greatest Showman and like I'm a
Oh yeah.
But didn't they
All the trapeze,
basically
yeah.
didn't like a third party company release a Far From Home, or I think it was a Zendaya from
Yeah, but
Young
Mary
Rich is
Jane?
making one.
It didn't
But could
really
be-
look like
If you
yeah,
color
it didn't
both
look
eyes-
good. It didn't look good.
'Cause I know someone made a Ned too. I remember that. Yeah.
oh the
Yeah,
Ned
it's
looked,
not very good.
the
Do you
Ned
think
close
we're
both
gonna
eyes
get
and
Dune
one hand,
figures?
then
That's
maybe
what
it
I
looks like
thought
it,
too, but I didn't want to
No.
say it.
Do you guys think we're gonna get Dune figures?
No,
Oh.
not from Hot Toys.
Not
Star
from
Race,
Hot
maybe
Toys.
Star Race. I
Maybe
think
Star
Race.
Race.
Star
Star
Maybe
Race.
3-0.
please, not Star
3-0
Race.
might differ.
He said, "Please, not Star
Please, not
Race."
Star Race.
I
Star
can
Race
paper,
Yeah, I
or,
think
I can
Oh.
paper mache a figure better than Star Race.
Oh my
Come
God.
on.
Or like,
I could go reach into the trash and grab random crap out of it and have a better
Yeah.
I
figure.
mean, how cool would it be though, like if like Asmos picked it up, because like their Lord of the Rings have gotten a lot better throughout the like course of them making.
Yeah,
it.
they have.
They
Yeah,
were
They're
yeah.
improving for
Wow.
sure. Yeah, they're improving. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Latoya.
Yo, I
Yeah, Miss
mean,
Marvel looks great.
yeah, that
Marvel
is,
is so good.
yeah,
That was,
and
Is the show still coming this year, or did
Yeah.
they?
Supposed to.
it's supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Well, they're
Yeah,
running out of
supposed-
months because you got Hawkeye in
Very true.
November, Book of
Mhm.
Boba Fett in December. We've got Star Wars Visions in September. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're gonna
Yeah.
drop it, then you gotta.
Ms. Marvel
Make
is a
it known.
great character. Like she really in the comics, I think this show is going to be great. I know a lot of people didn't really love like the Avengers game that they put out last year,
Or
but
whenever,
she was a great part of it.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good character that has a lot of potential.
Yeah,
I don't
I,
think-
I hope that they actually wait and they do her like January the way they did WandaVision.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
a lull for everybody. Like that way they put all their emphasis on Miss Marvel. Like here's all of our like eggs in this basket.
Wait, so
there's
that
nothing
show
else
is
on, just watch
before
Miss
the
Marvel.
movie, right? The show is before
Yes.
the Marvels,
Mhm.
right? Or Marvels?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Steph may have a problem with this one because she really doesn't like any characters with stretchy limbs for some reason. It freaks her out. So whenever I played as Miss Marvel in the Avengers game, she really was not a fan. So
she was so
I don't-
fun to play in the game.
Yeah, I never really played as her just because it freaked Steph out, and it kind of started to freak me out too because that rubber band sound whenever her limbs like punch someone, you hear that twang, and I was like, oh. So anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Why am I
I'm
being
still very,
bugged?
Yeah.
I'm being
I'm still
bugged
very excited.
tomorrow.
wait, what?
Is
Sorry,
that
I
like-
saw that comment you put up. I'm being bugged tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. He said
He's gonna harass you. He's
will
gonna-
be bugged.
Oh, it's not like the FBI or anything.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine.
just like he's gonna message you. Yeah, there you go.
Justin, how much did you love that trailer for the new Marvel game yesterday that you saw?
I honestly had no idea what I was watching. It was very interesting, to say the least, but you shared it, obviously, in the group. I had no idea what I was watching, and then someone said it's a turn-based game, and then I was like, okay, see you later, I'm out. I'm more
give
into...
it a shot.
No, I'm into
The
a cinematic
storyline is
experience,
so-
like The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima. I like a proper, well-crafted,
Yeah.
well-rounded... I'm not in on role-playing games or tabletop games. It's just not my thing.
I'm not huge into them either, but this storyline is such a whacked out, crazy storyline from the early '90s comics that I want to see it just for that. I want to see
Wait.
what they do just for that.
Not a gamer. What is the storyline?
It's the Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's
Oh
that like
shit!
Yeah, they did that version.
exactly,
They did that.
that reaction from
They
comic
did
book
that.
readers. Like
They
that's
did
what they're
that.
making.
Yeah, they
That's
did
so
that.
random.
It's this
Yep.
early '90s hair metal meets supernatural, crazy with Blade and Ghost
Yeah.
Rider and Wolverine and Iron Man. It's insane.
That's
Okay.
great.
I
So-
won't be playing that.
So, okay, Susan, this is a segment you're going to be introduced to.
Oh God.
A popular
Oh,
segment
no,
that
it's
that
happening
will
again.
will garnish some memes.
I thought the
Um,
network canceled this.
No, it would never be canceled.
They're not going to cancel this,
Oh.
but it's just always interesting to see what's going to actually be said. So this is the episode, or this is the segment of the show what we call the world according to Foxification. Look, he got it.
Ryan just leaving. He's just like, I'm done.
This is where I
he got
go,
his
like,
he got his pad. He's ready to go.
Oh, he's got notes. Okay.
Okay, so Will.
This one's actually okay, guys. We've talked about a lot of important stuff tonight. We've had a lot of good conversations. This one's actually not as intense as the last one.
I just want to remind everybody. I just want to remind everybody. The last time Will did this segment, Optical was making death threats. Like
He does those all the time. It's fine. It's fine. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Honestly, though,
you
guys.
like really built up this segment to the point where it better be something interesting, or else, like, Will, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about
I'm
you.
gonna like. I hope I really don't disappoint you, Susan. But like, now there's so much pressure. You guys have loaded this, and Leo kind of knows what this is about tonight. This
Yeah, I
one's
do.
more like there's some fun stuff in there. There's always fun in there. But I feel like it's more practical knowledge for collectors. This one I tried to make something actually useful. The dating one though, honestly, super useful. Like, and Justin knows he laughs. Susan, you missed the dating one. Go back and watch it. There's so much good.
Am I gonna have like
advice.
opinions on it?
Oh god.
Probably like you agree on everything that I say. Other than that, but they call me pretty boy for a reason. So
Well, I want to push you down a flight of stairs.
No,
You want me to bring it up?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
Alright,
share.
what is this?
I'm gonna share
Can
my
I video
PowerPoint.
it when you do it?
Let me know when it's up.
Absolutely.
Is it up?
Yes, up.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
So here we go. We're entering the classroom tonight. We're entering the classroom, boys and girls, everyone else. We're entering the classroom, right? Tonight's topic in the world according to Will Foxification: shop smarter, not harder. And we
Should've
got
capitalized
Cyborg here.
A2.
Since he's going to be released now, Cyborg had a couple thoughts. He says, know your options. So take a note. That's really important. This is really what this show is about. Knowing your options as a collector, because you have more than one. Some people think you only have one, but you don't. It's not true. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. Lots of women on the dating apps. So anyway, we're going to go to know your options, right? Look, and here's what we start with. Grogu says reissues are fine. So like that, it's a side topic, but I don't know. That's for Jonathan of Collecting Weekly, so because he hates reissues. And then also we have an Olive Garden breadstick. That's just there because I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, Susan, but Olive Garden equates to romance. So, like honestly,
Okay.
Olive Garden.
All right.
I have no idea where we're
Would
going.
you like to
like-
hear a story as to why that's not true?
okay,
From
let me
personal
go through
experience-
this and then tell me the story after I go through
this
this
is like a 2-sentence story.
Oh, then go for it. Go for it. then.
Olive Garden near where I grew up got shut down because the chef was doing something into the cream soups, and they found.
No.
That sounds like a one-person
No.
romance.
Yeah, so Olive Garden is not romance.
Somebody
Leo, you
gif,
cannot blame me
gif
for
this.
that one.
Gif this. Somebody gif.
I just put it in your mouth.
You cannot blame me for that one. That was all
Wow.
Susan.
Genetic
Wow.
material was tested and found in the
Oh,
cream
man.
soup.
All right. So, all right.
no, not romance.
So, if you go to Olive Garden on a date, though, I doubt that's gonna happen to you. Like, there's gonna be like, every time I've been, there's been hearts in the woman's eyes, like, because she's eating a breadstick.
What is
she
an
really
Olive
loves.
Garden though?
Oh, you don't know have Olive Garden, Justin?
It's the
it's a
the
shitty
place for
Italian
family.
restaurant.
No.
Oh, it's like a
Shitty
La
is the
Porchetta.
wrong
We have a
word.
La
Look,
More
if
like
you take
amazing.
a date to the Olive Garden, you are going home alone.
I've
okay?
been vetoed on this
Just
by
say that
every
right
I
now.
don't know
woman,
who
but-
said that because I can't recognize voices, but
It's
yes,
me, Brendan.
Brendan, yes.
Don't listen to them,
Agreed.
guys. Trust me on this
Oh
one.
boy.
Okay.
All right,
So
anyway.
first point,
That
collecting.
wasn't in your first PowerPoint. Go to Olive Garden, by the way. That was.
Yeah, you lost some points on that one. Keep
Because
going.
here's-
Are you
Pick 'em up.
sponsored
Like-
by Olive Garden?
No,
No.
we should be though. We should be. Don't take them to Taco Bell or like somewhere like that. Take them classy, like Olive Garden. That's class. Right there.
Classy.
Just- yeah.
Justin is shopping for a new podcast host already.
Oh no way. He loves it.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so first point: collecting smart equals collecting long. You have to be thoughtful about your collecting. There's so many options. There's a lot of different prices out there, different vendors. They're all gonna want your money, but not all of them deserve your money because you're a great collector and you're valuable and you have worth, and you should know that. So collecting smart equals collecting long. What does that mean? It means that every purchase should consider these things, among other things, really, because every retailer has different things to offer, right? You shouldn't just go, oh, I'm going to buy from Sideshow. I'm going to buy from Toys Wonderland. Look at everything before you do that. Look at the budget. Look at your budget. What makes sense for your budget? What is the NRD for that website, right? What are the payment options? There are payment plans on some of these sites. Not all of them have that. Not everyone can pay fully up front. Not everyone can pay 20% or 10%. Like if you can do, sometimes a $1, NRD, that's great, right? If you can do a payment plan, I love those. Let you go to Olive Garden more for more dates, okay? It's just really important. So value, cost versus length of delivery. This is a very important subject because something the Hong Kong sellers offer is quick delivery. That's why people value those sellers, right? So you look at the cost of that versus the cost of what you pay from an American retailer and see whether it's worth it to you, right? Because some people just think, oh, I want it first batch, Justin, I want it first batch, and then you can just get it immediately, right? And that's great. Like if that's within your budget or, the price is right, then go for it. Because there's some first batch figures that I've gone for and it's totally made sense. Like I got Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren first batch shipped for $250. Like that makes a lot of sense, right? Because that's actually cheaper than I would pay from a US retailer. Also, look at the reliability and customer service of the seller. Like, there's so many shops, and like I said, they all want your money, but not all of them deserve your money. You should look at, word of mouth. Who's reliable? What's your experience has been? And the reward system. A lot of these places are offering rewards now. If they're not offering rewards, they're probably behind the game with every other retailer, because rewards are very valuable. You can get free shit, and that's important. Finally, many stores will take your money. Like I said, your goal should always be to weigh the pros and cons of each purchase. There's so many factors. It's not just a buy immediately. You got to think about it. Be thoughtful, because you're a thoughtful person, and you are fantastic. All right, so we got Michael's here, right? Michael's the sponsor of the show. No one knew except Lael and I, because we love Michael's, and we really want them to be a sponsor. So Michael's, if you're watching, and
What
I
is
know
it,
you
Michael's?
are. Oh my
Craft
God, Justin.
I also love
Okay,
Michael.
That makes total sense. I just bought a Cricut from them. So.
I was
See?
literally
See?
at Michael's
See,
today.
Ryan, they're a sponsor
Yeah,
now, so
see?
maybe they can hook you up with stuff.
Michael's, we
I
love
don't feel like
Michael's.
they were a
We
sponsor. I
I'm
feel
just
like I
saying
sponsored them. No, I'm sorry.
I think we all do. Michael's has some good shit, though, to be honest. They have like good frames and stuff.
Hell yeah.
I was there today.
Yeah, like
Hell
seriously,
yeah.
like buy one, get one frames and stuff. Like seriously, check out Michael's, and Michael's, please sponsor us. So an
Exactly.
example, we're looking at Mr. Nom Nom here.
They're totally
Okay,
watching.
so this is not an exhaustive list, right? These are just some options I went through, like the most popular from what I've seen, right? He's $220 plus shipping plus tax on Sideshow. So instead of me just saying I love King Shark, I'm going to buy that immediately. I'm going to shop around. If I go to Pop Culture Zone, I'm going to play 212 shipped. If I go to Alter Ego, 220 plus shipping, 213 plus shipping from Comic Concepts, Collector Zone 256 shipped, Toys Buying Agent first batch.
Just fair to say for Collector's Own, that's with shipping and tax included.
Right, exactly. Yep, and that's why I said shipped.
Just saying.
But I will say 241 shipped first batch, 215 shipped second batch from Toys Buying Agent, Toys Wonderland, same kind of deal. So we got good prices there, and shipping will vary based on your location, obviously. So like this might be a figure, like I mentioned, in my opinion, might be worth a first batch. Like if you really want King Shark and you love him, it's not that much more to get it first batch. So this is one of those that I think is kind of worthwhile. Like if you're willing to pay a little bit extra, or if you're willing to wait and you can save money, you have options. Like I said, this is not an exhaustive list, but it's a pretty good one. Because I made it myself and I think I'm the best. So here's the other point here.
Promo code Patrol.
Another example.
Wow.
Here is Mark 1 Iron Man diecast, right? This is a really sought after, hyped up figure. This is one people waiting for a long time. This one varies pretty extensively. And I did see here, Toys Buying Agent did not have this, so I couldn't include them here. But I did include Pop Collectibles. And like I said, I did include exclusive here for these Hong Kong sellers, just because they didn't have a first and second batch option for the regular. So there was nothing for me to compare to. So you can see here, this might be a figure where you might not buy from Hong Kong, because look at the prices here. I mean, you can pay a lot less if you just wait a little bit. So in my opinion, everyone collects differently, but collecting longer equals collecting smarter. Those two are, synonymous with each other, in my opinion. Like, if you're saving money, you can buy more figures. If you're spending more money just to get it sooner, you're buying less figures. So in my opinion, it makes economic sense to sort of shop around here. And like I said, it depends on the figure. That's why you shop around and look at these things. Finally, the best figure of all time in this.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wish I could zoom in, but I can't.
No.
I wanted to
It
get it
looks
big.
like
I
you
should.
when you smile, Will.
Yeah, that's what the sculpt is me, actually. You guys didn't know that.
Is that why it doesn't have facial hair?
Oh,
Damn it, Susan. I have peach fuzz. I'll have you know.
Wow.
So my beard.
Rope elbow.
Susan just gave me the people's elbow. I don't know how I feel about it.
Wow, that was awesome.
So okay,
I
Susan.
prefer sweet chin music, but that's just me.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, Olive Garden's still the best. So anyway, collectible purchase should carefully consider the following things, right? Consider the price versus the value, the delivery estimate, the reliability of the seller, your love for the character in the figure. How much is it worth it to you? I know Justin really preached this message, and it's great. Like, this is high-end collecting, and it makes sense. Like, whatever it's worth to you, that's what it's worth, right? So if you want to pay first batch for Pennywise like I did, then do it, right? I don't get many first batch figures, but that's one that I feel like is kind of worthwhile. So I don't do it very often because I feel like I can save a lot of money otherwise, but sometimes you really love a character and you want it early, and that makes sense. So really, I'm all about choices. Everyone should have their choice, lots of different options to choose from, and you make the best decision for you. And payment options. I like payment plans. Seems like most people like payment plans, but it's up to you. If you don't like payment plans, pay fully up front if you're rich. I don't know if that's your thing. Collecting is supposed to be fun, but it also should be thoughtful. Think about what you're doing before you click the pre-order button, because you're going to be hit with a lot. If you're a new collector, you're going to be hit with a lot of payments when your figures are coming out and they all drop at the same time, which is what Hot Toys tends to do. And you're going to be like, oh shit, I have no money to do anything else now. So, and you're not going to be happy. Finally, collecting can be fast food if you let it. It can be unhealthy. But if you balance a healthy lifestyle with your passion for collecting, it can be a great thing and make your life more fulfilling because of it. Because otherwise, if you eat too much Taco Bell, you're going to be in the bathroom all the time. It's going to destroy your insides. So that's the same with collecting. If you eat too much, if you don't eat collectibles, if you collect too much collectibles and you buy them too much, you're going to have no money to go to Olive Garden and go to Michael's. And that's really the biggest point here. So thank you very much.
Okay, that was totally worth the hype.
You guys have been a great audience.
Look, as much shit
hope
as
you
I
learned
give,
something.
as much shit as I give Will, I was about to say he redeemed himself at the end until he circled back to Olive Garden. But what? Like I said, I give Will a lot of shit about these segments, but what he said there is absolutely true in that, like, people don't evaluate their options the way that a lot of them should. It's not necessarily, okay, well, this is the price on Toys Wonderland. This is the price on Pop Collectibles. This is on Sideshow. This is on Collector's Zone. There are all those other things to factor into it. The payment plan options, the rewards points, the customer service, and the relationship that you have with
100%.
them, you know? Right. So it's like, if a company is only going to let you do, you know, payment plan in larger chunks 3 months leading up to the release, and then all these things get released at the same time, you're going to get hit with, you know, crazy stuff. If you can talk to somebody like Ray at Underground or Marcos at Collector's Zone and customize a payment plan that makes it easier for you to afford collecting the stuff that you like, you know, people need to factor that stuff into, like, same thing with what Will said about, like, which ones you really want to have right away and you want to get first batch, or, you know, you put it on a 12-month payment plan and you've got it paid off, you know,
100%.
probably 12 months before it actually releases. And then when they drop all at once, you're like, oh shit, I don't have to pay anything. They're like, 6 figures just came out and I had them all paid off.
Yep.
You know,
I love payment plans.
People don't really factor that stuff in, and they need to more, and just talk to retailers, and a lot of them will work with you.
And especially right now with the state of the world and everything getting delayed because of various shutdowns and various like ports being closed and things like that, the amount of funnel necking or whatever, bottlenecking that's happening with like everything showing up at once, and then there just being feast or famine is even more extreme than it used to be. And it was very extreme all the time, really. So just keep that in mind too, in regards to what you're collecting, whether you want to do payment plans or pay all at once, or I am super neurotic and I actually have like a spreadsheet
I do too.
To pay attention to like what I'm doing via payment plan and what I put off paying.
I track all mine too, just
that way I can kind of stagger that based on my budget.
And and it's all. And I think Brendan makes a really good point. Sorry, I'll just be quick about this. I already took up everyone's time. I'll say that basically, like, I feel like the customer service thing does go a long way. So if you have to pay a little bit more, but you're buying from a retailer that you know has your back if something goes wrong, that's valuable. So.
And see, the thing is, I've never had and I straight out the back, I've never had any issues. I mean, other people have. I have had like maybe one particular issue, but that wasn't really too bad with Toys Wonderland. But the payment option is incredible. Pop culture collectibles, the same thing. The payment option is incredible because you get a chance to pay those things off. That way, if it like Susan said, if it hits at once, you've known you've already basically paid it off. Now, knowing Hot Toys, that's never going to happen. It's not going to hit all at once. But at the same time, like I said, once it does hit, sometimes things hit that I even forgot that I've paid off, and it just shows up, or I'll get an email letting me know that it's on its way. I like that. I like having that option rather than having to keep going back in, you know, if I can't, you know, if there's one point where you can't really afford to get this particular item here, you got to push the date until you run out and you don't have any other choices, hint, hint. But, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that, you know, with the payment options, especially if you're budgeting, people always want to know, like collectors like us, how do we do these things, or how do y'all afford all these figures? Right. We're not all rich.
No.
But at the same time,
like an adult.
You plan ahead.
You plan for whatever your situation is, whether it's, you know, your finances or whatever. Like, like I'm not rich, but I don't have I literally, like, every hot toy that I want that is scheduled to release between now and July of next year, I have already paid off.
Yeah.
That's
Like
smart.
it's because I'm planning ahead for them. It's not because I'm like just lighting $100 bills on fire. People
If
just
you are,
it's
I
like,
want to be in on that party.
I want to do it. I'll watch you do it. I'm not going to light my own.
Yo.
Setting them on
Sponsored by
fire?
Michael.
but
Sponsored
that's
by
the thing,
Michael's,
it's like-
right?
Michael's, baby. Michael's.
Yeah. It's just be responsible and just think about your own situation, and then talk to people at like I said, Ray at Underground and Marcos at Collector Zone, and talk to these guys. A lot of times, if you're gonna give them a lot of your business, they will work with you and figure out, okay, we're gonna do a plan. Nice. That is very good.
Well, there's one other
yeah.
piece I think when you're talking about if you happen to be in the States, because I know not everybody watching here is in the States, but if you're in the States and you're buying stuff from overseas and you are a particular perfectionist collector, like you can't have anything wrong with anything, then buying something from overseas may not be the best option.
True. Right.
We recently had the Iron Man Midas come out, right? The gold, which is probably one of my favorite figures, like Iron Man figures, but it had paint issues. It just did. And I saw a lot of them getting returned this one, whatever. And it's way easier to return something to a stateside distributor, whichever one you like, than it would be to ship it back overseas and then have somebody take it to secret base to exchange parts. It's just if you're a collector who has hundreds of figures and you really don't care if it has a smudge here or there, then it's just different types of collectors. So be mindful.
And you know what? And speaking of Collector Zone, this guy's awesome, man, because it's like talking to him, like he's always giving you up-to-date information. Getting inboxes
That guy will
where
take your money.
but
He will. I mess with Marcos like literally every day.
Marcos
on Facebook.
reasonably takes your money, but at the same time, like I said, it's how that I get like notifications through my inbox on Facebook about new options and stuff like that. Like that's incredible. Like the thing is, it's like when you have companies that will make it personable, and at the same time, like I said, they're looking out for your best. Some of them do look out for your best interests. I'm not going to say all of them are bad. Some of them do, and they always keep you up to date. Like my man Ray from Underground. I love Ray from Underground. I communicate with him pretty much all the time. If there's certain figures that I need, even if there's some that might have been released, that he'll try to find it for me, and he'll let me know. Okay, if I don't have it, if I get it, I'll let you know. He'll always give me updates. When it comes to because I even, when I wanted to get the second speeder, I contacted him. He was like, oh yeah, sure. No doubt. I'll have that for you. But it's just like reaching out to them where it's not so hard and you can communicate, and it's really, really good communication. Even if the product is going to be late, they'll let you know.
Yeah,
some of these companies will let you know.
Lael and I have both had that same experience with Ray at Underground, and with Marcos too. Like we have both either messaged them on Facebook or shot them an email, and we literally get same day responses every single time. And it's them responding. It's not some entry level customer service person. It's and they will, if they don't have the info, they'll say, let me find out for you.
Yes.
If something like it drops or is teased and they don't have it on their website yet, you can message them. You're like, hey, are you going to be carrying this? And they'll be like, yes, we will. Don't worry. I'll make sure that, that you're covered and that, we'll get you one.
Yeah.
There's that level of interaction and that trust that you can have with the retailer. And if you have that situation, then that is a big part of the value. And that's not to say that you can't get that from an overseas seller, by the way. You can absolutely get that from somebody like a Toys Wonderland or Toys Buying Agent or whatever. It's because you can also get really bad customer service from a U.S. company. So
Sure,
it's not
100%.
like just because you stay domestic, if you're in the States, means you're going to get, the best situation.
They could sell you a figure that has loose joints.
And then tell you that, well, we can't give you a replacement because they all have those same defects because we made them so badly. So you just have to live with it.
Just saying.
It's true.
Because those have filtered
true.
all throughout. But yeah, that's
Look
the
at
thing.
this face. Look at this face.
Don't highlight her, dude.
But that's the
She
thing
has
is
no
just
words.
like let
None.
think about those and the
yeah.
relationships that you have with people and that response that you can get from them, and factor that into the decisions that you're making, and it's going to make your life a lot easier, and you're going to be able to plan your finances around this expensive hobby a hell of a lot better.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and which makes
And
that whole thing.
you don't want to get hit up with 14 freaking payment option monthly payments either.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah, be careful with
man.
that too. Yeah.
And you want to know that if
Nah.
you're asking a question, you're going to actually get a thoughtful response rather than we don't know what upgrades there are, and then bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, if the person's name is Marcos, just don't.
Who,
Yeah,
Marcos?
don't trust anybody whose name is Marcos.
Who Marcos? Yeah, he's.
Did you see J-Rod said he went to Olive Garden tonight?
Oh my god.
Did he get the soup?
I hope so. If he didn't, he didn't live right.
It's
So-
a wonder you're single, Will.
Hold up, but you know
Honestly,
what?
though-
In all fairness, when especially during the pandemic, you got to understand, especially around here, there were only a few spots that were open if we wanted to get something to eat, like literally. So Olive Garden was one of them. They were open
See?
till like 11 o'clock, so we would order or we would go out and eat, and they were lifesavers during the pandemic. You know, the earlier
Learn to
stages.
cook.
I know, but you know what it is, Susan. It's not me. It's not me. Sometimes it's Toya, because she likes the bread. She loves the salad, and
Actually,
she likes the
I
pasta.
really like the
Toya
salad
has good
at Olive
taste.
Garden. The salad at Olive Garden is really good. That
Yeah, my
like
wife
watermelon
Will's
salad is
taking
really good.
Will's taking all his Tinder dates to Olive Garden, and they're all like, "I don't think you understand this app."
Yeah, I know. I don't think I get it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And then Will
uh,
is like, maybe you don't get it.
Yeah, maybe you don't get it because Olive Garden is super romantic.
Well, Will's
trust me.
definitely not getting it, but that's
Wow.
Justin's face right now
Wow.
is like giving me life.
That's awesome.
Justin is just
Olive
here for the
I
ride.
can't add to any of this conversation. I've never put anything on a payment plan. I have no idea how that works. I don't even order from
But
websites.
Justin,
I
you
just
are
send
married
an
though.
invoice.
You are married, so you did
I
woo a
am,
woman.
but I've never been
at
to an
some
Olive
point.
Garden. What the hell is an Olive Garden? I don't
Okay,
know.
remember.
They don't have it
Justin,
over there,
you
bro.
manage your finances outside of the hobby too, and you apply the same principles.
Yeah.
So it's just about
But I buy
understanding
everything.
what you can do.
I buy everything first batch, so I'm like the worst
Right.
person. People are like, "Oh, why would you spend extra to get the same thing now?" And I'm like, "Why would you go to the movies to see a film when you can watch it for free on Disney Plus in like a month's time?" Like,
At Australian
you wanna-
prices.
yeah, at Australian prices. You want to pay because you want to pay. So I'm
Yeah.
terrible at this.
And that's-
I'm the worst person.
No,
to
that's your
ask.
prerogative.
I
I think
pay
that's
more
great.
for
I mean, if you
everything.
want to
But
do
I
that, go
mean,
for
that
it.
principle can be applied to anything that anybody does. Like if you like designer shoes and you want like the Christian Louboutins, then you buy
Yeah.
those instead of
Right.
buying
Yeah.
Steve Maddens. Like technically they're
Yeah.
both made
100%.
of leather, they're both heels,
I have
and
not-
like
I'm all for
I
choice.
have not worn. Steph and I both bought a pair of Louboutins for our wedding. I have not worn mine since, unfortunately.
oh my god, I mean I love shoes. You know that about me.
Oh, look at Toya making
We've been
excuses.
shopping all day and forgot to eat. Yeah.
Lael, do they have vegan options? Or
Where
do you just like eat the menu?
I just eat the salads, bro. That's pretty much it. I'll have the
Isn't that
salads
just
there.
leaves?
Which
Yeah.
is that?
Yep. Thank you,
It's rabbit
Justin.
food.
Isn't
Yep.
that just leaves?
But see, the thing is, we have vegan choices around here. I have like so many vegan restaurants that know me by on a first name basis, so it's just kind of
Oh,
easy
nice.
to go.
That's
You
good.
know what I mean? So we,
You're the
you know,
only
and on.
customer.
Well, nah, it's. But see, the thing is,
I'm sorry.
we have, especially over here now, because a lot of people are extremely health conscious, and they are eating more. They are eating more, or going the way of veganism or vegetarianism, because they for things that are actually happening right now. There's a lot of people that are doing it, but at the same time, it's just options for us. Now, me, because I have a condition, I have to actually, because I can't eat put it this way, my stomach doesn't process and break down meats like everybody
Oh,
else.
okay.
So
Okay.
I have
That's because
to.
you've never had my barbecue.
Yeah, nah.
Don't
So
do
I,
it.
I basically have to, I had to switch to, being a vegan for real, you know what I mean, because of those things. So it's an option for me. And then on top of that, Toya, she's a great cook, and she, prepares vegan meals and stuff. Bro, she's phenomenal. She needs to open up her own restaurant. Seriously,
Yeah,
some of the
I need a
stuff that
woman
you
like
see,
that.
some of the stuff that you see me post is stuff that she's prepped and she's made.
And then you
bro.
wouldn't have to go to Olive Garden.
Well,
It's
You- it's
we can
only
live
it's
best
only
of both worlds.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
Well, you shouldn't have said. You should have stopped at "I need a woman," not like that. Just
No,
Yeah.
don't even do it, Brandon. Don't even... Honestly, though,
Wow.
Leo, I have been to a vegan restaurant before, and I'm not vegan. It was pretty good. I call her my double X girlfriend because she was two X's ago. So I went with her, and it was
thought you were
Susan,
talking about
Susan,
it was actually fun.
Susan,
Yeah.
this is happening. This is happening.
So-
This is happening. You can't say I didn't tell you, Susan. This is happening.
Did you warn her
If
beforehand?
this is happening. Look, if you haven't gotten hints from even, you know what? Even Ryan posted up the other day about the show. He posted up the other day about the show. So that was a hint. That was a hint for anybody.
help
In my
other
defense,
people.
in my defense, she was a little crazy. So
I'm trying to help other
Was
people.
she
That's all.
though?
Was she?
Susan, you got to
I'm-
take my side here. You know enough about me now. Take my side on this one. You can trust me. I'm very trustworthy.
These, you know what? These segments
You can
are
trust
so
me because
effing
I'll-
entertaining. That's why I have to have it on the show. I do it to
No,
just.
And it's funny. I literally got digits tonight. So like for anyone who says I don't, Brendan, I could show you. I'll send you the text.
But,
I'll
like-
show you.
Oh, snap.
Bob Dylan's digits don't count.
They do count for the record.
Oh my
Bob Dylan is
God.
amazing.
He
Anyway,
said, "Oh,
I
Susan's
don't know
glasses
what-
came
Yeah,
off."
you did. I just like
What are
couldn't
we doing?
process
What are we
it. I
doing?
needed to like take a minute, and that's like how I do.
well,
Oh man,
All right,
this
anyway.
has literally been an
This is why we
amazing
do this, though.
show. Like seriously, Susan, I'm so happy. Fam, my family,
Yeah,
I'm so
you are
happy
my
that.
fam.
Yes,
Forever
I am
fam.
so happy that you came on tonight. And everybody in the
Anytime.
chat for supporting, most definitely. These guys, these group of bandits here. You know what? I feel as though every time Justin's on the show, we're going to get a GIF.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
and I'm
Well,
happy about
yeah.
that. We're going to get a GIF
We're gonna
every
get
time.
Justin's reactions are priceless.
His reactions are priceless for
Yeah.
real. I swear to God, they
Wow.
are.
It's
What-
because he's just so
Listen, you just don't
dumbfounded.
have like you just don't have like a facial filter.
He
Very,
does
very
it.
You're very articulate, and like your words are chosen very like you're very verbally talented that way. But like your face gives you away every time. Like how you actually feel about something is like you could be saying like the most like run of the mill diplomatic thing, but your face will be like.
Yo,
Are there any
listen.
coders in the
Yeah, I've
chat
heard
who
that.
can make like Justin like Instagram filters for reactions?
Yo,
Yes.
we should have a Justin After
Wow.
Dark show. A Justin After Dark show is totally different. Justin, what I mean by Justin After Dark, that's when this show ends and it's just us. Justin After Dark is the craziest shit you will ever see.
It's
He
spicy.
says shit that I have
Spicy.
never. If for me watching his show so long, he says shit that I'm like, wait a minute, this is Justin though. Come on, for real?
Swears like a sailor.
Like a sailor, like straight up, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not,
oh,
I'm
and
not
it's
allowed to be. I'm not allowed to be mean. I'm not allowed to say bad words. I've been told that I have to be a good YouTuber. But then when I'm not live, I can say whatever I want. Sometimes what I want to say isn't
I
the good
love
Justin.
hanging
so.
out with Justin in real life, like just for that
Yo.
reason. Because, like, you know,
unfiltered,
People
right?
complain
he'll
about
just like walk
everything,
up
right?
to something and be like, "Well, this is shit," and then like,
I cannot wait to meet Justin so he does that.
When the world like starts to function like normal again, we're doing collectors meetups at cons. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we're
Definitely.
I'll be at
coordinated.
every SDCC
Definitely,
and
definitely.
maybe
Yeah,
NYC.
we're gonna do
Hey.
a collectors cookout in Boston. I'm gonna smoke a ton
Oh,
of meat. Whoever
yes.
wants to.
Hey, Susan. Hey, Susan.
I am
So
actually a very good cook and baker as well.
okay,
Anything?
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
You know.
Yes.
okay.
Very
So-
good.
like crazy.
So check this out. So Susan, it's Thursday night. You know, it's Friday for Justin. So it's Thursday night. So are usually around this time. So I'm going to tell you the days.
Well,
Today,
Friday for us now.
normally today or tonight, Mondays or maybe mid Wednesdays, I'll get an email by Master Enabler telling me something new or something's coming out or pressuring me to buy something. He's the guy above you right now. So I will. Yes.
There's two of them.
Yes. There's two of them.
This time I'm a
Okay,
dude.
Okay.
What are you talking
Also,
about?
wait.
Do
Also,
it,
that
Rael.
that one.
But
Yeah,
You
one of my
want
points.
this
it.
one right here. You know what?
I enable
All-
this guy. So.
I
know
think
you
I
want
think
it.
I
Yeah.
think everybody on here is enabler, but then we have sneaky enablers who
I mean,
who
I am for my friends. My friends will be like, "Oh my god, do I need this?" And I'm just like, "Yes." Here are all the
Yeah,
reasons.
you do.
but this
Everybody
guy this guy right here this guy right here
I
yeah
introduced one of my
Everybody
friends.
in the chat, sound off. How many of you have been enabled by Lael?
None.
Oh,
Not
me,
one
for sure.
person has been enabled by me. They cannot say that
haven't
at all.
I've been
Yes,
enabled by
but-
that one.
Which one, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
But one of my
Oh,
my
enabled
co-host Tab on MC
Yeah, that's true,
explained
Justin.
I got her into Nendroids because she didn't know they existed, and I was like, "Oh, Nendroids, they're amazing!" And then now she collects all of the Marvel Nendroids.
They're making Witcher ones now, and Steph still says.
Oh,
that
I
she doesn't
have all
want
the
them,
Witcher
but
ones.
There's one of him in like a bathtub, I think.
Yeah, I have that one. Draw.
A bathtub one?
I haven't
Right
even
there.
opened
Have
my
you got-
Yennefer yet.
Bob Dylan, Lael made me
Almost.
buy Ray and Dio.
No, almost doesn't count. And
You know, he didn't say almost. Right there,
No.
Bob Dylan.
Yep.
No.
Bob Dylan.
I'm talking about Doc Smizzle. He say I almost bought Electro because you didn't. Almost does not count.
What
Yeah,
about
almost
All
does.
right, well,
Mandarin?
Bob Dylan.
Apparently, in Shang-Chi, Ben Kingsley is back as his fake Mandarin. So
Yeah.
if you trust me, if y'all want to have
Yeah.
a figure
Here it
from
goes.
Shang-Chi before
Here
the
it
film is out,
goes. Here it goes.
you better get that. I
Here-
bought my
It's
It's
Mandarin.
actually a good
Yeah.
point. It's actually a good point.
I bought my
He was
Mandarin
at
last
the
week.
premiere and everything. Ben Kingsley took
Because that
pictures.
figure is going to be like pennies on the dollar
So,
right now.
so Justin, is it
Oh,
still
I got
available?
Like $130.
Yeah,
I
right.
got him so cheap.
Where?
But on eBay, just
Yeah, you
Okay.
can find
Well,
out.
People are like
Dumping it.
dumping him on eBay. They're just
But
like,
why?
But
Why did you say that live? Why could you not have waited until we got off the chat so I could get it first? You said it live, so everybody's going to probably get it, and I can't get the shit now.
you'll be able
Wow.
to get it.
But
There's
then you
so
would be
many.
enabled. We're
There's
saving
so
you
many.
from being enabled.
yeah, Jetta, yes, that.
No, he's,
We're saving you, so you're welcome. Thank
Yeah.
you, dude.
no, he's not.
Well,
Listen,
Ryan
I
and I
think
were
the-
saying the other night is he gets blamed for enabling everything, even if he tells somebody that there's something like not worth, like, you know, with Grievous, he was like, guys, I've been saying it all this time, and all you guys are now like, you know. So I was like, it's reverse psychology. If they think that if he says don't get something, it really means get something. So I told him, I was like, your next live stream, just be like, okay, nobody send me $100 super chats
Aw.
and see
Exactly.
Like
What a
that's
beautiful
NYCC 2018.
That was actually, no, that was, yeah, I think it was 2018, 2019, I think. That was
Yeah.
actually 2019, or one of them, I think it was. And yeah, I think that's what it was. I think I remembered that one.
That's awesome. That's a great pick.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
like
I will
that
tell you
had to
that.
have been like the last day or the second to last day of the show because I'm in like the comfy shirt. I can
Dude, I
tell.
miss
I can
cons
literally
so
tell
much.
like where we are in a con, like if I'm working it based on like what. That's. I'm not even wearing. That was on the way to the airport.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even have any gear on at that point.
those
She's got a
were the
sleep
times.
mask in her pocket ready to break out for the plane.
Next picture, you'll probably see Susan laying on the floor, and I'm like,
We should definitely do that. I'm just like,
yeah, definitely, man. I'm telling you. But nah, thanks, guys. Thanks for actually coming on tonight. Okay, so Will, where you know what? Will, where can we find you besides Olive Garden, bro? What do you got
see,
going
Olive
on?
Garden's the
and
main
Tinder
place.
apparently.
Yeah, Tinder. Well, see, Susan, I'm glad you asked. Tinder.
I'm glad I'm
Hinge,
married. I don't have to
Tinder,
deal with that, man.
Hinge.
Yeah.
Bumble's not that great in my area, to be honest. Like, it's kind of just like there's not. I don't know. There's not that much. So, like, I kind of live in a rural area, like, but Tinder and Hinge for sure. But other than that, like, Instagram, Will_Foxification. There's a lot of great things there. I promise. A lot of Pennywise stuff, some other cool stuff that you definitely want to see, and then YouTube.
Pennywise stuff.
Pennywise stuff and Olive Garden.
They
You
mix
are
re-
pitching your page so hard.
They mix really well, Susan. I'm not gonna.
I mean,
Honestly, though, now
I
that
believe
you said that,
Pennywise,
like to be
man.
honest, Susan, the Pennywise
Pennywise.
thing has not been the deterrent that people, the woman repellent that people think it
Oh
is.
no, it's not. It's a great
Yeah.
date movie because
It-
it,
oh,
has
yeah.
so many like jumps that you
Yeah.
get to like.
See,
You know?
see, she's
Leia,
talking
you gotta
about it.
highlight
If-
Bob Dylan's comment.
If there's
What'd
if
you
there's
say?
someone
Hold on.
into horror, definitely show them it because there's so many
See?
like nice.
That's how you just inch closer. That should be a PowerPoint. Only Fox fans.
That is your
Well,
strategy.
only fans, they banned all the good stuff.
You
man.
might
So
get
I
a lot of
can't
people
do-
No, they
on
didn't.
Fox News.
No, they
They
didn't.
backtrack.
Oh, can
They
I? Can I
backtracked
still-
that.
can
They
I still do
backtracked that.
nudity?
They
Okay,
backtracked
cool.
all that. They
Yeah,
they
you
call
can
it.
put all your content on there, Will. You're good.
Sorry, I went full R there, or X. But my channel, Will Foxification, the name you see on screen. You can find me there. I just did a Joker video essay. That was really fun. Justin and I did a podcast together. We recorded our first episode. Justin, I don't know if I could say the name yet. Can I say the name?
It's going live. I'm thinking about dropping it like right now, basically.
Okay. Do you want to say it or do you want me to?
You go for it.
All right. So Figures and Flicks.
Oh,
it is
Nice.
Yep. We were torn between Figures and Flicks and Figures and Film. But we went with Figures and Flicks because it was kind of edgier and cooler. I don't know. It had a little bit of a spice.
Shall I drop it? Shall I drop it now?
Yeah, drop it now. For people. We recorded it last night. So we talked about Suicide Squad, some other stuff, but it's mostly going to be talking about films
played,
and then the figures related to those films and other figures that come out in news and stuff. It'll probably be like,
it's up.
I would think, Justin, it'll probably be like 2/3 figures, 1/3 film, something like that, you know?
Yeah, that's the aim.
Yeah.
Same format as the last podcast. Three main topics, predictions on what's coming up next at the end. I'm sure we'll have guests on. 1 episode a week. It's going to drop hopefully around this time, I guess.
Okay.
And also this time it's video as well. So
Yes.
previously it was just audio. We will still be on iTunes and Spotify, but it's also on my channel as a video version as well.
Okay.
So you'll find
you
it
get to
everywhere. It's
see-
live
you can
now.
see-
The first episode is live now.
My pretty face and Justin's reaction to my words. So it's
Oh my god.
Good.
Wait,
So,
is there
pretty
no world according to Will Foxification segment? in the
not yet in the
podcast?
first episode, but I might
The
convince
whole
Justin to do it.
Justin's like,
is
no.
it's
whole
the
thing.
podcast according to Will Foxification.
No,
Amazing.
Justin hasn't unleashed me fully yet,
It's
but
like
in
that
time.
show
Not
back
yet,
in the
no.
90s, like Parker Lewis can't lose.
Susan doesn't believe me, but it's true. But anyway, sorry. That's my spiel.
Justin,
I
I'm
want
done.
to see an
Justin-
episode hosted at an all.
Justin doesn't know what he signed up for.
Justin, what? Okay, did you already just say what y'all have coming or what you have
Yeah,
coming
he
up?
did. But
Yeah, I
also
did.
Justin,
You did because
Justin
y'all
has
Find me wherever
more
you can find me.
and name Lael's idiot. Where
No. Say it right.
Strays.
what's going on, bro? Tell them what's going on.
Well, like I always say, just waking up in the morning, pissing excellence. It's what I do.
Wow.
Boom.
Instagram
I like it.
is my personal one is Real Riley with 2 E's, like movie real. And then my collecting one is Max Effort Collector.
oh shit, I've been tagging the wrong one then.
No, everybody does that. That's fine. It
Okay, I
works
was like,
because
I only knew the one.
the other one I use for my business, so that actually helps too. So that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm just living the dream. You know, being awesome.
Got you. The enabler, master enabler, Lael's scapegoat. That is true because you have been a scapegoat. I'm not going to front. So that's
Oh,
true.
I know. You're like
It's like that's
boxes
not
show
news
up
to
at
me.
your door, and you're like, yeah,
You know what? Hold it, real quick.
I wasn't gonna buy this.
So me and Ryan, he was live. Remember this, Ryan? He was live. He was actually talking about like the Shawshank Redemption character or the figures. So he was live and he streamed me in. So me and him are talking, bouncing back and forth, just having this conversation. Toya comes in because she thinks Toya's mom was on her phone. So she was like, "Wait a minute, I know he ain't talking to you like that. Do I gotta come over there?" She's like, "No, mom, he's on." Yo, this shit was live too. Everybody heard it. It was crazy.
It was great.
It was.
I was
great.
watching some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. I have enabled. Let me play. I don't enable people. I show things that I like that I think are interesting. I show them to the world, and you
And then
make
grown
your own-
ass people make their own choices.
Just make your own decision, man. If your significant other is yelling at you and you want to blame me, I'll take it. It's okay. I'll own it. Fine. But it's just one of those things. I don't know. I will be honest with you. The last couple of weeks, I've taken a little bit of a break. I've just kind of done something here or there, just taking a break, which I think you need to do every once in a while. Just take a breather. Because honestly, I've come home and I'll just pose some figures or I'll watch a show or I'm just taking a break.
Just chill.
But break time's almost over. And it's gonna be fun. So I've already got one video that I was gonna drop earlier, but it's a little late to drop now, so I'm not gonna do that. But I do have I have Grievous coming here, so we'll see how that goes. And
Oh
like
my God.
Justin said earlier, I owned the original version. I know what I'm getting into. I know 100% what I'm getting into, which is why I made the other video.
So you're a masochist then. You know what you signed up for.
So a little bit of trivia. That's the first figure I ever broke at the place I used to work. Was
From
the
looking
at
it, you mean?
the original General Grievous. I was supposed to do a video
Wow,
with
see?
it, and
That's not
I
your fault, though.
fucking broke it. And I didn't even touch it that hard. I just was like, I talked with my hands, and I was near it, and then I was like, oh shit, and it just like
Yeah, see, I'm
Susan,
so
that's not your
glad.
fault, because
I
that's-
dodged
they don't
that
put
bullet.
Even
it
they're
in
saying that
box,
if they
you
ship
look
it,
at
it might get broken in shipping. Then you know it's crap. So it is what it is. Well, I know what I'm getting into. That's fine. I'm going to try and be objective about it. But the videos that have been shared today, kind of, they're kind of getting into influence.
But you were objective about it the first time around. Like you talked about the faults with it. The first, like calling somebody out for then trying to put shoe shine on shit is not. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I said in this video I got dropping. I guess I'll drop it tomorrow morning or whatever. What I essentially said in there was that Sideshow has broken trust with the 6-scale community. That's essentially what I said. They broke trust, and not only this one, but other releases as well. They've broken trust. And
the Wolverine that I got when the claws just kept falling off pissed me off.
Yeah.
That's a pretty important feature on Wolverine.
And literally, you would bend the elbows, and it sounded like an old horror door opening creak. It was just terrible. But so anyways, well, I've got that going on, but I'm excited to see it. I've got another Jazz Inc. diorama that probably will be here tomorrow, so that'll be cool.
Ooh, is that the Rogue One?
Yeah, I got the Tantive 4 true scale thing. So somebody offered it to me for a deal, and I was like, sure, what the hell, I'll buy it. So I guess I got enabled.
You enabled yourself on that one.
I literally got an email that says, "Hey, I bought something from you like years ago. Would you want to buy this?" And I'm going, "Yeah, what the hell?" So that's what happened.
What the hell? That's how every good video starts.
Is that your second Jazz Inc?
My third. I got Vulture. I've got the Death Star diorama, and I've got this one's the Tantive.
How do you guys fit that Vulture in your I can't even.
I took the wings off.
Oh, I've got space.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Hey,
but in the
Justin,
module case, I'm going to have the wings along the back. So I mean, then they're not deep. They're just very.
Is it going to be like a whole Spidey shelf with him kind of in the back?
Exactly. Have him in the
I don't
back
have mine flying because I don't trust the rods.
I don't trust it either. Yeah.
So
Justin, mine to be here on Tuesday.
Yeah, for those who don't know, we streamed with Yost, the owner of Jazz Inc. And after the stream, he was gracious enough to send Lyell one of the early samples. He's obviously paid and ordered for it. He's paid for it, so it's not a free thing or anything. But he gave him one of the early samples. So
wow, that's awesome.
It worked out.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time with it.
Are just their work, their craftsmanship is
incredible,
amazing.
bro.
Absolutely
it's simply amazing. They do
crazy.
beautiful work, hands down.
If they actually do the 66 Batmobile, I'm all
it's almost
it's already done.
Absolutely.
It's already
Is it?
almost
Really?
done. Yeah, it's definitely already there.
First quarter. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's happening.
You already got the figures,
They said
Brendan.
they're
You might
doing
as
the
well do it.
95 one from Batman Forever too.
Yep, you
Which
can pre-order
is
that
not
now.
as cool to me,
all
but it's
officially
still-
licensed. All officially licensed. It's happening right now. You can pre-order it. I'm just really happy that there's a company in the 1/6 scale community that we can actually speak to the owner and get updates from. It's not some mystery, some hidden secret society of people making these figures behind closed doors and don't speak to anyone.
Are they going to
fear
be doing DC now that they're licensed? Are they going to be doing DC 6th scales, or is it mostly it just going to be vehicles right now?
I think it's just vehicle. I think their license is specific to vehicles. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's what I heard. Yeah.
That's still cool.
Yeah. So
there is a reason I got those boxes because I got the Batmobile.
that you got them up there.
By the
Exactly.
way, Ryan, on the inside, I don't know if you've owned them before, but I love what they did with those two figures because the inside cardboard piece is the wall, so you can have them climbing up the wall.
Yeah.
I wish they would do more stuff like that. That's so fun.
Well, and the sculpts on those, for as old as they are fantastic.
They are
fantastic.
Yeah, they're incredible.
I wish they did
So
the
good.
villains. I wish we could
Joker.
make the full movie, have the Joker, the Penguin, the Riddler, all of them.
yeah.
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Catwoman. Oh yeah.
Batgirl.
Eartha Kitt. Give us Eartha Kitt.
Catwoman.
Give us Eartha Kitt.
I would go for a figure of her.
Give us Eartha Kitt all
What
day.
was not the movie from the shows? The older lady with the
Julie Newmar,
Maybe.
the white
Anyway.
lady.
That's Catwoman.
No. I'm thinking of like one of the villains. She was like an old lady. She had some kids running around. It's been so long since I've seen that.
What?
Anyways, whatever.
Oh, Justin, I have my my quarter scale from NECA for Batman and Catwoman are going to be coming soon to join Danny DeVito Penguin. I've just been lonely over there.
I still haven't ordered mine. I need to order mine.
Susan.
You can blame him for.
But actually, let me put it this way: I got
okay.
that Prime 1 Batman statue for less than those 3 NECA figures. So I'm very happy with my Prime 1 Batman.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't cancel on you, Justin. I'm just a little
So-
worried for you.
No,
Those
I spoke to him. He's
NECA
all good.
Oh, really?
Those
He's
NECA
good,
figures
Justin?
are like
Okay.
are like $275 for you or something, right? 250, 275.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys,
That's crazy.
The woman
Anyway,
that-
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't even know. I was being asked a question. I don't know what I was supposed to do.
No, I'm just saying what's going on in your world. What you got coming up besides what
Oh.
you've already told us?
Oh no, I mean it's just that my world now is mostly hopping around. MCU Explained is where I live, though we are also taking a break because there's no like explainable television right now. And then so you can find me on that, but mostly just follow me on my Instagram and Twitter at Blue Susan, spelled BLOO, like Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. If you understand that cartoon reference, then I applaud you. Most people don't. So yeah, that's where you can find out where I'm streaming next and which platform I'm streaming on and with who and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's me.
Yes.
Also, I want to take this opportunity to say, Jetta, you are an absolute delight because I have like weird stories that I heard about you from my old job / other people that we mutually know, and you are an absolute delight. So I was a little bit nervous because I was like, I've always been led to believe that you don't like me. And
What?
Are you kidding me? That's insane.
and so I always kind of was like a little bit standoffish to you because I was led to believe you didn't like me. And so I was like, well, if he doesn't like me, like I'm not going to try with this guy. So like,
That's
What's
insane.
yeah,
He
you are,
always tries.
you are wonderful
I kind of
and
get it though. He
fantastic.
always tries to ban me from every stream, so I kind of get it.
Yeah, but Will, you deserve it.
No, you have been misled, my friend.
Yes.
I'm so glad.
Guys, you
You're a
realize
delight.
though that like us all being able to come together on streams like this now has kind of uncovered that a lot of the other nonsense that like we've heard in the past is exactly that, is complete nonsense. Because we can all just get together for a couple hours and shoot the shit on this and have a great time. And there's like all the actual drama, it's manufactured by other people and things that think that they can somehow benefit from it being like a fractured community. It's ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's absolutely stupid.
Completely agree.
It's all misplaced. People
I
they
love
want to
I
pass it
appreciate
off.
that, and I'm glad we got that.
Yeah,
Really
and
good
that's
stuff.
also what I like about the good people in the community, which is most of the people. If you think about it, it's like 95% really, really genuine people who love collecting. And that's honestly what I love the most about being in the community is the genuine people. And then all of us, like, there's no fracture. That's all.
Nah.
That's all
that
ridiculous.
toxic. That's what I'm saying. Like the toxic shit, we don't basically allow here. The team, we make the dream work here. Plain and simple. Like I said, it's like you don't. Me myself, like I said, I've never been placed in a position that I don't pass judgment on anybody. Like I've never been that person to pass judgment on, except for Will. I never pass judgment on. No, I don't pass judgment on anybody. And like I said, for me,
I'm supposed to the dig at Will.
So for me, it's just like
don't know.
I mean, this community, like I said, it's fun. Getting my feet wet with doing things like this. Like I'm working hard as hard as I can because I'm working it hard at something that I love. And this is why I'm here. This is why I have everyone here, because I love what I do. I love collecting. I love talking about it. I love chatting with everybody, making friends, creating that community. And the thing is the toxic shit. Sometimes that shit will take you completely out of it. Where you'd be like, you know what, I'm completely checked out.
Oh, I
So
just
I
feared for like over a year because of that toxic.
You have no idea. I literally, if anybody has been attacked in this, it would be me. I'm telling you.
Yo.
Literally,
I'm all
I was gonna say, I've actually witnessed
too.
you being attacked, Justin being like, I've witnessed a lot of people being
it's
attacked, and I think that's
ridiculous. And here's the thing: I've gotten to the point where I've had to call police departments. Like,
wow.
Damn.
Are you
All
for
right.
real?
I'm for reals. I'm not even kidding. And I'm
I've
talking
had to
like,
file FBI harassment claims because FBI has an internet department that specializes in social media harassment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
believe me, I've been there, so I
Whoa.
understand.
Wow.
Over fucking toys. Why?
Yeah,
Like, what-
over fucking toys.
like come
Agreed.
on. Are you for
Well,
real? Like,
Agreed.
what
You
what
guys
sense
do
does that
know-
make?
Someone stole my picture off my Facebook. Remember? Have you guys seen that? Have you seen that profile? You haven't seen that?
No.
There's a Bill
Oh.
Wolfification.
Bill
He comment.
Wolfification.
He's a really nice guy.
Ah, my baby. That's my daughter. She made the stream. Oh,
Skylar.
that's my pumpkin. Hey, baby.
Yeah, but someone stole my picture off my Facebook and made a profile out of it.
But the
Somebody
really,
made a-
the really
somebody made a
messed up
gif
thing is
of,
it
of
happened
Justin.
on another stream. We thought it was
Yeah,
like
there's a
going to
fake
be a
me going
one and
around
done
too,
joke
actually.
on that stream. And
Oh,
it's
it wasn't
like,
me.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
not
3
me.
months later, and this guy still has a profile.
He's
with
really
Bill's
nice.
Face.
Yeah, it's my face.
Wow.
That's
Did you?
I'm,
did
I'm
you meet
also
him?
I'm flattered,
did you
but I'm
meet him
also
at Olive
nervous.
Yo, Susan. She's.
I agree. This should be
she's
about
your fan
fucking-
too. She's your fan.
This whole community should be
She's
about
your fan.
collecting. And
Yeah.
here's the thing: people go like, "Well, you've got a bigger collection, so you're cooler than this."
who
and that."
cares?
Yeah.
Complete
I'm
bullshit.
actually-
Like, I don't
Yeah,
care.
right.
I also love the people that are like, I can't collect, but I just really like to see other people's collections.
Yes.
That's awesome
Yeah.
too. Who
Right, that's
cares?
great. That's great.
Yes, they live vicariously through us, but at the same time, like,
Here, I'll tell you this: I don't
Mhm.
collect Pokemon anything. Like, I don't collect anything. But Unlisted Leaf is freaking entertaining.
yeah,
Oh, I watch it. Like,
you watch it,
I'll
right?
randomly catch one of his videos because it's entertaining. But I don't know a
Yeah,
damn
it's
thing
indeed.
about Pokemon. He's just entertaining.
I'm
Yeah.
also
Also-
the same way with Lego. I don't know. I don't collect a ton of Lego, but I love watching M&R Productions. He does amazing reviews on Lego. So
And
I watch
I
all of
don't
his
know
videos.
jack shit about video games, but I will watch a Twitch stream of other people playing video games for hours because it's so
Yo.
fun to watch.
Right.
Eventually,
Yeah.
you can watch the stream that Will and I do about The Last of Us and The
Oh,
Last of Us
yeah.
Part 2. Because that's
Oh
that's
my God.
happening. But see,
I
that's
think that's a
Justin
good
will be
Dude,
deal.
if that happens,
one of the
I
cool
will
things.
watch that because I don't know about that game and I want to know about that game, and that's how I learn.
and that's the cool thing though is Will and
never
I
played a
are on
game.
polar opposites of that debate, and we will bust each other's balls, but we'll have a fun and respectful time of
Yeah.
me being right and him being wrong,
Never.
and it'll we'll have a blast. But like we can do that. Like nobody should be criticized for how they collect. Nobody should be criticized for buying everything. Nobody
Yeah.
should be criticized for he sells half of what he buys. So what? Somebody buys it, they review it, then they don't like it. If they're honest and they say, "Yeah, I'm not keeping this," and then they sell it,
Yeah.
what like
cares?
what's the
and you know
criticism
what?
there?
And
That,
I
by the way, when people
Yeah.
do that, as long as they're not like price gouging, which by the way, that's also your right if you want to do that because you bought the figure in the first place. But like, if you buy something, review it, know you don't want to keep it, and you sell it to someone who actually wants it, you're also helping the community that way.
exactly.
And you're not telling
Yeah.
people, "Oh,
Someone
this is
else
great."
gets it.
You're not telling people, "Oh, this is great. Go buy it. I'm definitely keeping it." And then you turn around and sell it on the sly. Like you're
Mhm.
being like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this all right. This isn't for me."
Yeah.
But then there are other
and-
ones like Ryan.
Yeah.
You got Hellboy, and you 100% expected to review it and then unload it, and then you're like, "Damn, this is a cool figure. I'm keeping it."
Mhm.
Yep.
He's
You know?
awesome. I love Hellboy.
It's like
I love
why-
it too.
and how-
I
such a
literally
great
got a comment the other day in one of my videos. He goes, "Unless you do a collection video, I'm going to assume you sold all your figures and you only have this one." And I'm going, I don't care what the hell you assume.
Go
You go
ahead.
jump off
Yes,
the
you,
I-
you have a whole
That's
list of
fantastic.
Do you know how
collections
often
as well.
I've been accused of not having a real collection because I won't show it? Like,
also,
but you
also because you're
What's wrong with
not
people?
part
Come on,
of
people.
a certain situation anymore, they'll probably assume that as well. Like you
Yeah.
don't have the
Come
common
on,
knowledge, or like you
people.
might have been fed. And I will say this
Right.
too, and I'm saying this live because it has to basically be said since we're on this topic.
Oh shit, we're live.
We are still alive. So I don't hate. Okay, listen. I'm not here to basically hate on another person's channel just because they may have more likes, more subscriptions. I'm not here to
Right.
do that. That's not what we do here. We
Right.
support each other's show. I support Justin's show. I
Although
support
your
Ryan's
subscriber
show.
count is climbing.
Well, I'm not even looking.
It's
You know what? And I
okay.
probably haven't even taken a look at it because I really don't look at those things. Whatever happens. You will it, they'll come. You create it, they'll come. But you do it in a positive way. I admire these guys. When I started watching Susan, had no idea idea that, I would actually meet her. I willed that to happen. Started watching Justin. I had no idea I would ever meet this dude, but here it's happening. Ryan, never in a million years, but yet he's here. Will, I knew I was gonna meet Will because he's a lady. I'm just fucking with you, but Will, great content. It's like, yo, I'm meeting all these individuals because I willed myself to be here, and I'm really a fan of individuals whom we inspire and we push each other, we admire each other's work, and that's what it's all about, creating a community, not the fucking, and I'm saying this, not to fucking compete with anybody. I'm not here to do that. So if that's what you're here for,
coming together, if you had 2 subscribers,
if there were 2 people basically even watching the show, I wouldn't give a fuck because I have everybody here and I'm able to conversate about things that I want and that I love. So I don't care about that shit, and neither should anyone else, because I have been part of situations, and I'm just going to speak on it. I've been part of situations that could have took me completely out of this whole situation because of the simple fact that these people, and I'm not going to say it, but this individual just has that chip on his shoulder. Get that shit the fuck off. That's you. I'm here to basically create a positive atmosphere where we can all discuss, we can all collaborate, jump on each other's show. Even though Ryan, he's telling me I need to take a break. Honestly, he tells me I know I need to take a break, but I'm just hustling. But anyway,
I need to take a break.
I'm just hustling.
This is like your 18th live stream this week.
I don't know. I don't know.
I get like notifications that Lael's live.
I'm
working.
I
said, hey, I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow night. You want to join? He was like, I already got one scheduled. I was like, well, no shit. I should have assumed.
But yeah,
I'm gonna schedule it in for like December 5th.
Yeah,
Ryan, you got to book them out way in advance now. It's like booking a wedding venue.
No. Nah, it's this, but I love the simple fact that we can talk off stream, we can actually talk through chat. I love that we can just share those ideas, and that's what I think it's about, because it's a space away from all the bullshit that's going on, all the politics in the world. This is an escape. People need to realize that, and for anybody who's watching, if you don't want to be a part of any type of drama, these individuals right here that you actually see on this show right now, this is where you want to be, plain and simple.
Will.
No, I'm the least dramatic person
No.
I don't agree. I don't think Will's about drama. And
I'm the least dramatic
Will's
person
the
here.
sweetest.
We're talking about too many Tinder dates. Like that.
You can never have too many, Susan. It's true. Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But but that's what there's no competition with it whatsoever, because if Ryan's like, I was thinking of doing a live stream tomorrow night, and you were like, I've actually already got one planned, so I can't. But you want to come on ours? It's like Ryan will be like, yeah, sure, fine, I'll jump on.
I actually didn't give him a choice.
Right,
Literally, I didn't give him a choice.
Well, Justin was
I
like,
didn't give him a choice.
I'll stream on Tuesday. If you guys want open door policy, there's no competition, because it's just us getting together and having fun conversations about shit that we enjoy. And if you have a competitive streak with another YouTuber, reevaluate your priorities in life.
Yeah. Even though if I see these people in this group right now, if I see y'all at live anywhere else, I'm getting a fucking autograph and I'm not paying for it. So Justin, I'm telling you, I'm not paying for that shit. You're just going to sign shit, okay? You're going to sign shit.
If I don't have a signed Olive Garden menu from Will, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I'll sign a breadstick for you.
No, that'll decompose. That'll be gross and decompose.
We can figure out. What if we grind it down, or I'll grind it down to a cup and sign the cup or something. We'll do that.
Okay.
Wow.
That's better.
Yeah.
Just 3D print a breadstick, and then
there we go.
Oh, there you go. 3D. I would accept that.
It'll probably taste the same.
Just make sure you put some garlic salt or something on it.
Put some garlic.
If I ever get asked to sign an Olive Garden menu, I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, you didn't see what you didn't see what I put in the chat? I said he'll be signing autographs at your local Olive Garden.
Yeah. I saw that.
I have my own table.
Yo, people going seriously.
As long as he's not the cook.
Oh,
Will's gonna organize a road trip where he just drives cross country and hits all the Olive Gardens. That's
a thing.
That's a great vlog content. To be honest.
No.
Don't do it.
Bad childhood memories come. Ugh.
Nah.
Luckily, that's
Forever
not the
etched
one
in my memory
I don't
now.
think I'll ever go back now. I
Yeah.
seriously won't ever go back now.
Once
That's a
again, I
tip.
just threw up in my mouth. That's just not right. It's not right, man.
But yeah, thanks for having. And again, great to have this panel. Y'all all welcome anytime, man. Please come back, Susan. You will be back. I'm I threaten people.
I will
so
be back.
You will be
You
back,
will
Justin.
be
Fucking
back.
Terminator. I'll be
Justin
back.
Justin has a hit, so he has a hit out on him. So he has to make an appearance at least once a week, or someone will show up at his door. Same with Ryan. Same with pretty much everybody. I put these contracts out on people. You know what I mean?
Cool.
I got contracts on all
True
you
story.
bitches. What movie was that from? What movie was that from?
I don't know.
Training Day. Come
Training
on,
Day.
man.
Oh,
I got cases
Training
on
Day.
all
Oh,
you
he got shit on
bitches.
me.
That's a
I was
great
like,
film.
what's funny is I was like, Denzel said it. Which
Yeah.
Denzel movie?
I got cases on all you. Yeah. So that's you know what?
Dude,
That's
that
a 1/6
performance.
scale. That's a 1/6 scale figure we need.
Oh,
Training
hell
Day,
yeah.
Denzel.
I
You
would
gotta
say
get the
then
when
he
you
needs
don't have to get
Denzel.
Yost to make the car though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You have to
No,
make the
I want
car.
I want Training Day Denzel from the end when he got shot in the ass.
Oh my god.
Like when he's all banged
Or
up.
in the car.
Yeah.
Battle
Honestly,
damaged.
That's a
Leo,
Battle
you know what I,
damaged Denzel.
you know what I really want, Leo? Omar.
Oh, thank you, Joe Mama.
You want Omar?
I want Omar figure. That's what
I
I
think
want.
some.
Oh my.
Oh,
The Wire?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it's Leo's
Die
cousin. It's
for an
Leo's
Omar
cousin.
figure.
that's my
Susan.
first
Wire.
cousin.
Do
That's
you know
my
that?
first cousin.
It's Leo's cousin.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I'm like oddly obsessed with him.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Well,
that's my
Susan,
first
you
cousin.
had to have watched Lovecraft Country.
I loved Lovecraft Country. I love Boardwalk Empire.
Yep. He's
I
great.
love anytime he shows up. I'm like it's one of those. He's one of those actors that like if I see his name on something, I'm like, oh, I'm watching that.
And I'm from Maryland, so that show, yeah, it's amazing.
Wait, you're from Maryland?
Yeah, I live in Maryland.
Who's your football team?
Not the Ravens.
Fuck you. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Are you a Ravens fan?
Yeah, you
Oh
just-
my god.
You just made an enemy.
Susan, I thought we could be friends, but
Oh
now
my
I'm not
God, are
so
you
sure.
fucking serious?
I'm a Saint. I'm a
What
Saints
is
fan.
happening right
I'm a
now?
Saints fan. Yeah.
You're a Saints fan?
Oh, that's the best one.
That's hilarious. You're a Ravens fan. No, I like the Ravens. They're okay, but
That's American
How can
football.
you not love Lamar?
I love Lamar. The Ravens are probably my least favorite team.
Yo, Justin.
Whoa, I am not ever going to Olive Garden with you.
Oh,
Ever.
yes, you are.
Ever.
Everyone's going. We're going to
Practice
collect your
these at
meetup.
home, like and just have them ready.
Oh, Justin.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Oh my god.
No, I'm on my
That's
couch.
face.
It's one of my throws. I
Damn
have
face.
him.
They're
I
just,
have my
they're just
Reagan
laughing
and
at
I
my
have
reaction. They're laughing at my
Oh,
reaction.
Justin's reactions, man. Are
I
crazy.
love Lamar Jackson. He's fantastic, but the Ravens I hate. So
Oh my God.
I'm so
Making
sorry.
enemies
Oh.
live.
Susan,
so
He said making enemies live.
We can still
We're gonna-
all go to Olive Garden together.
Susan, we're
Oh.
gonna team up. We're gonna go to Lael's wedding, and we're just gonna hang out with Michael K. Williams the whole time.
Perfect.
And he will be
Perfect.
there.
And I will tell
He
you
will be
one
there.
reason to also not like Olive
I
Garden.
mean, I'll just
Is
go
because-
like this at him. I'll just be like, hey.
What's the other reason?
one
Ron?
reason to not like Olive Garden is because they treat you like family. Just saying.
Oh my
That
god.
is actually, yeah.
Oh.
Who wants more of their fam? Yeah, that's
Layout. Even if I don't get an invite to the wedding, I'm showing up because
Well, why wouldn't you?
I don't
I'm
know. Some people have
officiating.
small weddings. Are you officiating, Brendan?
I'm officiating.
He's going to officiate.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna push. Okay, so we're gonna push it until the pandemic is clear and we can get Justin over here. How about we do that?
Aw.
Yeah, I'll come.
We'll push that and we'll get him over
That'd be
here.
sick.
That's actually a
Everybody
huge
has to
regret.
come.
Justin, one of my huge regrets is like not being at your wedding because I should have been at your wedding.
Yeah.
I should have been.
And you could have come at that time too. 'cause,
I know.
travel
I
was
should have
allowed.
been at your
God
wedding.
Damn it. God damn
I
it.
should have been there. I'm
I
pissed.
Susan,
I
you're gonna
could-
come to the
I
bachelor
could hear Ryan in my ear like, make sure you have your phone. There's a release coming this Friday.
party. Susan,
But
you're
he
gonna come
does.
to Lael's bachelor party.
I
Maybe
will
co-ed.
totally go to your bachelor party. I can hang.
That's-
I'm such like, yeah.
you
I
know
can
what?
hang.
As long you can have it back. As long as you never take me to a strip club. I will say it
Yeah.
live. I hate strip clubs. I don't go. Now, don't ever take me to a strip. Don't even invite strippers. I have a reason for saying that. My first marriage didn't go well, and that's pretty much one of the
What
reasons
about
why.
clown
We'll just take your hot toys.
Oh,
Sean.
there you go. Honestly, though, this is a separate thing. But what do you guys think about Hooters? I don't feel comfortable.
Nah,
with it.
Hooters
Like, I
is
don't-
not. That's not. That's.
I
That's.
don't
it's-
like Hooters. It makes me feel icky.
Okay, also, not to get political on it, but Hooters with the minimum, they pay their waitresses way below minimum wage, and they rely so heavily on tips that like they cannot have like most waitresses, waiters, people in the service industry don't make a living wage, but Hooters is even worse because they
Wow.
exploit some loophole in the
Wow.
in the system that like a lot of Hooters only pays their staff like $2 an hour.
So what you're saying is we should
Wow.
all go to Hooters and tip big to the waitresses.
If you do go to Hooters, please tip your waitresses very, very generously.
Yeah,
Just put the
okay.
money in their pockets and just don't say anything. They'll find.
Yeah,
it.
just be like,
the
"Don't
food's
look
good,
like
Well,
but
if you
it-
put the money directly in their pockets, you get kicked out.
The food's good. It's just a very, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable with the experience. It's
We
just
don't have that here. That's an y'all are interesting fast food chains or food chains over there, it seems. And
No,
also
but,
all of
but
our
Justin, you guys have the Thunder from Down Under, don't you?
But do you have?
I don't
do you
know.
have?
I don't know what that is.
Is this-
No, that's just an American thing for us.
I know what that is.
We don't even have Outback Steakhouse. Like y'all are like, oh, that's so Australian. Like that is so not Australian.
Wait, you have-
You guys don't just drink Foster's?
No, they don't. They do not. I know that for a fact. They do not drink vodka. They hate it.
Justin, what was that steak you taught me about?
Pure blonde is what some
Wagyu.
people drink.
Wagyu?
Thank you.
Wagyu.
Yes.
That's Asian. That's not necessarily Australian.
We have Australian Wagyu as well.
Oh,
We
okay.
There's
also
American
breed
Wagyu.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
there's,
know what it was.
I don't think there is American Wagyu.
Yeah, there is.
I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never heard much about it. When Susan knows when
You can
we
get it from
when
Snake
we
River
came
Farms.
to Louisiana, I was like, okay, perfect. Let's get some steak. And they were like, okay, we've got like these 3 places. And I'm like,
Yeah,
look
they're
at
all
them.
chain restaurants.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, but
it
there's
was
no
like Outback
like-
Steakhouse, Chili's.
Nobody goes to
Yeah.
Louisiana for steak.
No,
And
you're
I
not
was
going there for a
like,
good food.
oh, okay, there's no
Yes.
like, marble count on these steaks. How am I supposed to know if they're any good? And y'all were like, what are you even talking about? I'm like,
What's
well,
a,
that's
mar-
like
a marble count?
the marble
Is there how
score
much-
tells you how much fat there is versus meat, and the higher it is means the higher the fat,
Oh.
which means the more delicious the steak is,
Mhm.
right?
I didn't know
Thank
that.
you, Latoya. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
happy
Yeah,
about
there's a whole grading system, like gold and stuff like that for marbling.
Yeah,
in
or ours
steak.
is numbers. So anything above, like I'd say anything above 5, then like is quite delicious. So anyway,
Mhm.
if you all ever come to Australia, or if we go to Japan, because they also have Wagyu there, amazing meat,
Mhm.
then we can go and eat some Wagyu. Literally in Japan, they sell Wagyu grilled on the street on like a stick. But I didn't realize, because when we were there,
Wow.
I don't know currency conversion, and I never really paid much attention. So I was like, oh, we want to get this Wagyu on the stick, and we went a couple of times. And Steph was like, oh, we'll just get the best one. I was like, yeah, get the best one. It was like $50 per stick, and I didn't realize that I was spending that much every day. I was like, oh,
amazing.
Yes,
this
there
is a
is.
really cool snack. Like, this is so easy. We
That's
get
a hell of a
Wagyu,
lot of
it's
hot
really-
toys.
Yeah,
Hey,
I didn't
hey,
realize.
Max's geekdom. You're right, but I will honestly say, when I used to, a long time ago, used to eat meat when I lived in Australia. Yeah, the wings there are incredible. I'm not going to front.
I've never been.
You've never been? Yeah. Well, it's definitely an adventure. but-
This whole thing just proves that, like, in America, we know nothing about the reality in other countries too.
Oh yeah,
The
we're
thing
know,
is,
so
like,
They're
here in
just-
Australia,
it's
we
like
a
know...
multiverse. It's a
Yeah,
multiverse.
it's like in
Yeah, it's a
Ireland,
multiverse
they
to
don't
you
eat
guys.
corned beef and cabbage. That's not a thing in
yeah.
Ireland.
No, that
All
was
my
invented by Irish immigrants. In
immigrants
Europe.
because corned beef was a cheap
Yeah.
cut of meat that they could get during when they were poor and they came over here and couldn't
Mhm.
get jobs.
Yeah,
like
it's-
my grandmother lived in Ireland for the first 20 years of her life. And when people were like, "Oh, you eat this all," she's like, "I've never seen that in my life. I have no idea
Yeah.
what that is."
Yeah.
I'm definitely
It's still
not eating
delicious.
corned beef and
It's
cabbage.
Irish
American.
American, not Irish.
yeah, definitely.
Taco Bell's not Mexican. Just throwing that out there.
What?
It is delicious though, but like I said, don't
Nah.
Don't you defame
It's-
nacho fries?
Nacho fries.
I wonder if it's any good here. I haven't tried. It just came here. We got one in Melbourne, so I wonder if it's.
Have you never
'cause
had
we've got
Taco Bell
higher?
before?
We've got much higher food grade standards, and we pay our employees like a normal wage here in Australia.
don't hate on
So-
America, Justin.
Oh no,
Justin,
I'm
do
trying.
you
That's
have
a different
Nando's?
stream.
What system do you
Different
guys have?
stream.
over
We got
there?
Nando's.
Jesus.
Yeah,
You have Nando's?
Yeah,
They got Nando's there. Yeah, they
I
got
love
Nando's.
Nando's.
Is
Maybe I'll order
Chipotle
some Nando's
Mexican?
for lunch.
No.
Chipotle's no,
Chipotle.
it's Latin, but I wouldn't say it's Mexican.
Okay.
It's maybe you could say Mexican American, but even
Yeah.
Central American.
Okay.
Mexican American. Maybe.
It's fusion. Anytime I come across like Asian food that's like not like PF Chang's, like that's sort of Asian but not
Right,
Asian, it's like fusion.
See, I think of fusion. I think of like Mexican and Korean because that's my fusion. That's my jam.
That sounds
Okay.
good.
Nah.
I'm
Korean,
down for
Mexican
Korean barbecue.
fusion?
Where
Leo,
we
this
going?
really went totally
By the way,
sideways.
I'm like
Weird.
starving now, so that's cool.
Yeah, me
I
too.
know.
I haven't eaten
Yeah.
yet, and so I
It
woke up
is-
at 10. It's 2:40 p.m. and I have not yet eaten.
Chick-fil-A.
Justin,
Justin doesn't
And
have
you're-
Chick-fil-A, he said.
Justin, you and I both get very, very cranky when we don't eat.
So it's true.
Justin
It is
and I
true.
trying to watch. Was it Louisiana or was it New York? Or maybe it
Oh, when
happened
we were
in
in
those
New York?
places. Or was it San Diego when we were constantly like, I'm hungry. Fuck.
Oh, San
everything."
Diego was real bad because we like rushed to get into the con super early, and then we didn't eat any breakfast, and then by like midday, like we were wanted to do a live stream, and we're just like,
And if you're at a con, you
Another
spend
life.
$47 on
Yeah.
a hot dog and
And
Yeah.
I remember you and I ate like pasta in silence after the con one day because we were
Yes,
so hungry, and we went to like Old Spaghetti Factory and we just were eating in silence because we were so hungry. We were just like fucking food.
yeah.
That's why you need sushi on
on
the
the
go.
fucking food.
Sushi on the go. Pack it in your back pocket. Do something like that. You're
Yeah.
good.
Justin, you got to go out and get some Taco Bell.
No.
It's not local. I can only travel within 5 kilometers of my
Oh.
house, so I can't.
Oh.
Oh.
You have Grubhub over there or something like that?
We got Deliveroo, Menulog, Uber Eats.
Oh, yeah, you
all
told me about
these-
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different apps.
These little things. So I'll get on one of my apps and I'll see. I don't know. Steph doesn't really like Nando's these days, so I'll try
Oh.
for Nando's. But
I
we'll see.
love Nando's.
I thought you guys first said Mandos. I was
Nah,
like,
the
there's
Nando's.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nando's.
Nando's.
a Mandalorian themed
That's-
restaurant.
That'd be a
out
great
there?
restaurant,
Shit.
honestly.
Nah, Nando's.
Look at that squid soup.
Ooh, delicious.
Ooh.
All right, maybe that's not for me.
No. Anyway, thanks for coming, guys. This was
I
an
just want to
incredible.
point out
Yo,
throughout
we
that
went
whole
we went from
diversion,
1/6
we kept the
scale.
audience.
I know we went from movie talk 1/6 scale to food.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
guess that's how you ended off. You ended off with some food. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
you know what it's
I'm
all
hungry
about. So yeah, again, great show. Anybody who's basically watching, you can actually follow me on the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube page, IG, as well as Twitter as well. So yeah, we're going, we're keep going. Like, get those. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Like, let's keep it moving. Let's keep the community going. One more quick announcement too. If I don't announce this, Mario, he's gonna kill me. But we have, like I said, we have a segment that's actually coming. We actually finally got the logo for it. Now, this is actually going to be a show strictly dedicated to Star Wars. We're going to talk everything and Susan, you're already invited. You don't have to worry about it. Any and everything Star Wars, we will actually be talking
Sequel
about
trilogy only.
ugh,
So we got the
let's
logo.
still talk about it. There's
Yeah,
merit
we
to
can-
all those films.
We
I
can
will-
still. We can talk.
I
We're going to
can
talk
find-
about everything.
I can find the positive in any fandom. So
Anything. So anybody who is a Star Wars fan, you can tune in, you can join the show, however, anytime you want. And this is the official logo of the show. Yes, it is the Uncivilized Scoundrels.
Nice.
Very
and that will
fancy.
actually, yeah,
Love.
so definitely. Yeah, if you think it's fancy, wait till you see like the intro, bro. It is
Ooh.
effing crazy.
Okay,
Like
okay.
we've been working on this and it is crazy. It's insane. So I'm so glad that we have it. So it would be the Uncivilized Scoundrels. This will be on. We'll actually have this on Thursday nights. It's not gonna be like it's probably gonna be every other Thursday. We want to kind of break it up because we know like on certain Thursdays, movies do come out. You know, especially like it's people who do. They critics and stuff like that, people who go to critique and they want to do reviews.
And
they
it's
go
not
to movies.
reliant on a new release. There's always Star Wars stuff to talk about.
Yes, that exactly. We're not. There's always from collectibles, from movies, from books. The lore is there. Hint, hint. We are still pushing for Knights of the Old Republic. Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
You already know exactly. So
Also,
Susan,
am I the only one who wants a Kentucky Fried Anakin from Rise of
Wow.
from the Revenge of the Sith?
No,
Just like
that makes
half
sense.
of him and just kind of like extra
That would
crispy.
gross
I would
Yeah.
love to
Come
see
on.
that. I would probably get that, honestly.
Only
Yeah.
if we get
Real
Uncle Owen.
glossy.
Yep, we'll do that too.
Aw.
Yeah, so yes, this is basically the show. We will actually have it. So yes, tune in. There will be a listing. We'll let you know when it's actually going to be probably the Thursday after next. I'm not really sure, but we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. But yeah, definitely, guys. Thanks again. I'm glad to see everybody is making moves. I'm glad to see we are all cool. We are friends. We can talk about this shit all day, every day, and then we can go get something to eat. Now I know Justin's hungry, so we're gonna actually cut this short. Again, it's the 1/6 scale, man. We're gonna cut it. I know it's been like 3 hours. And you know what? I think this. Wait a minute, Ryan. This is the first 3.5 hours you've been a part of, right? Yo,
He's
sorry
never
about
gone
that.
more than 90
I'm
minutes.
glad you did it. You didn't. You know what? I don't think you did this shit for me. You did that shit for Susan because you knew Susan was gonna be on tonight, man. You didn't do this for me, really, did you?
What are you talking about?
Ryan hates Susan. Haven't you?
Haven't you heard?
Haven't you heard the
We're
rumors?
like nemesis.
They are arch nemesis. Haven't you
Yeah,
heard?
you totally
Damn,
don't
you know
stand
what?
me and think
See?
I'm a bitch.
This show brings everybody together and it cuts the bullshit, and I love that. This is what we've done. We've reunited. We've corrected bullshit. We've gotten more
I
Justin
only have to
memes.
get up in 4 hours, so it doesn't matter.
Oh shit! So yes, we're gonna cut this short. Again, the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube page probably begins present Say What. Thanks for the panel, Susan. You know you'll have to come back. You're coming back. I'm not saying you have
I've
to.
been told.
You're coming
I'm
back.
coming back.
Justin,
That's called being voluntold.
exactly.
Yes.
Justin, you're coming back. Ryan, you're coming back.
This stream
Will-
will be here.
You're not gonna let me go.
Nope.
Yeah, straight up.
every week anyway.
Every week, pretty much, and it's always a segment. So
My
come
segment will
on.
never get canceled.
What's the next? Well, you know what? You'll tell me what the next segment.
I haven't
Anyway,
even thought of it yet. So
anyway, guys, thank you for coming. Thanks everybody for being a part of this. It was a great show tonight. I'm so excited to have everybody here. Susan, my family, love you to death. From
Love
the
you.
moon and back. So definitely, yeah, we'll see you guys again. Same channel, same time next week sometime, or it might be the week after because Ryan he wants me to take a break. So we'll see how it happens. We'll see how that goes.
What's up, you?
I need a little bit of a break, so we'll probably take that. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming, and yeah, let's go.